knew each other.
Right,
so
right,
I
right.
was like, all right, let me do a little bit where I'm just flirting with this Native American girl. And then I ended up exchanging numbers with her and hitting her up to be in the sketch. That's what it was.
You did the sketches for a minute.
Yeah, I still try to get them done if I can.
The business thing doesn't feel like it makes sense anymore.
It really doesn't. I do a sketch now only if I can lock down a really good brand deal, and then
To
I'm
pay
like,
to cover it.
Yeah, and I feel like I can make a sketch for fun because
Yeah,
I don't have to
yeah,
worry
yeah.
about it making money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just watching to see how they even get ready for this. I know nothing, so I'm looking at it. Oh, Kevin, where would you like me?
You could sit over here. You could sit on that side, wherever you feel comfortable. Yeah, wherever you feel comfortable.
Little girls up here. Let's go sit in this chair. Kevin not here.
We forgot to put on Patreon that we were going live though.
Shucks. I'm gonna put it in there with Let's Go in like 5
Yeah,
minutes.
I'm just put up there now.
How does Patreon work? How do you let people know that? Like, is it what
It's
is it?
basically an app. It's another social media
Right.
forum, but it's
It like monetizes your.
yeah. Well, you they pay to be to have access to your content.
So if I'm a Patreon subscriber, my app would tell me that you're coming on live.
Yeah, we send you when I send this message out, it'll email you. Either the
Oh.
app will notify you or it'll send you an email.
Okay.
Most people just check their email and they know we go live on Tuesdays. We just usually go live at the same time, and we didn't. We're not going live at the same time today, but we forgot to let them know. But it's fine. This is all just bonus content for them. All right, so we're live on Patreon. The link has been sent out. You looked at the ads though?
No, I'm not saying that in there, but I'm just,
Sir Nico?
No, she's got another gig today.
We're about to read some ads. BlueChew.com.
You can Blue Chew?
Yeah.
I feel like it's the same 25 companies that are on every
I think it is too.
podcast.
Blue Chew, Raycon earphones.
Me undies.
MeUndies.
MeUndies, I got MeUndies.
MeUndies they don't advertise on mine for some reason.
We got Honey, Warby Parker, and Legacy.
Warby Parker, yep.
Gosh.
What's wrong, Kev? What's wrong?
Legacy box.
What is Warby Parker?
Warby Parker's the glasses thing. I don't need glasses anymore.
They got stores. They got brick and mortars.
I know.
I didn't know they were that.
Defeats the whole purpose.
Yeah,
of
I
what
could
they
do I could do Warby Parker because Kiara's talking about she might need glasses, so I can.
All right. You want to do Honey too?
I do first two, you do last one.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think this is our
did you watch
last
the fight, the
episode.
KSI and Logan fight?
That's the highlights.
Okay.
And you watched it then. Tim, I'm gonna ask you this on the podcast, but I'm curious. Have you ever felt burnt out?
Ask me all the things. You want me to answer right now?
No, because I want to start with Drake first. I'm just
Okay.
more curious.
Aw.
You have like a very long answer?
About me being burnt out?
Yeah.
Not really.
All right, cool. But just answer me.
Have I ever felt burnt out? I'll answer.
Okay. All right, we're live. We got 63 people. Kid Sister says, "What up, Tim? Sings Foods is my ish."
Yeah.
My ish is funny.
It is. It's very funny, Joshua. Let me get a water. You need water, Tim?
Please.
Yeah, ask me if I need a
Yeah,
water.
I need a water too, Kev.
You want a hint?
I would like it.
And who ate all the Oreos?
You.
Man.
There's wild cookies in there, but no Oreos. I'm like, yo, who is the Oreo
You got a hankering for
bandit?
Oreos
I
this
had a
morning?
hankering.
This morning? At 10 a.m.?
Yeah, man, it's the top of the morning, man.
Tim, you want hint water or regular water?
What's the difference?
Hint just has like a
It's like an
hint
infusion.
is nasty.
Just a hint of nastiness to it.
Regular water is just regular.
I'll take a regular water. But if the hint water helps your sponsorship, I'll drink a hint.
Oh, no, there's no sponsor for that.
That's what
We pay full price for those.
just water if you want that. It's cold.
What is it in the cardboard box?
Yeah. Jalen Smith's on. There you go. You know what I found out today? Franklin Delano Roosevelt's dad was an international drug dealer.
What?
That's kind of
That's how
hard.
they built their fortune.
And that nigga was in there being the president.
Yes.
Damn, just
Oh,
like
man, this country is cooking. I knew it.
They were talking about, you know, JFK and the family was bootleggers. They're talking about nobody,
Nobody got it right.
everybody got it.
Everybody got it through the mud.
It's like Ghost on Power. He was started running for. You guys watch Power?
Mm-hmm. He's running for office now?
Yeah, it's what's he? Did I kill him?
Oh, man, stop with the
No, no,
spoilers,
no, no,
man.
Tate was.
It's not a big spoiler. It's not a big spoiler. It's not a big spoiler.
It's okay, you can spoil it for me.
So he ends up. Okay, I don't want to spoil it for Doughboy. but-
Okay, it's fine. I'm fine. I haven't watched it all
He
season.
ends up ruining Tate's run for governor, and then the lady, the light skinned lady that came in to help Tate,
Mhm.
she suggests that Ghost be Tate's rival's like running mate or whatever. Yeah, towards the end. But then it all comes crumbling down.
I got sick. I'm tired. I ain't gonna lie. I got sick of the show. I was just like, well, whatever.
Maine is to our left.
Is this good here?
No.
Waterboy?
Canteen,
What about this?
probably.
You know what I have not been doing? I haven't been on my stories like, oh, we've been doing cool stuff, and I ain't been putting on my story.
Why haven't you
Your
been doing
IG
that?
story?
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know.
vlog warning.
Vlog warning.
Vlog.
Vlog
People should do
warning.
that.
That's what I make sure to do that because you know.
You're the only one that does that.
Because if
He
you would have.
vlogs-
By the way, do
he
you know that
vlogs
Instagram is
everything.
trying to basically make you be able to make TikToks within Instagram?
I
They
heard.
don't play games.
They're like, oh, you have a cool little platform? We'll take
They do
that.
the same thing to Vine.
And Snapchat.
What are they doing to make it like TikTok?
It's called Scenes. They're giving you all the stuff they use. What up? It's your boy Come on Stage, Tim Delaghetto. Vlog warning.
Vlog warning. What's up, y'all? What a treat! What
Oh,
a
y'all,
treat!
man, the gang is in the building, man.
Look!
Gang, gang, gang.
I had to stop by the second best podcast
Hey!
in the game because you know I f with these dudes
Yes.
right
Look
here.
at him cleaning it up for the baby, man.
I actually, man, fuck that baby.
Snap.
Did I text you and say, Kev, when I'm gonna be on Righteous and Ratchet? Cause,
You did.
Okay,
You
because
did.
I think I was just watching and I was like, hey, man, bring me
Tim
on.
would be good.
Yeah.
And
Man,
now
we
we're
lit.
here.
That's all I had.
Let's get it. Actually, I think I was complaining about the Spoken Reasons episode.
You were. You were. All right, we're about to go live. What up, y'all? It's your boy Kevin on stage. We got Tim Delaghetto.
It's your boy.
We got Doe Delaghetto too. And we're gonna do Righteous and Ratchet. If you're on our Patreon, you can watch this live right now. But if you don't, you're probably broke.
Yeah.
They are probably broke though. That's what's sad, Kev.
I hate when Instagram does this. All right, we go.
Oh, that is that's not a mug you drink out of. Huh?
No,
All right.
no. It's for. We were selling them for like a day or so.
No.
You can still buy them, but just we ain't even talking about it. I thought it was just cool. All right, y'all ready?
You got-
I was born
you got
ready.
this on the table?
I was already off
Did
fishing.
you take it off for
spaghetti.
branding?
I just don't like to have any labels out. Yeah.
Yeah, you're such a pro. You can't take the Just Water labels off. They're like, nah, you gonna hear about that.
And it's a habit. I take it off so mine sticks out from all the other water bottles that are labeled on the
Is that Jaden Smith's water? What's your name?
All right.
All right, you ready?
Ready? Wait, Josh.
Oh man, the struggle slate.
I'm gonna frame this. Our first slate. All right, ready?
Struggle boys.
Righteous and Ratchet with Tim Delaghetto. Take one.
All right, you ready? Kev, you want to get off your phone and maybe participate in the podcast here?
Just putting up the live so I can check out the comments. Don't get on me while you're checking to see what Melissa Ford said about you on the Breakfast Club. She didn't win. It was mutual.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, good. What up? This is your boy Doughboy.
And I'm Tim Delaghetto.
And this is another installment of Started Off to the Right. Righteous and Ratchet. We're in the building. Tim just pulled up and he has like 1,500 other shows that he's doing. He's famous.
Yeah.
What up, my man?
What's up, man?
Man, it's good to have you here, man.
Good to have you, Tim.
If y'all don't know who this young man is, I met him long ago back in my wilding out
Oh
days.
my god.
I thought you were about to dab on us. I said, oh my god.
So he's a cast member that I met back on Wild 'N Out. We've known each other for about 5 or 6 years now. And I always go on record for saying he's one of the coolest people in Hollywood. My brother, Tim Delaghetto.
Tim.
Oh, thank you.
Friend
guys.
of the podcast.
Thank you.
Delaghetto is not your real last name. People are surprised by this.
A lot of people are
I
surprised
don't-
by that.
It's
How
not.
do they not know that? That doesn't ring a bell. It's not a real last name.
Man, look,
What do you mean?
let me
You
tell you
lied to
something.
me.
Not only have people thought it was my real last name, it's been booked. People have booked plane tickets under that.
Are you
name.
serious?
Well, I go to the airport like ready to go do a show or whatever, and then I take out my ID. I print the ticket. I'm like, oh.
What is a chaturangsu?
I know, it's so silly. It's like, and like, so a lot of like Asians, like Filipinos, think I'm Filipino. So like a dude, one time I was at a party, and dude was like, Delgado, are you Filipino, right?
I knew you were one of us, bro. La Raza.
It's like 8 more letters in Delaghetto than Delgado.
Yeah. And then and now, the problem is now, of course y'all know. I mean, you guys are, you guys know where it's from.
Yeah,
right?
Right.
Yeah.
I thought everybody knew that.
No, but to be honest, I didn't know until I met you.
Oh, word.
Yeah. So go ahead and let the people know.
If you
where
don't
it
know
comes
the name, Delaghetto, my stage name comes from a old episode of The Fresh Prince from like the first season,
Yeah.
where Will joins a poetry club to meet girls,
Mhm.
and then they have him recite a poem. He makes one up, and he's like, it's by Raphael Delaghetto, And so my whole thing was I felt like the Fresh Prince like raised me, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then also like I was doing more of the rap stuff back then, so I was like, yeah, Delaghetto on Fresh Prince was like a street poet. Yeah, that would be my rap name, right?
Yeah, 'cause you knew your own.
Delaghetto.
This is it, guys. To the top.
Yeah. And I think I just started saying it in freestyles and stuff, because I used to just freestyle on YouTube, like just off my webcam, But what's crazy is now is like whenever people want to get mad at me online, they'll be like, okay, but he got a problematic name like Delaghetto.
What?
Because they don't know it's just from the Fresh Prince.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
They
wow.
want to think I'm like, I'm trying to really claim ghetto as my like.
Wow, that's crazy. That's really an obscure thing. So you knew that off the rip that was from the show?
Yeah, well, I remember that. I remember that episode.
That's a very obscure thing about the Fresh Prince.
If
To
you're
know from one episode.
if you're a fan of the Fresh Prince, like a fan,
Mhm.
then you'll know. Also, there's a reggaeton artist that goes by just Delaghetto.
Really?
And like a lot of people, like a lot of reggaeton fans are like, oh, are you named after Delaghetto, the reggaeton artist? I'm like, nah, actually, here's some facts for y'all.
Fun fact.
So back when I kind of started first doing my thing on YouTube, and someone brought up the reggaeton artist, I was like, so I looked it up, and I saw an interview from Delaghetto, the reggaeton artist, and he got his name from the Fresh Prince.
Really?
His
That's
real
really
name is Raphael. And he said, when I was in school, my name was Raphael, so they called me Raphael Delaghetto. And I was like,
Wow.
Yeah.
Who
I
knew?
bet you. I wonder when they wrote that Fresh Prince episode, they're like, we're gonna inspire nations, nations upon nations.
He's popping though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I ran into him at a Kevin Hart show.
You guys ever think about doing some collaborative things together?
Yo, we brought it up. Like,
Delaghettos.
get him a little track to just kind of be like, oh my God, the two Delaghettos are coming together.
Worlds are colliding.
Well, before we even move forward, we want to give a special shout out to our Patreon, the Right Pack,
Right Pack is watching this live
live on a Tuesday.
because they're not a bunch of broke boys.
Yeah, so
They're watching www.righteousandratchet.com. What do they get, though?
They get a bonus episode every week
Mhm.
for as low as $5 a month,
Oh,
and that'll
yeah.
get you. And then you get a bunch of free stuff, some discounted stuff. You get stuff early. We drop content there early, so it's just a whole ordeal. You should definitely.
It's a whole budding
It's a whole
community.
thing, yes.
Am I a
As you
bonus
will.
episode or am I?
No, you're the
You're-
main.
You're the main
You're the
episode,
main
but
episode.
the Patreon, I'm in the comments right now. They're watching this right now. They're supposed to be at work. Are they at work?
Nah.
Nope, not paying attention. That's what we're here for, guys.
All right, so starting off, we just want to talk to you about a bunch of different things. But first, I got to talk to you about something that has really chapped my hide. This world is not good enough for Aubrey Graham Drake.
Aw.
Why would they boo this man?
Boo this man!
Tyler, the Creator's Flop Festival. They booed him. Did you see this online?
Of course I saw it.
How did you feel about the world is not good enough for
I
him?
was so upset. I was so
Man.
upset. But at the same time, I feel like if I was Drake, I wouldn't have thought that the Flognaw audience would have loved. I mean, I
didn't think they would.
I didn't think they would boo, but I
Right.
also didn't think they would have with open arms, because they're such a underground Odd Future,
right.
But Tyler the Creator is obviously not underground anymore. That man
I
is
think
a
that-
mainstream artist.
He's a mainstream underground.
He's at a festival. What other underground artist has a festival?
It's his festival though.
Yeah, but it's still a festival.
They showed a
8
clip
years.
of everybody going crazy last year when Pusha T came out.
Right.
Oh, really?
Def Jam tweeted out a video of it, man. They're so petty.
Oh, they liked it.
Oh, they are.
Oh, they loved it. But also,
So
like,
is it because Drake represents mainstream and they don't like him?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or is it because they thought they were getting Frank Ocean, or a combination of
I
both?
think it's both.
Okay. Because I saw some people's stories who were there, and they were just like, Drake. He
Yeah.
represents the antithesis of what we're here, Tyler.
I mean,
And
exactly.
Tyler Creator was, he was just like, I love this song. Yeah.
Well, that was the thing too. That was one of the tweets. I was looking for the tweet, but I couldn't find it. Somebody was like, basically, that's what Tyler has represented his whole career, is like going against the mainstream artists, like kind of like his whole, what's the word, personification? I don't know.
no, I think
You know,
personification.
like that's kind of
Yeah.
like his thing. And now he's like on the other side of it, and he got mad that they did what he probably easily would have done 4 or 5 years ago.
Well, here's what I think it is, right? It's
Okay.
like the whole Flog Gnaw vibe is like we are the kids that maybe got made fun of, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then
The outcasts.
and this is the outcast, and this is our thing to get together. And then you got Drake, who's like star athlete.
He's
of the
quarterback.
school. Yeah.
He's that one dude from Euphoria. You seen Euphoria?
Nah.
What?
I know. I love Zendaya. I love Zendaya.
Dude, y'all stop what y'all are doing. Y'all are missing out on great team drama.
Is it a show or a movie?
It's a show. It's
Okay,
ace.
Euphoria.
Yeah, but I mean, literally,
That's
Drake is the star quarterback.
He's AC Slater,
He's AC Slater.
and Flog Gnaw is Screech's place to like.
Wow, that is a
Yeah.
great analogy.
That is exactly what it
That's a
is.
great analogy.
Now, Screech and friends was like, Slater?
No, wait,
He was like
no.
giving them
Drake,
nuggies and stuff.
Drake isn't Slater. Drake is Zach Morris.
Ah,
the
yeah.
cool kid, the
He
quintessential
definitely
cool
got
kid.
Yeah.
Yes, but see, he took it so well. Like I felt, and that's why I really rock with Drake. He is a consummate professional. He sat there and got booed in front of 1,000 people. He said, "I'm gonna ask your permission. Can I keep going?" No.
Listen,
bro.
bro. He said, I go by the name of Drake. That is his first year career. Like,
Bro.
everyone knows you're Drake at
Bro.
this point.
Also, okay, I made a point on Twitter. I was like, damn, he had to take it back to the opening artist. I go by Drake, but apparently he says that after every show.
Oh, really?
That's
Yes.
what somebody told me.
And this is how you know
A
he
lot of
is
big artists
the,
do, just because it's actually like a moment to turn it over to the crowd for them to cheer super
Is
loud.
that like, I
It's a
take you
whole
out
thing.
tonight?
And
Oh.
this is why I really rock with Drake. He then got on Instagram and had the just most clever clapback. He said, "Plot twist, just signed a 10-year residency at Camp Flog Gnaw. Sorry, kid, see you every single year until you're 30." Like, I just love that he don't take himself that serious.
Listen, that's super humbling.
Yeah.
At this stage in your career,
Oh.
to get booed.
Booed!
But here's the sweet revenge. They booed him, hoping Frank Ocean would come out,
And
and
then-
then it was just over.
And then Tyler didn't even come back out.
So that's it?
All you see was his little wig just bobbing out. He was his little wig.
They were like packing up the stuff. I saw a clip. They were packing up the stuff, and this dude was just like, ah! No one's coming, kids.
But let me ask y'all this, because see, I know personally the feeling. Have y'all ever been booed doing anything?
Yeah, I don't know if I've been booed. I've definitely caught like in the early stages of performing and stuff. Caught like the blank stares and
That can almost be worse than a boo.
yeah.
Nah, bro. A boo is worse.
Have you been booed, Kev?
I took a massive hell. Let me tell you what. And it wasn't even related to my comedy. I completely, like Tyler and Drake, misjudged my audience and who they wanted to be hosting. I'll never forget this as long as I live. I was at UW, University of Washington, at a PWI.
What's the
Oh,
PW?
all these acronyms.
I'm already
University
sorry.
of Washington is a predominant, PWI I think stands for predominantly white
Institution.
Oh,
institution.
okay.
College, right?
Mhm.
So this is our Greek step show. Okay, I'm not Greek,
Okay.
so I'm not part of the Divine Nine,
Right.
and I didn't know that much about HBCUs or the Divine Nine prior to this. Like, this first one in my family to go to a big college. Well, my uncle went to Baylor, but we didn't talk about that. Talk about the Divine Nine in there. So long story short, Black people take their Greekness serious.
Real serious.
Okay,
That's what I've
especially
seen.
at PWIs where there's like not a whole bunch of Black culture there. It's all we have is the Greek culture. So I'm trying to learn about this, and I was hosting this step show. So all the Black people from all the colleges in Washington come around, and we all fit in the gym at UW. Okay, they have me host. Mistake number one. having a comedian host a step show, they're not trying to be funny.
Mm.
They haven't been able to be loud and
It's
black.
intense. Yeah,
No, it's not that. They need to be Greek. They want to stroll,
Okay.
do all their stuff. Like, we want to be Greek out loud because we can't do that in the yard like they do at Howard or Hampton or whatever,
okay.
right? So that's my problem number one. I'm like, they hired me for the jokes. Y'all gonna get the jokes. Okay? Biggest problem. They don't care what you're saying, sir. You just want to be Greek for the day.
Okay.
Mistake number 2, I didn't know my Greek audience that well. Mistake number 3, I was super nervous. So I'm studying the night before, weeks before, Alpha, Kappa, Alpha, Sigma, SG Rose, all this stuff. I got note cards, okay? My first time when I go out on stage, okay, I do some jokes, sir. Shut up.
Really?
They're strolling through my jokes, making their sounds, and it's loud. They're like, bro, they don't even see me or hear me. And I'm like, crap, this is not going well. 3-hour show, by the way. So I'm like, man, let me just get the first step group up.
Yeah.
I'll be able to riff after that. And then I'll get them. Yeah. Then I'll have them on my side.
Right.
I'm supposed to introduce the alphas. These are the men. Alpha Phi Alpha is their fraternity. I say, give it up for the brothers of Alpha Kappa Alpha.
Oh.
Which is the female
Oh.
sorority. So not only did I offend the brothers and the sisters, they all of a sudden knew I wasn't Greek. I offended everyone in there.
Wow.
They stopped showing. They were like,
They put the cage down like.
boo! 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 They booed me so loud. I felt the air from the wind. It was literally like, ah! So I took the massive L, then I looked down, realized my mistake, and just was like, I'm sorry, the men of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, welcome. They did their step. Congratulations.
You didn't try to win the crowd?
Bruh, no. There was no winning. So after that, I just give it up for the brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha. Next is the sisters of Alpha Kappa Alpha. Give it up for the sisters of Alpha Kappa Alpha. Next
Goodbye.
Bruh, the longest 3. I didn't do a black show for 10 years after that.
I got booed. I don't know if I told you. I think I told it on your podcast. I got booed at Southern.
What happened?
I went out there and started telling jokes. They wasn't feeling it. And so I started telling the joke, and then all I heard was boo! So I was just like, so I started walking, trying to walk it off. Dude stood up, then it was like, the joke ain't gonna be funny over there either, nigga. I was just like,
Oh God.
there was no one to turn.
That is literally the best statement.
I was just like,
Because he robbed you of even the chance to like
and
move.
I was like, oh man, you crazy. I was just like, oh
You
man.
couldn't even plan. And I thought Joe was
Bruh.
lying about this.
No,
They came back to the office. I was like, it wasn't that bad. I searched on Twitter. I was like, oh, it was.
they was on Twitter like, Doughboy's up here. He is not funny.
Oh, this was recent.
Yo, no, this was back in 2015, but it paralyzed me. Like I didn't want to do. I didn't start doing stand up again until this year.
Oh my
I was
God.
traumatized.
Jeez.
What did you say when you said the joke ain't gonna be funny over there? What's your next word?
I was like, oh man, crazy. I literally said that. And then they was just like, they laughed more at dude saying that than me. I was just like, but me, Doughboy.
That is pretty funny.
I had to do 20 minutes, and this happened in the first 3.
Yikes.
And there was no bailing because he wasn't gonna get that check. So we just dealt with it, and by the time, I kind of got him back, but then I took off my shirt at the end, and it was like, all right, fat dude.
Let me tell you another good story. Sorry.
Please do. No,
You're gonna hear these. I have some massive ones. The next worst one. I was at a coffee shop in Seattle having the worst set of my life. I mean, just, especially there's like 12 people there. I'm like, man, I literally thinking out loud, this is not going well, man. But at this time, I used to do this joke that required me to sit in a stool. And it was undefeated up until this point.
Okay.
Man, I'm like, I'm gonna kill him back with this. You know what I mean?
I got my big
this
joker in the
joker, I got a big joker.
Yeah.
All right, so I go into the joke, sit down in the stool. The stool explodes.
No!
Why you always breaking stuff that you sit
I'm
on
a
the drum
big boy.
chair?
The chair just, I fall on the ground, mic fall.
No!
Lean back. They are dying. So y'all had your ability to laugh the whole time. They were like, "How's that? That is coming." Like, this is what we want. The mic, the feedback was the worst sound.
Oh my
Because I literally had to get up.
That's not a boo story.
Well, it was just terrible. Hang the mic up. I walked out of it. I just didn't say nothing else. I walked out of the comedy show and walked for 3 miles.
Oh
And I
God.
didn't do stand up for like
Head
6
hanging.
months It was raining in Seattle. It was like the Spike Lee.
And you fell off the chair. Did you hurt yourself?
I did hurt myself.
I'm glad because you didn't have benefits at that time, did you?
No, I
See,
didn't.
the crazy thing about that is 'tis the season to elect benefits through your workplace. Most
That
people
was great.
know
That was great. That was
open
great.
enrollment
That's
as
great. That's
Let him read it.
sorry.
most people know open enrollment as decision time for healthcare coverage, but it's also the perfect moment to reassess your life insurance needs. That's where Policy Genius can help. Policy Genius is the easy way to shop for a life insurance plan that's not tied to your job. In minutes, you can compare quotes from top insurers to find your best price. And Policy Genius doesn't just make it easy to get life insurance, they can also help you find the right home and auto insurance and disability insurance too. So, when you're looking at your workplace benefits this month, make sure to double check your life insurance options. Then go to policygenius.com to get quotes and apply in minutes. Policy Genius, the easy way to compare and buy life insurance.
That's my bad.
It's all good.
I was looking at the wrong date of ads. I was like, no, Joe, that's the wrong ad. No, you know the anime? Then it was me. I was like, I'm wrong. I got one more boo story.
So tell me.
Are you gonna tell
story.
the one about with the water?
Yes.
Oh, that's what I was
They didn't even boo, and I wish they would have.
How exciting.
Bay Area Black Comedy Show. Comedy competition. My first and only.
Oh,
I was, 2012, 11 or 12, so 29,
okay.
29, 28. And I'm hot,
Uh-huh.
personally. In
Yeah.
Tacoma,
So physically or?
no, just stand-up. Things are
okay.
going well in Tacoma.
Okay.
Right? So I go to Oakland and compete, and then I realize, oh man, a lot of people are good at stand-up. Like way more than I. Like literally everybody from all over the world is great at this. So I'm doing my first competition, and I start out doing stand-up, doing 25 minute sets. Nate Jackson was running the room up there at that time.
Okay.
And he was like, which I didn't even realize how gracious this was at the time. It's like, go up there and rock, man. 15, 20 minutes, like, doesn't matter. Have fun. In LA, you get 2 minutes, 3 minutes, maybe. Then you get bumped up to 5 and 7. So a stand-up competition set is 3 minutes.
Okay.
So I suck at that. I don't even know how to tell jokes in 3 minutes. I need time to like warm you up. Long story short, it's not going well. I mean, my opening
3
joke-
minutes and it's already not going well.
Let me tell you what, when stand is going bad, 3 minutes is an hour.
Yeah.
And I opening joke, Oakland, huh? I remember thinking this is where I lost them. I was like, if this gotta work, or I ain't buy no return ticket. I'm going back. I gotta live in Oakland on Mamas.
You said on mamas.
I said on Mamas.
You said on mamas.
I thought that was Oakland slang. If this doesn't work, I guess I just live in Oakland on Mamas.
Yeah, you said.
It is. Yoink! So I'm like, man, that didn't work. So, I mean, then that's my opening joke. And I'm like, man, I'm finna lose. So I do another joke or two. I get him back a little bit, but I'm like, I'm not gonna win. I'm not gonna even get past. I gotta go for the Joker. So at the time I was doing this R&B joke in Tacoma, which required me to take off my shirt and get wet. Like I would pour water on myself. And the joke was flawless. Okay, I thought my first joke, never. This thing is
It's bulletproof?
It's bulletproof. It was literally bring the house down in Tacoma. Forgot 2 things. 1, I wasn't in Tacoma. 2, I didn't have a live band. Nick Jackson Show had a live band. 3, I usually do that after 25 minutes of rocking.
Okay.
I'm just 2.5 minutes of just doing okay.
Yeah. It's confusing.
Confusing.
Yeah.
I do the joke, and I take my shirt off, pour water on myself, open my eyes, not one laugh is transpired.
Awkward.
So now the water is just so cold. That is the coldest water. And I literally am looking at the front row, and they were just like, the woman's face was just like, not only are you not funny, you should do something else. And she didn't even say it with her mouth. The way she looked at me was just like,
Will you ever forget that woman's face?
no.
I was gonna say that's
Every
gotta
time
be.
things in my mind are not going well in this set. Here she comes right back.
I told you should have
Remember
stopped
Maul
when you
in
poured the water.
Inception? How Maul would always jump into the dreams, and they be doing something. She's my Maul. She just jumped in late. It ain't gonna work, kid.
Yikes.
Another time I knew I was like,
How many boo stories do you have? Another boo story?
those are the 3 ones. The rest I just had bad set. But those are like,
God.
I reevaluated, should I do stand-up
They
comedy?
said that was hella not funny.
Yeah. So that was it for me. I never got, like, so when Drake did that, I was like, that's nothing, Drake.
But he took it like a G, man. So shout out to
Took
him,
it with
man.
class.
And Drake is the GOAT, man. So shout out to Drake.
Is
being
he?
the GOAT. Yes, he is the GOAT.
Drake will go down as
Thank
one
you,
of the
Timothy.
goats.
Not
One of
the
goats.
GOAT.
Not the goat.
Well, but does anybody do rap better than him?
Okay. Does anybody do rap / can sing poppy hits? In that lane, Drake is the GOAT. Like the fact that he can spit real bars.
Yes.
And also make really melodic pop hits.
That's
Okay,
what I
okay.
said.
But hold on. But then, it's funny that you said that because, okay,
We
that's a
just
great
had
point.
this argument yesterday.
That's a great point, but no, I remember when this was happening on Twitter, I seen you hop in the comments, so now I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Put me on the spot.
I said Nicki Minaj
Uh-huh.
is better
Uh-huh.
lyrically
Uh-huh.
than Missy. What do you say? Now, not overall artist,
Oh,
just
you did
bar
jump
for
on
bar.
that. You
Bar for
you
bar.
jumped on the coon train.
Now,
Am I even allowed to be a coon?
No, I'm talking about. I said, no boy jump. No boy's on the coon
I thought you were
train.
talking to me.
Yeah, no, you can't be a coon.
so who do? Now, when it's just bar for bar, because I know you're a hip hop head, so you listen to lyrics a lot too. When it's just bars weighted down, everything else goes away.
Yes.
Is Nicki better than Missy?
I co-signed your opinion.
Yes,
That bar
thank
for
you.
bar,
Bar for bar.
bar wise,
Yes.
Nicki is better than Missy. Missy's
Yes.
not a bar.
She doesn't
rapper.
be barring at all. She just be saying none of that.
That's one song. Every time we argue, then you say it's a one
But
song.
Nicki is a rapper's rapper.
Did
bro.
Nicki Minaj say, is your 50-50 man yet? No. Put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Is
No.
your 50-50
I'm
man
saying
yet?
Missy is an artist.
Yes.
And she makes great music.
No.
But in terms of bars,
Thank you.
Nicki Minaj is
Don't leave me
better.
hanging. Thank you.
Nah,
I
me-
needed
all
that.
right, that's
Yes.
why y'all messed it up.
Shut up.
You for that
Thank
handshake, and then you touch your hand, and that's why y'all don't put it together.
Thank you for rocking. And one
You're
other
right,
unpopular
man.
opinion Kevin be having. You know who he said can't sing?
Who?
Mary J. Blige.
Here's the thing.
No, stay with me. Take me on my side.
Trade Track Dancery is one of the worst songs in the history of songs. I hate that song so much. Trade Track Dancery, let's get it.
She brought the word dancery out.
I
never even knew what a dancery
I hate
was.
everything about that
Have you ever
song.
been to a dancery? It's
No.
great times. Everybody's dancing,
I hated
eating
her.
celery.
I hated her wig in that music video. I hated the choreography. Oh, that song haunts me, bro.
But do you think she can sing?
Yeah, I think she gets no more drama.
They put her at a number 100 on the top singers. He said they put her way too high.
What was she?
She was
Number 100. Number 100.
Oh. I mean, I gotta see the rest of the list.
Yeah, she should be on the list at all. Speaking of boxers, or fake boxers, KSI Logan Paul 2.
Yeah.
Two
Ooh,
YouTubers were
yes.
at the top of a boxing
Marquee
card.
card.
They were paid $900,000 each.
Right.
Sold out at the Staples Center. Regular pay-per-view match. KSI won by split decision. What do you think about that, Tim? The fact that YouTubers or creators, I think Logan Paul, I guess he's a YouTuber, have, permeated literally every part of society. Lily Singh has a legitimate
Right.
late night show
Yeah.
on network television. KSI and Logan Paul, they were talking about them like they were regular boxers.
Yeah.
Real boxers fought. Devin Haney, who got
He was
$1
a
million,
real fighter, yeah.
he fought before
He
them.
was the undercard.
Shit.
JoJo Saunders or something, Billy Joe Saunders,
Mhm.
they had championship fights before them. So what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, I'm never gonna knock anyone's hustle. I feel like the fact that they were able to turn it into something lucrative is respectable. And I also respect the fact that they took time to really train and
They
take
really
it
got
serious.
trainers for real.
I feel like my biggest issue with I feel like YouTubers using their leverage to just kind of do whatever is that they feel like they can just use the views and just do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like there was so many YouTubers who were like, I'm gonna go on tour, right? And then the shows would be them just, I don't know,
Not doing nothing.
not doing nothing on
Right,
stage.
right.
Like I don't know, doing like playing challenge games and stuff on stage. I'm like, what is the show here?
Right.
But the fact that they actually trained and took it seriously, and if people are willing to give them a big bag to watch them do that, then hey man, get your bag. I'm not tripping off that. You know?
That was a great political answer for you. Like,
I think it was a great thing, but then I also think that I think it's good for the YouTubers, and I think it has to be terrible for a boxer though.
A real boxer?
Yeah, to know that you aren't popular enough to make money like
But
that with
is
these
it,
people?
though? And here's my question, because I love boxing.
Mhm.
The sport, like, I've been watching for, shoot, as long as I can remember. I watch pretty much all the big fights, all the other fights. Boxers are paid by pay-per-view numbers.
Right.
If you are a YouTuber and your fight is going to generate a bigger bag for me, I'm getting paid regardless. And if those, like Devin Haney, he's not like Canelo level. Like, they're not bigger than Canelo. You know what I mean? Like, the top of the fighters, not bigger than Pacquiao. But for those middle guys who are like on their way to their first big fight, that guarantees a bigger payday, you know, for you to be a part of that. Like, you're still getting paid. You're still at Staples Centers. Like, Logan Paul and KSI, they sold it like a regular boxing match.
Yeah.
Same trash talk, rematch. I watched the first fight in London. They sold the arena out.
They were both much better this fight than the first fight.
Like, and I agree with Tim. They now, let me say this. They absolutely trained, and they still look so far from good boxers.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it was just like, boy, like I really had an appreciation for real boxers, like
The sweet science.
the sweet science, especially KSI. He was out here like, you know when you take your little brother's thing and it just goes freaking nuts and it's just like swinging for everything. That's like Logan Paul actually had a decent jab, but I think because he used to be a wrestler, he was more like prepared
grab
to
and-
do.
I feel like Logan got robbed a little bit. I feel like he should have won.
Really?
I feel like he was the better fighter.
No, I'm gonna tell you what. Two things about boxing. One, the judging system usually rewards an aggressive person. And in a 6-round match that they had, you don't have the chance to jab it out for 3 or 4 rounds because you only have 6. Like, you really got to do something. KSI was swinging wildly, but every once in a while he connect. I mean, and Logan Paul's big mistake is he wasn't disciplined.
Yeah, when he like pushed the back of
He,
his head or
he
something.
held his head down, punched him, and he hit him on the ground. Like, if you were a boxer, you would never make that mistake. He hit him clean with an uppercut, and he was like woozy. Right? So, Logan Paul hit KSI with a legit uppercut. And if he was a regular boxer, he would have stood up. If he even beat the 10 count, he would have been able to finish him off. And the other thing is, KSI had a legit knockdown that they called a slip. Like, he hit Logan Paul, he hit him on the ear, and that's where almost all the knockouts is right on the ear, that part of the head. They're woozy, and they called that a slip. So I feel like Logan Paul was fighting like he had more time than he did. But I was entertained. And I think at the end of the day, you just want to be entertained. Because I'm a Floyd fan, and I've watched a lot of Floyd fights where he's a great boxer, but it's not an entertaining
But it gets a
fight.
little boring because he's so good technically.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when
But
you
you
pay
can watch.
$60,
But you can watch him fighting Conor McGregor because it's an interesting thing to watch.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like-
So I agree with you, Tim. But then here's my disagreement with you. Riddle me this: if you love, like you, right? Because I know you. One thing I appreciate about you. They offered you stand-up shows.
Yeah.
And you were like, not a stand-up.
Yeah.
I'll go and do a different show.
Yeah.
But aren't people just paying to see who they like?
And that's the thing too. I was gonna bring that up, like, when you brought up the boxing, is that like you said, people have wanted me to do stand-up shows. And here's the thing, like, I grew up like respecting and loving stand-up so much, and that when YouTubers were kind of first like, yo, I got a following, I'm gonna do a stand-up show, I was a little like, it made me feel a way, and I was like, I wouldn't want to do that unless I felt like I kind of honed my craft a little bit. But my managers and my agents are like, look, man,
There's
it's an
money
easy
out
bag.
here. Right.
People are trying to just pay to see you. And at first I was like, I don't want people in there that are going to laugh at whatever I say. You know what I'm saying? I want to be good at it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, but then at the same time, as time went on, I looked at it like, look, at the end of the day, if people want to pay to see me, then they want to pay to see me. You know, it's like
Who are me to rob them of it?
right. And it's like, okay, look, and if that person is gonna get their money, and people are gonna pay that money, and they know what it is. Like, obviously, they know they're not paying to see like an expert 10-year stand up. You know, it's like, fine, everybody just do your thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, if people are willing to pay, then let them pay.
I think that you could actually do stand up because I've been around you in these working environments. Like, you're very comfortable in front of the audience. Like, you're one of the few people that when we would do Wild and Out, we would do like the Wild Styles. Like, Tim was never prepared. Like, he was always going to freestyle on the stage. So I know that you're comfortable on your feet. So do you think that that's something you'd ever?
I've been jotting stuff down. I've been jotting. Well, and here's what you may not know. Okay, so I did a couple open mics years ago. Back when I was just beginning to do the YouTube stuff. Like I was doing open mics just for fun, and I had a great time.
Yeah.
But also YouTube was great. It was doing well for me, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, starting off as a stand-up is paying horribly right now. I'd rather just commit to this YouTube stuff that's actually paying me decent right now and keep with that.
Right.
Now that I'm at a point where, me being a beginner stand-up can actually get me a nice little check, okay, let me consider this and maybe start to try it out. I'm in the process of potentially figuring something out.
But this is an important thing. I didn't mean to cut you this. When you're on stage, do you ever have like your wife or anybody take pictures of you just to make sure you get yourself on stage?
Oh, you mean like my
just like a picture of you.
Like take pictures of me?
Yes, you should have somebody. Let me tell you why that's important.
Why?
Listen, when I heard that at paintyourlife.com, you can have an original painting by a world-class artist done by hand from a photo, I thought, what a great idea. It must be so expensive, but Paint Your Life paintings are affordable. A painting from Paint Your Life makes the perfect gift. It's meaningful, personal, and can be cherished forever. So like you said, you're starting to get into stand-up. You may end up being big. You want to see yourself when you first were starting off.
That's a good point.
And I actually, because my daughter just came down to live with me, so I took a picture of me and her on a set of dad jokes, put it up on the wall. Looks great. The thing is, the great thing about paintyourlife.com is that you choose the artist whose work you most admire, and you work with them throughout the process until every detail is perfect. And there's no risk. If you don't love the final painting, your money is refunded. With Paint Your Life, you get your favorite memories transformed into a work of art that will be cherished forever, Tim. Now listen to this. And right now, as a limited time offer, get 30% off your painting. That's right, 30% off. And free shipping. To get this special offer, text RR to 484848. That's RR to 484848. Text RR to 484848. Message and data rates may apply. Josh, you okay there? You here with us today, huh?
Yeah, I'm
You
trying
want
to
to chime in on an RR?
what we have to do for this episode.
Oh,
Thank you very
okay,
much.
cool,
Keep it
cool. You
going.
get your life.
That's actually dope.
You like that?
Here's the other thing about comedy. Eddie Murphy, and did you see Eddie Murphy and Jerry Seinfeld's Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee?
No, I didn't see that one though.
Okay, one thing Jerry Seinfeld said that I appreciate. He said he doesn't care if anybody does stand-up. Because he said comedy is a self-cleansing medium. It'll always weed out people who are not funny. If you're not willing to put in the work to be good, people will go see, like, you can only do it once. Like, if somebody comes to see whoever and on stage and they're trash, they're like, ooh, you stink. So eventually that word gets around, and what
Jesus, spit it out.
Hey,
Come
you're doing
on,
great, man.
man.
You're doing great. Come on now. Come on
What
now.
are you doing, baby? Just okay. Let's slow down a little bit.
The other thing that happens is the comedy club thing. Here's what people don't understand about the industry of comedy clubs. They don't care if you're good. They're not in the business of putting out great comedians. They're in a business. It's a restaurant. They want to sell 2 drinks and food. If you get butts and seats, and those people buy food and drink, you could be up there holding a monkey pooping. As long as you get two drinks with the monkey poop show, like, they don't care. That's why they were hitting these people up. Like, you can put butts and seats. I don't care what you do. So what messes people up is people. This is what the clubs are afraid of. You are a first-time audience member. You're not coming. You don't know the YouTuber. You buy a ticket to a show, and you're like, "What? This sucks." Now you don't come back to the club. That's their big fear, and that's their fear about doing podcasts. They were giving us a hard time about doing Righteous and Ratchet as a podcast. They're like, "Man, what if a member comes in that's not for them?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know."
Who's giving you a hard time?
Some of the clubs. They're like, it's hard to promote to people. We were like, "Bro, we're not promoting to the regular person. We're promoting to our audience. Like, they're gonna be the ones." That come up. Speaking of audiences, I want to run this past you, Tim. Sure. Are you familiar with Summer Walker?
I am familiar with Summer Walker. Yeah.
Okay, so Summer Walker, do you know about her?
She's a singer.
Yeah, she's a singer. So she's been going viral a lot lately because she has a very interesting relationship with the music industry. I think she likes to make music, but the rest of it
she can do without.
Yeah, her tour is called The First and Last Tour. She's openly talked about her anxiety and stuff like that. So now she's been coming under fire because at meet and greets, she doesn't want to give hugs. Okay, before I ask you your question, let me just say something. I love y'all. I do. Okay? I'm a hugger. I'm a feeling about this. When people say I'm a hugger, they just go in for the hug. They don't say I'm a hugger. Are you a hugger? They just assume everyone's. I reach my hand out. They're like, I'm a hugger. Well, I'm a handshake. Okay? I want to respect your hug. Respect my handshake. Because I don't want to hug people after a comedy show because I'm sweaty.
Right.
And I don't want to, I be a little musty.
Little
Not
musty?
much.
Yeah.
But it's a post, it's like
Right.
45, I'm
Little
sweaty.
twang to you.
So all I'm saying, when you say I'm a hugger, say, are you a hug? Give me the chance. Give me a consensual hug. Handshake is an extension. So anyway, Summer Walker was saying she don't touch me because I usually hug the people, but I just a little, sometimes I don't want to because I'm hot.
Right.
But Summer Walker was like, I don't want to do no hugs. It's a transfer of energy, and people like ridiculed her about it. What are your thoughts on her meet and greet etiquette in you? Because you meet a lot of people. You be at complex cons and.
I mean, so I will. I would rather. Sometimes I'd rather hug than shake hands because I don't trust dudes' hands.
Really?
A lot of dudes pee and don't wash their hands.
Yes.
A lot of dudes are just greasy and gross and they got gross hands. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying not to get sick at all times.
Right.
So I will always dap.
Give you a
You know what I'm
pound
saying?
before.
I'll always pound and dap. I'll even like, let's just hug. You know what I'm saying? Bring it in for the real thing, bro. Keep your hands away from me. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust the hands.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm like, all right, fine, shake. I just make sure I hand
Right,
When I do
right.
meet and greets, I always make sure I got my hand sanitizer on deck. I don't touch my face until after the meet and greet.
Yes.
Wash my hands, all right? But for her, it's a curious case. You
It's a
feel
curious
me?
case.
Because as somebody who has said she has anxiety and she's very just doesn't like people.
Right.
I understand that she wants her space. You feel
Right,
me? Like,
yep.
because people have come up to me, meet and greets, and they say, "Can I hug you?"
Right.
Or hey, is it cool? Can we, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I respect that, and I feel like I believe that she doesn't like it,
Yes.
and I think, I think it's her management in her ear, like. The meet and greet bag is crazy because
Yes.
the meet and greet ticket is can be like another $100-$200 whatever because they just want
They gonna get that hug. I pay that
Yeah.
100. You
Yeah,
gonna hug me.
and so I guess that would be my thing. I guess it's like, look, if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to hug people, then don't have meet and greets.
Right.
You won't have to hug them. And then as far as if people,
Well, let me ask you
But
this.
is a
though.
hug
Let me
is
hear
a
you.
hug an entitlement to the amount that you're paying them?
I think if you charge somebody $100, a hug should be.
Well, here's
I
my
don't
thing.
agree with that.
If you
It's meet and greet.
Yeah, it don't mean
Meet
hug
and
me,
greet.
though.
It don't know. Yeah,
You
there's
have
no
to
hug.
hug
How else
them.
would you greet me if not hug?
Hello,
Dap 'em up.
nice to see you. Nice to meet. That doesn't require me to put my arms around you.
right.
I feel like as an artist, I feel like and I want your thoughts on this, Tim, and I interrupt you, my bad. I feel like she's entitled to say my meet and greets will consist of a hello, a picture, and standing next to me. I don't want to hug people. I feel like if she says that up front, you
That's
can't
fair.
be mad. What do you think, Tim?
I think now that this whole situation has happened, she probably is more likely to say that, or at least people will go into it expecting
Right,
that. You
right.
feel me? I feel
Yeah.
like traditionally, when you go to the meet and greet, people expect a hug at the very least. Like I put the little arm on the small of the back. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey. You know what I'm saying?
That's such a specific thing.
Oh, the small of the back, because it's like up here is a little awkward. You feel me? What? Real quick side story. One time I was doing a meet and greet. I was on tour with y'all familiar with YTF?
YTF, no.
YTF was a group of Asian YouTubers who had come together.
Yeah,
like
Ryan and
Higas,
Kev
Kev
Jumba,
Jumba,
yeah.
and it was like and not Asians, but like Andrew Garcia was on tour.
Yeah.
So they brought me on one year for the tour as like their opening, right? And so it's a quick story about Andrew and meet and greets. Andrew Garcia is my singer homie. I don't know if y'all know Andrew. He's really good. He's really good.
He plays
So-
the guitar, bigger
Yeah.
dude glasses.
So Andrew's so goofy, right? So whenever we had like awkward like dude fans, he would try to make them even more uncomfortable. So like they don't know what to do with their hands and shit, right?
Right.
So Andrew would do this. Andrew would be like, okay, like let's say that's the camera, right? He would go, all right, I'm gonna give you a hand here. All right. Pew. And they're like, all right. So that shit cracks me up. Well, I like to do that too. If a dude is awkward with me, I like to just like put both arms around him, squeeze them real tight. You know what I'm saying? Just make it funny.
Make that masculine energy uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I like to meet the people personally. The other thing that people don't understand, the audience members, the reason that it's hard to do a hug, because when we did the Real Comedians, it was like 4 people,
Right.
5. They want to hug every person and tell you about their favorite video. There's 300 people in line.
Yeah.
Like, there's not enough time for that. People ain't trying to hear none of that. Like, bruh, shut up. I don't want my again. Also, I get that. Like if I've been watching you, like so it's a fine line. I've been trying to work on like enjoying that moment. I just feel like for me, it's a little tough sometimes. You just expended so much energy.
Well, sometimes it's not your choice. The venue has a certain amount of time to get everybody out.
That's what I'm saying. People don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Like sometimes on our tour, we had meet and greets that we didn't even know. Like the club put it in, and we didn't even have it.
hate that.
So we're like, oh man, we got 2 shows. We're like, oh y'all got to do the meet and greet. We're like, what?
But
And
why?
they don't realize how exhausting meet and greets are. Meet and greets are arguably more tiring than the actual show for me,
Yes.
because you have to be very hey, what's up? Because if you're chilling, because I've done meet and greets where I thought I was calm, like I was calm, I was nice to everybody, I was cordial, and after that somebody's like, he had a vibe about him. I don't know.
That's my worst.
I don't like it. He had a vibe, and he thought he was too cool or something. I'm like, bruh, what do you mean?
People expect that online presence energy all the time, and like that moment where they're able to meet you and it's not on, they're just like, oh man, like
People have gotten mad at me because they have met me in the airport after a red eye in Atlanta. Like literally, you've done this plenty of times. It's 3 o'clock in the morning your time.
Right.
You didn't sleep before. You really haven't been awake, and they're like,
Yeah.
Kev, Tim, and then they're like, man, I've seen tweets about me like, Kev, he had bad energy. Like, bro, it's the middle of the night. I've been awake for 3
And
minutes.
sometimes people do like they get way too comfortable. I forgot what city we were in one time, and some dude, Kev wasn't even paying attention, and some dude just came up to the point where I thought the dude knew him, so I didn't say nothing at first. He was just like Kev's back until he's just like, hey, what's up, man? Hop in this video. And then I turned around seeing Kev didn't know, and I was like, bro, like you can't just walk up to people like that.
You
like,
can though.
No, you can. You could also just tell your waiter to shut up and go get your shrimp.
let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened. So,
We talked about this on the bonus episode. We talked about this on the main. You actually are a jerk.
Shout out to this young man, because I felt so terrible about this. I always have a fear of being a jerk when I meet somebody. Because I've met people for the first time, and if they're a jerk to me, I'd be like, I'll never be a fan again. So we see this dude, and we all go to Fridays. This is a couple weeks ago. Where were we? We were in
Buffalo, I think.
Buffalo, New York.
Yeah.
So we go and we're going to Fridays. And now I don't know if you know this. If you've known me for a few years, you wouldn't like me when I'm hungry. I'm just a different type of guy. I'm ready to eat. Like I'm just not in the best of mood. So we're sitting down there, and you can kind of see this dude. He's like trying to muster up this. You can tell you noticed us or whatever. So he like musters up the strip, just kind of come over and say something. And then so he has all this, he brings over the food. And so he's like, hey man, you guys, man, I'm a huge fan of your stuff, man, dope. And I just was, all I heard was things I didn't want to hear. I was like, yeah, I appreciate that. You got my shrimp. When I tell you his whole face just
It
was
wasn't
like,
even that night. Let me clear up something.
please.
One thing, if our waitress was another person. The guy just brought the food.
Just
to
the
help
food
her.
Okay.
Okay, so obviously he's like, let me help you bring the plate to them so I can say hi.
Right.
Doughboy doesn't even like, the dude is like, man, I'm just, where's my shrimp at though?
Oh my God.
Do you have my other shrimp at? He don't know the order. He just got somebody, and that dude, his face was, you saw the light go out.
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to be a jerk to that guy.
The hangry hits.
The hangry hits, man, and I wanted to go back, but I was just like, well. But then I tried to make it up the next day. We went to the movies to go see Joker. So then the guy comes and sees me, and so I'm like, okay, this is a chance for me to right my wrongs. He was like, hey, dope boy, man, you from Wild 'N Out? I said, yeah, man, that's your boy. I said, no, so he was behind the counter, right? And so I was like, yeah, man, that's me. You want to get a picture? He was like, bro, no.
For real?
He was like, relax.
Relax.
He always looked at me like, bro.
It was so much disdain. He's like, yo, the picture's up.
Oh my
Why would
God.
I want that?
That was the universe coming
I
back.
know.
And I brought all the attention to it. Because I was like, huh. And I was like, that guy doesn't want a picture with you. He was so disrespectful. Like, what do I want to put pictures
No, it was like you can't win for losing.
Let me tell you, I will never say no to a picture, right? But here's what I hate, all right? Is when someone is taking a picture with me, and then someone else is like, oh, who's that? And then they're like, oh, okay, hey, I don't know who you are. Can I get a picture? That's the only time I'll be like, why? For what? No. And they don't get it.
Right.
You don't even know who I am.
I know, and it's so stupid. Even recently at Complex Con, right? I was at Complex Con at a panel, and so me and Casey Neistat were on the same panel, and we had some time to kill. So I was like, "You want to walk around?" Because he had never been before. I'm like, "Let's walk around." So, I'm walking around Complex Con, and Casey's like over there at the homies booth, like they're giving them free hoodies, right? And this girl and her cameraman, they see people taking pictures with me.
Yeah.
So he's filming. She comes up to me. She's like, can we interview real quick for my video, or can I tell you about like whatever my story is? I'm like, sure. She goes, okay, what was your name? I was like, so then I'm like, I was like,
Out points.
so she asked me what her name was, and I was like, Casey Neistat. And then she's like, Casey what? I'm like, Casey Neistat. And the cameraman's like, what'd you say your name was? I was like, Casey Neistat. He's like, he's fucking with you. He's fucking with you. He's not Casey Neistat. I was like, no, Casey's right there, but let me tell you something. I was like, this is the only time I will ever like. I don't like people wanting to interview me just because they've seen other people. Like, if you're a fan, if you admire my work, then yeah, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And luckily, the girl she was with was like, no, I know who you are. I'm the one that told him. I was like, alright, fine. and her face was kind of like, oh, excuse me, but I'm like, no, you gotta understand, this is you coming up to me literally only because you want to use my face.
Yes.
It's not because you support me or you like what I do or you want to actually even have a conversation.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I just think you might be someone of value.
People
No,
hear that.
I think people make that makes you feel used.
It does.
Like, I'm not even a person like, oh, you're famous?
No,
Like,
I'm
that
not
happens-
one to talk about that. I've been being used for sex. I've been being used for sex because I'm in a committed relationship.
Blue Chew.
And let's talk about BlueChew.com. Now you can
You're really good at this.
you can
He's having
increase
the best episode.
Yeah,
of
he's
his
now
life.
you can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed. Listen up, BlueChew.com. That's blue like the color blue. Now listen, Blue Chew brings you the first chewable gummy with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so you know they work. They're made in the USA, and since Blue Chew prepares and ships direct, they're cheaper than a pharmacy. Blue Chew is described online and shipped straight to your door in a
discreet package.
In a discreet package. So no in-person doctor visits. No waiting in the pharmacy, and best of all, no more awkwardness. Now I'm telling you, man, I was out there in the streets, I was getting sex every now and again, but now that I'm in a relationship, boy, oh boy, bang, 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 bang. That's
you
all
can't
it is.
keep up.
Oh man.
You're getting old.
But with these pills, oh my God, round 2 and 3, oh yeah, boy, I'm right back.
Hey,
Like I
three
left
little
something.
months, yeah.
Now this just
There's
isn't
some soreness after drinking.
now, this isn't just for guys who can't perform. It's for any guy who wants extra function to enhance their performance. Now, if you're a one and done type of person, Blue Chew can even help your follow through for round 2. Okay? Right now, we got a special deal for our listeners. Visit BlueChew.com. That's blue like the color chew.com to get your first shipment free when you use our special promo code RR.
RR.
Just pay $5 shipping. Again, that's BLUECHEW.com, promo code RR to try it free. Blue Chew is the better, cheaper, faster choice. Thank you, Blue Chew, for sponsoring Righteous and Ratchets.
You know a funny story about people not like you've done great today, by the way. And I feel so bad for messing up your like I
He really was
literally
like, what?
I literally ruined your public passer rating.
No, I was like, oh, Blue Chew.
That's hilarious. So one day I was walking to ADD and this two dudes there on the side of the road smoking. And one dude's like, oh my gosh, Kev, man, I'm such a big fan. Man, you mind if I get a picture? And I'm like, yeah, no problem, bro. He's like, cool. Dude with him was like, who's that? He's like, oh, it's Kev, man. He's famous. He goes, he ain't famous to me.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, so you don't have to be in the picture. It's just kind of me and him thing. Nah, man, if I don't know you ain't famous. That's not true at all. You know how fame works? It's within circles.
You want to hear about the time that happened to me and it resulted in me almost getting in a fight?
What?
All
Please tell more.
right, so I've told this story on my stuff plenty of times, but this will be new if you haven't been paying attention to my stuff. All right. So I had just done a show in Winnipeg, Canada. Right?
Okay.
Canada, and this is when me and Chia were kind of new. I don't even know if we were officially dating yet. All right. So after the show, we all went to go to this late night Chinese food spot. All right, and it was me, Chia, my homegirl Erica Davis. She's a singer. Like I was rapping at this show, right? And the promoters were all girls as well. So it was me and it's a table full of girls. Chinese food spot. It was probably like 1 a.m., 2 a.m.
Yep.
Like that. So first, this big burly like Filipino tank looking dude comes in, tatted up. He comes in with his homegirl, right? She they walked by, they saw us at the restaurant. And she's like, oh my God, can I get a picture? And the guy's like, bro, yo, I'm such a fan, blah, blah, blah. Big dude, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, of course. It's all good. It's all love. Then his drunk, she might like, she's like a brunette, possibly Middle Eastern, I'm not sure, like Lebanese, something like that. She comes in drunk, right?
She's with him, the big guy?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's his girlfriend, right? So she comes in and she's like, why are you taking pictures with him? Why are you taking pictures with him? Who are you? Who are you? Who are they? Who are they? And then and she's like, I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. So everyone's kind of annoyed, right? He's like, babe, relax. I'm sorry about it. Just chill. She's drunk. And then so everyone's annoyed. Chia, under her breath, she's like, who are you? Right? and then
Shout out
so
to
now,
Chia.
so she starts, so his chick starts wilding. She's like, excuse me? Oh, who am I? Oh, trust me, you don't want to know. You should know who I am. You should know who I am, right? So then Chia's like, we don't want to know, right?
She doubled down on it.
Double there.
But I don't, though.
Under her breath, she's like, we don't want to know. Like, and so now she's going crazy, right? She's like, excuse me, and I swear to God, like it was like a half second. I could not have predicted this at all. Slaps Chia.
Oh,
across.
what?
Like, and let me tell you something. I don't even understand how this works because this was a big table, right?
She got like a Inspector Gadget
She
head.
like Elmer
Gadget
from
slap.
Space Jams, like slapped Chia across the table.
Woo.
So everyone's like in shock. Now I'm like, so now big dude, he realizes that his girl feels disrespected. So now he flips.
Oh,
so he's no longer
He's
bad?
bugging out. So he goes. So okay. So on.
Wait, so what did she do after she got
Let him tell the story.
He gets the gas. Let him speak.
You're doing so good. Let him
She
tell it.
gets,
Go get
okay,
to
let me
that
tell
part.
you. She gets slapped. She is in shock. She is not a fighter. No. She immediately goes to the bathroom with the homegirl and is like crying in the bathroom. Right. So now I'm like, oh shit.
She
So
shut down.
big dude, he starts wilding out. He tries to flip the table over.
It's a big
So I'm
table,
like,
right?
I like put the table. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, dude, I know this dude will kill me, but I'm like, I ain't no bitch. I'm like, I need to defend my woman's honor, right? So I'm looking at this guy like he's gonna like put me in the hospital because he's big, right? So I'm like, I put the table back down, soup is spilling all over the place. So I'm like, I
What
scan.
are the other girls at the
Shut
table
up.
Let him talk.
Oh no, thanks for reminding
Yeah.
me. Because Filipino
All right, that's
dude,
fair.
at one point, I think he's so mad he doesn't know what to do. At one point, he goes over to one of the girls at the table, messes up her hair.
Oh my.
Right? I know. Yeah.
I gotta get in on this.
So he's wilding. I'm like, I start to scan the room. I'm like, I need to hit him with a bottle. I need to hit him with a chair. Because this is the only way I'm about to make it through this fight, right? So I stand up. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, chill. So then, I guess like I don't know what happened, but he stopped and he was like, I respect you. Left. And that was it.
Where was the girl that did the slap and she left?
He just took his girl's room and was like, I respect you. And he left.
Oh my God.
You ever get the photo?
Let me tell you what.
You never got the
Before I
photo.
say you don't want to know who I am. These are women of her word. Who are you? You don't want to know. Yes, I do. Okay. I try to give you an out.
She got hit and it was
Now
like
you
Michael
sit there
Scott.
with
Oh
the
my God, it's happening. It's happening.
Now you sitting there with the hot face. Listen, there's no worse thing than being a man who has to suddenly defend his girl's honor. And you're in no position like, Chia, what is wrong with you? Why are you disrespecting this woman?
Yes, and let me tell you something, guys. Everybody out there, I'm way smaller in person.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone thinks I'm taller. I am little.
Let me tell you something. You think I'm small now? See me in real life. I'm even smaller.
I'm adorable.
It's shocking. I got a big presence. People think I'm taller than people think I'm like a good 5'7", 5'8". No.
That is a great story.
It was
Thank
an
you.
amazing
I
story.
bet
Sorry
it's
for
great.
cutting you off so many times.
No, it's
I
okay.
just be having questions.
I bet when she got slapped, you were like, well, that was unexpected.
It was
It escalated quickly.
man, it was crazy. I don't even know how it happened. 'Cause like I said, it was like a whoosh. You know what I'm saying? She had a little like bruise on her eye.
Right.
Yeah.
You
We
gotta
still-
set that
and we-
up.
and we still-
Chia versus girl, round one.
There we go.
Staples Center.
That's what I meant to ask you guys. We were talking about KSI and Logan. Who would you guys put yourself up against the box? That's another celebrity. Like, who do you think you'd be a good match?
Do you have to be able to like hate them or just I feel
No,
like I can
just
beat them up?
you don't have to hate them, but if you do hate them, that's cool.
But I feel like I can sock him and win.
In real life. I'll tell you who I would call out.
Okay.
Fat Boy SSE.
You're really doing
Why
this,
would you
though.
deal with Fat Boy
I
SSE?
don't dislike him as a person. I think he's, because we had this thing back in the day where I was Fat Drake and I kind of did it. I called him before I released the record and
Yeah.
Did you?
whatever. So yeah, I did. So it was cool. So we kind of went back and forth, but he
That was
like,
Fat Boy SSE was smaller than you in numbers wise, right?
right. Now he's way bigger in
And
numbers.
smaller than you physically.
Right, we're about the same size actually, because he dropped some weight too. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. We're like the same size. I think we were matched up. I don't dislike him, but I think we would have a
So you
good.
randomly just was like, I want to fight.
Well, no,
This
I
guy.
just when I see KSI and Logan, I'm like, well, who would I match? Because everybody's not big like me, so he's like close to my size.
Yeah.
Makes
I think
sense.
it would be good. So who could you see yourself against?
I think Shia LaBeouf could get these hands.
You would go against that? That's just so random. No, because you gonna pull up like, just do it.
Because I try to think of who's similar to my stature. You feel
He's
me?
a little. Is he shorter?
Yeah, he's little as well. I mean,
I would watch Tim and Shia go at it.
and I also respect him as an artist. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think he's weird, but I think all geniuses are kind of weird. I like what he does. You know what I'm saying? So I think it'd be
So you lace him up and go against him.
sure.
Would you go against Matt Rife?
Against that right?
Matt Rife is out here looking.
My is a beast.
he is like,
Joe.
he looks like freaking Dolph Lundgren in Rocky 4. Like he is cut
Literally.
for real.
And way cuter in the face. That boy is too pretty.
Yo, we seen him
He
turn
dated,
into that.
Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah.
Really?
For
Yes.
yes.
Shout out Matt Rife. I would
Yeah.
want to go against him.
I fight The Rock.
What?
Okay.
We're both
What?
260.
Oh my
I've
god.
seen The Rock, bro. I've
Dog.
seen The Rock.
You would go against The Rock?
Yes.
You would call out The Rock?
Oh, so he grabbed the helicopter in Fast and the Furious and held me by his mere brute strength?
I think they need to
I'll sock The Rock in the face.
You would box The Rock?
I ain't out of your mind. The Rock will probably squeeze my head and pop the brains out
But
of
if it's
the top.
boxing, it's
own
different.
Nah, man, he 260 and he probably would be 210 without the muscles.
I'd box Spice.
What?
Spice Adams?
Spice Adams. I'd box
no,
Spice.
Oh, you're wild.
Spice Adams was an NFL player.
That's my homie. I'd box him though. We're about the same size.
Here you get in trouble, getting yourself in trouble.
But see,
I'm
I'm actually friends with Spice and I'm cool with Fat Boy SSE. So these are people that we wouldn't be trying to kill each other, but I'd box both of them.
I'll beat The Rock up, bro.
I'll beat you up.
Why are you always trying to chop me up?
How's the fight?
The
No,
Ratchet
man, because I don't want to have to beat Doughboy up and then have him come into Ratchet and Ratchet with a black eye. He's literally lost every athletic contest.
I would beat you up in boxing.
He thinks he's stronger than me, and he's not.
Arm wrestle, arm wrestle, arm wrestle.
Kev, you want to arm
No,
wrestle?
I'm not gonna arm wrestle.
You wanna arm wrestle?
No,
Why not?
no. I'm gonna tell you why.
Why?
Because I keep hurting myself with Doughboy.
And
I beat him in
I would
basketball.
hurt you in a fight.
He hurt my back.
Okay.
I beat him in a race a couple weeks ago. I was sore for like 3 weeks. No,
Racing
I end up
takes a
with,
lot out of you.
yes,
Yeah.
and I'm not. First of all, I'm 36.
Yeah.
I'm not understanding. My brain thinks I am 17. My body is well aware of the changes. Things that happen, they have the longest residual effect. I raced him 3 times in a row.
Oh, God.
I felt pain for 12 days. And for what? To beat him on a video? To what end? I beat him in arm wrestling
We
or I
can sell on
lose.
Staples Center like
No,
KSI.
then my shoulder's hurting for another 2 weeks. I got stuff to do. I'm tired of beating you and stuff. No.
What's up, Tim?
We wouldn't sell out Staples Center.
Let's
We don't
box,
have
though,
to
boy.
Nah, man.
One more thing I want to ask you about. You guys are both on Wilder now.
Yes.
So I've been watching this show on, I don't know if you guys have seen it, you should check it out. It's called The Morning Show on Apple TV or whatever.
Okay.
Steve Carell, you know Matt Lauer's story, right? Where he got kicked off the Today Show?
For the Me Too stuff.
The Me Too
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's basically if you follow Matt Lauer's story from that moment on, right? And one thing I saw in this episode today that made me realize that I'm glad I'm not in Hollywood like that. Hollywood is the network game of it is some dirty stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now you guys have been in TV more. You've been in a lot of TV. You've done some episodes. What do you like or dislike about being in the industry at that level to be on a TV show? Because you had more experience than both of us. I know Doe was actually done. It was 2 seasons or 3?
4. And I'm going back for my 5th.
4 seasons. You did like how many
Like
technically? Because I know
7.
you guys shot like 2 a year.
I did 6 for the last couple years we were doing like 2 seasons a year, so I did 6 years, 8 seasons. Yeah.
8 seasons. So what is that like? Like what would the average person who's not a part of that world be surprised about?
I mean, which aspect are you talking about?
Just like being a talent in the Hollywood industry. Is it as good as it looks? Because the morning show thing makes it look like Jennifer Aniston, who's the main character in Secret, it looks like they didn't even enjoy their life Like they're filthy rich and they're.
Oh, it's a show about like a network. TV
It's a show about
Okay.
like the Today Show.
Was
My
it
tongue is
serious?
heavier than usual. It's a drama about the Me Too movement, basically.
Okay.
But it has a lot of inner workings of the industry, the like nasty part of Hollywood network,
Gotcha.
executives and stuff like that.
Well, okay, so here's my thoughts on this,
Okay.
right? Because a lot of people will move to LA to pursue the dream. You feel me? And a lot of people will leave hurt and broken, and they
Because
feel
LA don't care about you.
and they want to talk about, you know, how fake LA everyone is out here and how like everyone just wants to use you and blah blah blah. But here's the thing about it is I feel like if you come out here, then what are you here for? You know, are you here to make long-lasting bestest friends? Like that's not what you come to LA for. That's not what you move to Hollywood for. So I always tell people, like, first of all, there's a difference between LA and Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood is the fake shit, right?
Yes.
Because I grew up in LA. You know what I'm saying? All my friends who are also from LA, we are thorough out here. You know? And like, but when you go to Hollywood, I don't even think calling it fake is necessarily true because you're in that world for a reason.
Right.
When you're going to these networking events and you are trying to network, it's not because you're trying to like find somebody to actually confide in and have like as a friend forever. You are out here to get work, and these people are looking at you as potential work as well. We're all here to help each other out. So it's like once you stop looking at it like, oh, these people are using me, and realizing that like, okay, of course we can all help each other out. Of course someone's not gonna want to help you if you can't help them. That's pointless. You know what I'm saying? Are you coming here just to give favors to people? No. So it's like it's all part of the business that you're trying to be a part of, you know? I feel like once people understand that and stop letting it hurt their feelings, it's not as like cutthroat as they want you to think it is. Because I'm in it, right? I'm in it. I keep my friends, and then I have like the people that I have like a lot of acquaintances in the business that I'm cool with, that I work with, that I might drink with, and then I also have like I feel like now I have like a mid tier. You feel me? Where it's like y'all, I fuck with y'all. We go eat, we go drink, whatever. I would hang out with you on a personal level. Are you like my day one status? No. Do I only look at you as people I network with? No.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Tim's life.
And I think that's important to understand what your relationships are and what people want from it. And that is what's gonna keep you from like being like, oh my God, no, I have no one out here in Hollywood.
I think that's one thing that having a family, like an actual family, has helped me with because my kids, they don't care. They don't care what I do. I could work at Target, and I don't mean that negatively. Like they would be like, "Oh, this is great. You got
a red shirt.
You got a red shirt. I love that." My wife, another person. Like I feel like a lot of people have no grounding in LA. It's just all the second tiers. You have your actual parents, you know, and you have your friends that you know before. If Tim just fell off the face of the earth, you have Rick, you know, Chia, your parents. Like, bro, you still people that be cool with you. I think a lot of times you get around only people that will use you. That your show got canceled and you can no longer help them. They're out, and that's my fear of I never want to get to that point. Like me and Doughboy, I feel like, and Josh too, and Greg, like. I feel luckier than most because we have a lot of people who, you know, we had nothing. When I met Josh, it was just, he was an intern and I was at ADD like, bro, just surviving off YouTube money right before that. Doe was another friend that I fell off the face of the earth. He'd be like, hey, kid, sucks for you, but I'm your boy. You want to go to the game? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he was only my friend for what I can do for him, and I feel like that's the biggest difference. And you're absolutely right. People gotta keep it 1,000. You're coming to LA to try to make it big. These people who are big, they ain't there because they were nice, great people and stuff. They're there because they had creative ideas, and you gotta be cutthroat, or people will be cutthroat to you. Like you went, man, I got beaten so many contracts. Because I thought people were trying to be my friend. I signed some contracts early here, Tim. I didn't, no notes, no red line. I just was so happy. You sent me paper to sign. I was signing.
I think we've all been there.
When I looked at it, I was like, you don't love me at all. You just gonna take advantage of my stupidity.
You know what I've learned about the industry and being in a couple of years is just that it looks like a very big community and it's actually really one of the smallest. Like everybody knows everybody. So it's just really, really important. Like your reputation out here, like that was one of the main reasons like when I was like, I'm gonna stop drinking just because that was starting to be associated with my reputation. Like, oh, he's the guy that drinks.
Oh, drunk McGee over here.
So, but what I've also noticed is that in this game, it's really just a bunch of people all helping out their people. And I didn't know that before I got into it. It's like when you go to like these movies, like the writers are putting on their director friends, the directors are putting on their catering friends. So it's very much a situation like if you can get locked in with a good circle of people, it will.
That's why I always say people, Hollywood has a racism problem, but it's equal or on the same level is a nepotism problem. It's just that people in power, they put their friends on, and if your friends are not black, they're not necessarily excluding you on purpose. It's just that you look out for the people you can look out for first. Like AFI is where I first learned this. AFI, I don't know if you're familiar, American Film Institute.
Okay.
All these producers, when I first got into business, they all went there. And they, when you get out, you get this group of producers, you know, cinematographers, production design, all that. So when they get jobs, they look out for AFI people first. Black, white, indifferent, gay, straight. Like, if you, it's like the mafia. Like, I used to say you can't spell mafia without AFI. But they would look out for their people first, and it's just that a lot of times there wasn't enough black people going AFI. But the few who went there, they looked out for other black people, you know what I'm saying? So I hit my same people, like, you got a sound guy, and it's whoever you say is the person, is the person. You know what I'm saying? So I just said some stuff.
That's why. You just put it all out there.
As I was talking, I was like, "You're running out of real estate. The runway is in there. Your plane is just there ain't no lift up."
But look, that's why, to your point. That's why I mean I said it on the Ask a YouTuber video. It's like, I'm not that funny. I'm just nice. People like working with me.
That's I'm telling you, you can get so far just being a good dude. Like they never underestimate the power of just being a cool dude.
I told this story a million times, and I'm gonna tell it again. Doughboy survived 3 or 4 layoffs where I had to watch his name go from the cut pile to the stay pile because people didn't want to stop laughing. They always start him off with a fire. And then they'd be like, they get to his name, they'd be like, I mean, come on. Come on. They literally be like, die. There'll be no explanation financially or otherwise. They're just like, I mean, you can't. And somebody would take his name from that thing and back, and then they would make a reason for him to stay. Yeah. And there's people who were super talented that you just couldn't get. I had to let people go just because they couldn't get along with anyone.
I've literally seen people get taken off a project they didn't even know that they were put on because people didn't like it. I've heard them be like, hey, let's use this guy. They'd be like, oh, I'm not going to be on set with that guy for 2 weeks. Forget about it. So your reputation.
You don't even know your name's getting thrown up and discounted.
Right.
Like you know, because, and Tim, also, I said this on Aska, you never charge what you could charge.
Well, let me say something. I want to add something to that.
They're like, Tim, $5,000 a day. You're like,
wait, ADD was paying?
No, absolutely not.
Let me tell you about Tim, and I always say this, I always give him these props, man. Tim and Ricky Shucks actually are like the coolest dudes in Hollywood because they're really on a high level, but they never act like Hollywood or funny. I remember when I met Tim, when we met at the audition for Wild 'N Out. This was back in 2013 or whatever. I had never heard of him, and we both auditioned around the same time, but he was just super cool, super humble. I remember meeting other people, and they would just drop their credits like, oh, I've done this, I've done that. Remember when I met Tim, he was just like, hey, man, I'm Tim, like that. We swapped information, so then once we made it to the second round, I remember looking him up and being like, this dude is the man on YouTube. Like, he has so much accomplishment, but he's always so humble, and he always, like, he's never, like, hit me with none of that Hollywood stuff that a lot of these people do. So I just want to give you your props for being one of the coolest people.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying?
I want you to talk about this real quick before we wrap up. Before we start shooting, you were telling us how Wayne Brady almost
tell that story.
Wedding. Yeah. Tell us again, because we had to cut it short so we can start this. But run it back from the very top.
Okay. Let me tell you. Okay. Well, first of all, I got married a year ago.
And you did not invite Doughboy, but I'm okay about it.
I didn't invite none of y'all.
I saw the pictures. I was like, I didn't expect to be invited. But it was a nice looking wedding.
It was really fun. It was really expensive, and it was really fun.
Did you pay for it yourself?
I did.
Well, your parents ain't going cheese, mom and dad ain't chill.
They ain't got no money. I'm the one with the money.
And I love, you guys have the classic wedding pictures. The Step Brothers joint, the pictures.
Yes.
Some of the best ones.
Yeah, we took those for the wedding, yeah. Originally, I had hit Nick Cannon to officiate my wedding. If you don't know what the officiant is, the person says, do you take this person to be the, blah, 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 you may kiss the bride, blah, 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 right? And it's actually not really hard to become an officiant.
Right.
So I was on set for Wild 'N Out, I think maybe like some years ago, and I was like, hey, Nick, what if you officiate my wedding? He was like, yeah, I'll do it. Cool. So then it was coming down, we're scheduling everything. My wedding planner was like, okay, so what's up, blah, blah, blah. I'm texting Nick's like assistant. I'm like, and I was getting no like feedback in terms of like, are you like official for this, you know? So I was like, all right, he's too busy, whatever. So one day I was leaving New York, right? I forgot what I was shooting out there. I was shooting something in New York, and I just upgraded my flight to first class that morning, right? And I was going through security, and I saw Wayne Brady, and I was like, oh my God, it's Wayne Brady. It's early. I'm not about to bother him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm gonna let him do his thing, whatever. So I think he went through security first. I went right afterwards, and then he was like, hey man, just so you know, you're really funny. And I was like, man,
Wayne Brady
yeah.
came up to you?
I was like, Wayne Brady.
Wow.
I was like, hey man, I love who I was anyway. I used to
crying now?
I wasn't crying. But I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm a big fan, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, well, hey, have a good flight, right?
Yeah.
I sat down in my seat first, and in my head, I'm like, he about to be sitting next to me. Wayne Brady is about to sit next to me. Sure enough, he comes in, sit next to me. So, like, we dab it up, we're just kind of talking about YouTube stuff, talking about Who's Line, talking about everything, right? And then we exchange contacts. Yeah, let's work, blah, blah, blah. Cool. So, texted him just to touch base, and then after I felt the Nick Cannon thing fell through, I was like,
So Nick, so when you say Nick Cannon fell through, so you just got to the point where like I can't wait any longer.
yeah, I was like, I need to get this plan in order.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me see what's up. So I texted Wayne Brady. I was like, hey man, my wedding is on this day. What would you think about officiating my wedding? And he was like, oh, I'd love to.
That's a strong opening text. Nice to meet you, Wayne. Appreciate my wedding. Side eyes up.
Some other conversation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he was like, yeah, I'd love to. Cool. So he was down. Like, as we were getting closer to the wedding, he was talking to my wedding planner, all that. You know what I'm saying? We had a dates locked. He was like, can I bring my daughter? She'd love to come. I was like, of course.
Can you imagine being like, oh, Wayne, there's no plus one.
I had to pay for the plates.
The plates are expensive. We got for that mignon. But yeah, I was like, cool. So, and then literally like a week, then it was getting a little shaky, you know what I'm saying? And then literally like a week and a half before, he told me that his assistant had messed up some dates. His assistant that he also had to fire because she was just like whack. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, you know what, man? I thought I was free that day, but I have to shoot a commercial that day. I can't move it. I'm sorry. I was like, So, but the 2 weeks leading up to that, I had been telling my boy David So, because we were shooting Send Foods while I was like, hey man. Hey, get ready, bro. Get some words together, because you might have to step in and do this for me, you know? And he came in and he killed it, and it was great.
It was beautiful, man.
Yeah.
And let me just ask you this. This is I'm pretty sure everybody wants to know. How far down that list was my name when you would have called Doughboy? Like, Dough, yup.
Well, here's what people don't realize. Right? If you have a wedding of 200, you know what I'm saying? It gets cut in half. You got 100 because you got your girl's family, you got your family. So that's 100. From that 100, everybody wants a plus one. So then it's 50, you feel me? And then from that 50, now I also have like cousins, aunties, uncles. So really, it's really only a group of like 20 homies.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Now you feel better, though?
I do.
It's like you got family members.
And there's a dollar sign attached to every name on that list. It's not like weddings are free.
So then if people don't come, you still have to pay for their food?
Yes, bro.
Oh, so now I totally understand it.
Yeah,
I mean, you could take 3-4 plates back. You know,
and I didn't know this until I had to do my wedding. I didn't know that you couldn't just like, because I had a homegirl invite me to a wedding, and I was like, all right, cool, got the date. Let me just show up. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh, you need an RSVP?
Yeah, you got an RSVP so they know how many numbers.
Oh,
and
Did you not get in?
No, I got in because I told. She's like, "Hey, what's up? You got an RSVP or what?" I was like, "Oh, that's how it works."
You're about to be a man of steel. Like, Tim who? He can't come in. I am Tim Delaghetto.
Last thing before we wrap up, I want to put this out in the atmosphere.
Wait, hold on a second. Let's just break real quick.
Okay.
Because I actually want to ask Tim something else
Okay.
before we.
Cut.
And that way, if it goes longer, we're not stuck with this video cutting off. Take 2 with Tim.
Kev, also right after this, you gotta do that Walmart pre-roll.
Walmart?
Yeah, that's what I was texting. Listen.
Walmart pre-roll?
There's a Walmart pre-roll.
Oh,
that's being attached
okay.
to this for
Okay. So before we do Xavier Omar.
Before
Is
we
it
do
going on
Xavier
this
Omar.
episode?
Yes.
Tim needs to be in here, or we can pre-roll without him?
I think it's just you. I don't. That's
Just me and
what
Dope?
It might just be you. I don't know.
Okay. All right, let's just call after we
That's what
close.
Jason said.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Doe. Go back on your, let me ask you this.
All right, so then I got to put you on the spot, man. So I didn't want to even ask you off camera because I want your honest response. I love your show, Send Foods.
Thank you.
I think it's great. I love food and I love to watch it. When can Righteous and Ratchet pull up to Sin Foods, man? We want to be a part of it.
Well, here's the thing about Sin Foods. It's only me and David. We've never had a guest ever.
Really?
Never had a guest.
That's why you need the first guest, man.
Well, you know what we can do?
What?
We can do a mukbang.
What's a mukbang?
Mukbang. You're not familiar with that? Mukbang.
Nobody don't be on YouTube like that.
Oh, okay.
You just watch battle raps.
So a mukbang is a internet craze. All right.
Okay.
A lot of people do these videos. Literally translated, it means eat show. It's a Korean word meaning eat show.
Okay.
So people will literally just eat, talk to the camera for like a 45 minutes to an hour, and they get crazy views.
You had you had us at eat talking to the camera. We're there.
That was a smooth curve, by the way. When you said folks, no. That's the first thing. This is why you're in the business. Because nobody forgot you told him no that quickly. All he wanted to do is say, can I do something with you? Not that.
Oh, and Kev was supposed to be on one of the first episodes of my new food show I'm doing, actually. Because, but then you couldn't, we had the schedule.
I had the schedule messed up. It came down to my son or Tim.
My schedule was open that day too, just in case you want to hit me on.
I got you.
I was looking at it. It says that day you were open. So
I got you. BlueChew.com, y'all. BlueChew.com.
I want to just say something before you. I want to be back on that show whenever you get to shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I really admire about you,
Too late.
this stage in your career, 13 years, 12, 13 years?
13 years on YouTube, yeah.
Okay, you completely shifted. From
Yeah.
sketches, you used to have your Tim's Closet channel. I can't think of the name.
Tim's Bakery, yeah.
Tim's Bakery. And then you paid for Sin Foods out of your own pocket for like a year.
Yeah.
And it got picked up. What in your mind said, look, man, I got to put my money where my mouth is. I'll create this show and then pitch it. At your big age career-wise, you could easily pitch that to somebody. And you were like, nah, I'm going to make it.
Here's the thing, man. A lot of the times, because I've been in the industry for so long, you just get sick of relying on other people, you know, and you can and I've built that kind of. I mean, that's the reason why I got on YouTube originally in the first place, because I was sick of going on auditions and you know, back then there was no parts for Asian guys. You know, we just started getting cool.
You got the Asian movie with the
oh, I'm so hyped for that.
The Christmas movie.
I'm going to watch that just to watch Khaleesi hook up with an Asian dude and show support. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like. You know, after you know, doing movies with the homies and submitting them to different whatever and nothing happening, you kind of get sick of waiting around for Hollywood, and that's always been my mind state. You know, I need to make this happen for myself.
Yep.
So I think that's just the wave. It's like it's best. I think the industry especially is kind of getting a little lazier in terms of taking an idea and wanting to shoot it. Now you kind of almost have to shoot a whole thing and be like, this is what it is.
It's already working.
Do you want to pay to put it somewhere? You feel me?
Yeah.
Especially with all these different apps that want to pick up different shows. So I was like, I have an idea. Let me just do it and hope that it gets picked up, you know?
So how long were you going to do it if it didn't get picked up?
I don't know. Well, that's the thing about it, too, is, you know, I was probably breaking even doing Sin Foods. You know, I would do like, and that's the thing, I was doing episodes like once a month. It wasn't even like a super consistent show. And, cause you know, you gotta pay for the crew, I paid for all the food, and we were only shooting in LA and San Diego because I couldn't afford to like travel with everybody. And I mean, I was gonna keep doing it as long as I could maybe secure some outside bags, some brand deal bags here and there, so it would make sense for me to come out of my pocket, you know? And luckily for me, when Thrillist was looking for new content, one of my boys that used to work at Maker, who really like effed with my content, was at Thrillist, and he was like, "Hey man, I love it.
Relationships.
Thrillist is looking for new content. You know, I love what you do. How would you feel about blah blah blah? We might have to cut some of the cuss words, but I was like, yo man, show me the bag."
That's where I don't. Hello, this is Timothy Chaturanga. Today we're eating rice.
Gee willikers.
I wanted to ask you something else before we let you go. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Oh, I'm a Pisces.
What was it? Oh, Wild 'N Out.
Yeah.
Right? You did 6 years of your life and 8 seasons, okay? And then it fell apart, right? I remember me and Doe ran into you right before that happened. You were like, you know what? Nah, I think I might be done with it. You were like, man, this you crazy. The numbers are running to the people. And you were just like, nah, I'm cool. So you ended up stopping doing that.
Well,
go ahead.
What's the question?
I don't know.
I
Go ahead.
Yeah, no.
No, I don't know.
Right.
Just talk. Just talk about the breakup.
Okay, so Okay, so yes, when you guys
Talk about the
let's talk about the breakup, man. Let's talk about the breakup because then you can put that in the title.
Yo, I literally just had
Yeah.
Drake gets booed and
Did you-
Y2.
did you, Kev?
Literally
Did
had
you?
to like we should put a slash there.
Tim
Y2
breakup,
let
yeah.
Tim break up with Wild N Out.
Oh.
SEO baby. This guy gets his
Oh,
seat.
look, I put Wildin' Out in a lot of titles.
Oh,
still.
yeah.
So when we had that conversation, I was definitely kind of like I was over it. You know what I'm saying? I was in the group chat with the Wildin' Out homies for like the past maybe like 3 seasons before I left. I was like, all right, y'all, this is my last one. This is my last one. I feel like I'm over it. I think I'm good. I'm good. And then I loved shooting in New York too. That was the thing about it too. And so when we did a season in Atlanta, I was like, I mean, Atlanta's fun, but I was like, maybe this is my last one, you know. And I was kind of feeling over it. But then someone said we might be doing it in like Miami or LA. So I was like, all right, I'll do one more season. In my head, I was like, I'll do one more, and then I'm off it, right? And then I was in Vancouver with Chia, chilling, and Niall texted me. He was like, hey yo, when you got time to talk? And I was like, I know what that means.
Everybody knows what that means.
I know what that means.
You get that text from John, you know it's bring your playbook.
So I texted him. I was like, yeah, man, we can talk tomorrow, but if this is what I think it is, you owe me a steak dinner, and I'm ordering some expensive shit. Like, he was like, LOL, got you. Called me the next day, and he was like, hey, man, well, you already know, like, we're just probably just going a different direction. And I was like, no, actually, when he called me, immediately, I was like, I'm gonna get the ribeye medium rare. I'm gonna get a lobster too.
Oh,
But I knew what it was, and for me more than anything, like I said, I was already kind of. I think they might have also maybe they felt that I was a little tuned out. You know what I'm saying? And like it was fun. It's always fun.
Yeah.
But I just, for me, and and like yes, it was ultimately their call, but I still feel like it was a mutual breakup.
Right.
I tell it to people like this. I feel like it was that girl that you've been wanting to dump for a while, but you're like, she's nice.
Right, yeah.
She hasn't
So
really.
no one stayed at AD for so long.
Right, it's like I don't want to break her heart.
Right.
And then one day she's like, maybe we should break. And you're like, yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not even gonna fight you on this.
Right.
So I feel like that's what happened. And more than anything, like I kind of feel like I did my part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was the token Asian repping for my peoples. I clapped back hard at any Asian jokes, and I almost feel like even people were running out of things to say to me. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
You just reminded me of a completely different thing because you talked about rapping.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't know, Tim used to rap. Are you still
And
in
he's
rap?
fire. His name used to be Traffic.
Rapping,
He got
yeah.
bars.
Yes.
I was trying to get
We
him
have
on
we have a one gotta go. We're just gonna do it.
Oh,
You're here
yeah.
now.
What?
Okay, so here's the one gotta go. Okay.
Rap
One
group.
rap group
Oh.
has to go. You know how the game works?
Yes, I do.
Okay. One rap group gotta go. Outkast, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Wu-Tang, or NWA. And we're gonna let you kick it off. Start with who stays,
Who stays first? So you say who stays?
and then we'll go down the list.
Who stays for me right off the bat is Outkast. Because Outkast really kind of like I just liked really obscure rappers growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like I was a big Outkast, Busta Rhymes, like Wyclef, people that was making weird music. That was my thing. I feel and Andre 3000's like top 3 lyricists for me. So Outkast is staying for me.
Okay, I'm gonna take. Is that your first one?
Yes.
Okay, Outkast stays for me too. I was in North Carolina when Outkast started popping. Southern Playlist of Cadillac Music. Me and you, your mom and your cousins too. Like at that time, they were doing that in the high school bands. They would always do they would do all the Outkast music. So it was like it made the music so much better for me. And I remember when Andre was at the Source Awards and they were booing him. Remember that? He was like, South got something to say, and he was not playing. I was just like, and I was living in North Carolina at the time. I was like, yeah, man, we the South.
Yeah, I nothing to say.
I know, but I was like, I'm out here.
They got something to say, and we're all from here.
East Coast, West Coast beef before that.
Yeah.
But once they did that, I was like, yes, man. It just Big Boy was so cool, and this was before Andre was like flamboyant.
Yeah.
They still were both kind of tough at the time. So Outkast is just quintessential great rap group.
First off the board for me would have to be NWA, just because you got Dre, you got Ice Cube. I people don't know, like I named myself, started rapping
People
after
know.
Doughboy.
Oh yeah.
He says it in each other. A lot of people don't know. The thing I said 700 times, it's still the thing I
So
say.
NWA, they just got so much lineage in the game, so that's what I was saying. Then I'll just go ahead and say my second one off the board. I say Outkast. Even though I do feel like Future is better than Big Boy. I do
What?
like Outkast.
He said Future is. I thought you were gonna just let it go by, but he could.
Future is better
He
than
said
Big Boy,
Future's
like-
a better rapper than Big Boy.
In my opinion, but I love Big Boy. Shout out to Big Boy. I've met him before.
That's for a different day.
But it's different.
It's a whole nother conversation.
But Outkast inspired. They come with some classics. Southern Playalistic might be one of my favorite albums in the world. So Outkast second.
And speaking about Love Below is also one of my favorite albums. Love Below especially. I will not disagree with you on NWA. You know, of course, I'm a Cali boy, and you know, and like, I feel like that was. So like when I was first really getting into rap and hip hop, it was like I remember second grade, like the homies singing like Onyx,
Yep.
and like that was like really like when gangster rap was really kind of the hitting like
Fresno
that.
Star was perfect for gangster rap.
Oh my
He
god,
couldn't do nothing acting wise. He couldn't do anything but be that character.
right,
Oh, yeah.
right.
He was always like,
Yes.
yeah, like,
yeah.
are you ever happy, sir?
Yeah.
Like ice cream? Like, I'm making like,
Yeah.
delicious. So I was making that face.
So yeah, you gotta have NWA, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube. Oh come on,
All right, come on.
come on.
Okay. So that's your second is NWA?
Yes.
Okay. My second is Bone Thugs and Harmony. Okay. I don't know why. At that time of my life in the South, we listened to so much. I remember the first Bone song I heard. We're not against rap. We're not against rappers, but we are against those thugs.
Yes.
Thugs. Like I remember at the time, there was a rumor that Bone sold their souls to the devil.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were gonna die in 1999.
Oh, my
Remember,
God.
it was Bone had some like dark, ominous
did.
tone.
Yeah.
It's Bone and Biggie, and then Crossroads.
Mhm.
I mean, to this day, one of my top 5 music videos. When we did that,
and
song
the
with Charles,
Black Talk with
I was
Charles.
like,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
Charles.
scary for real though.
Yeah.
At the first time, I was like,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is like the
It made me
devil.
miss my Uncle Charles. I ain't even have an Uncle Charles.
So,
Wow, I did have Uncle Charles.
You did?
Well, they called him. Well, it was
You miss
Chuck.
him?
It was even Chuck. I do miss him.
Chuck don't have the same ring. I miss my
Right.
Uncle Chuck. y'all.
Whatever happened to Tasha that was singing on the Thuggish Ruggish
She
Ball?
was killing it.
Tasha. Cleveland.
And they also rep Cleveland.
Yeah.
They're the first people I can ever remember who was like, well, we from Cleveland. And that's that on that. So
Yeah.
Bone is second for me to stay.
Okay, so now we gotta let one go. So
So
now
for me, it's NWA and Wu-Tang.
Ooh.
For Tim, it's Wu-Tang and Bone.
And mine's
Actually, it's
Wu-Tang
both of
and
y'all,
Bone.
Wu-Tang and Bone.
Alright, so I'll go first. I'll say what I like about both of them. Wu-Tang, they have a lot of different personalities. I didn't like all of them at the beginning. Old Dirty Bastard used to be my favorite. But then as I started, like I got older, I started listening to like some of Ghostface stuff, some of Raekwon stuff, the Purple Tape. I think he's super dope. Method Man is definitely fire. And there's some other of them that I don't even know their names, like Capadonna or something. I don't know him. But
Ghostface.
no, I like Ghostface. Ghostface I like. So yeah. And then with Bone, I love Bone. They had like I think they brought the melodic rap.
Ham bones, neck bones.
Shut up. If you had a group, you can scone Thugs and Harmony. So,
Go.
I like them.
Scones
The only knock I have to them is that individually when they did music, it wasn't never good.
But they're a group. We talking about them as a
Okay,
group.
so if one had to go between Bone and Wu-Tang, I think I give it a Bone.
Let me ask you
I never
something.
let go of Bone.
When you guys play this game, does getting rid of one group get rid of all the individuals?
All their
Yes,
work,
all of it.
everything
Everything they've
associated
ever
with.
done.
While you think about your answers, I know that I need to buy you some more time. I'm going to tell you my thoughts.
Okay.
NWA, great, love it.
If you out Kevin, I'll
Oh.
fight you.
Oh, Ice Cube,
If
Dr.
you just-
Dre,
Are you
the
getting
other
rid of,
guy.
does that get? Are you getting rid of Dr. Dre's
If you get-
production as well?
Because you would be getting rid of Eminem and 50 Cent too.
One,
You know that.
One got to go in all their work.
Okay.
Okay. Enter the Wu. 36 Chambers. Wu-Tang Love the Children. You got Method Man, Redman, RZA,
Kevin, I know
GZA,
you are not about to.
Ghostface, ODB. I mean, shall I continue?
You know-
Raekwon.
You know Dre brought you Snoop.
By the way, Ghostface Killer, he tweeted Zay Zay's video when he was first going viral.
Oh my god.
And he was, I love this little kid. Just gonna be honest with you guys, West Coast gangster rap didn't make it all the way to North Carolina. When I was falling in love with rap music, West Coast was very far away. Okay, the East Coast was right up there. New York is the birthplace of hip hop music. I'm sorry, Ice Cube.
No, you are not.
I am.
So you're not. So then you don't get Friday.
I live.
What? It's your favorite movie in the world.
It's not. Coming to America, my
But
favorite
he
movie.
gets how high?
I get high.
And you're
love
gonna
Dr.
get
Dre.
rid of Dr. Dre.
I'll live.
So you're not gonna get Snoop
Wow.
I know the way the game works. I'm okay. I feel like
from
Wu-Tang
Wu-Tang?
birthed so much more for me. I was never really listening to NWA.
Watch this. Name me 4 Wu-Tang songs.
What? Shaolin, Power Universal, The Realist.
She said Rush Hour.
I can't name you any NWA songs except After Police. I wasn't listening to it, memorizing the song. I just name you all the members.
You get rid of new.
Bro, ODB's feature on the
Do you
right
know all the
song?
Name me all the members.
I just named you like 9. I don't know all of them. I named like 9.
Niggas
though.
like RZA, Jizza, Method Man, ODB, Ghostface.
Raekwon.
No, Redman.
Redman is not in the Wu-Tang Clan. You
He was over there with them.
No, he was not. Never.
Redman.
Redman.
No, he
That was-
wasn't a part of the
he was
Wu-Tang.
But he was
Wu-Tang.
over there. He was
No.
Wu-Tang adjacent.
No, he was not
He was
Wu-Tang
adjacent.
Him and Meth and Red was like a thing. Cereal girl.
I know, but he's not one of the members.
Bro, he went
Was
to
it
Satellite Campus.
Capadonna? Was it a
Capadonna,
Capadonna?
Inspector.
You
Deck.
got and you got.
You got.
Inspector
Did you get all
Gadget.
9 of them?
I don't know. All right, so who you getting rid of, man?
RZA's in Snowfall.
I can't believe you.
He taught Franklin how to make the crack.
I did a Chum Dirty video with RZA.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
He teaches us how to
Tim
rap.
Delaghetto has fat. Tim Delaghetto did a song with the Migos. The Migos.
Wait, what? YouTube me this.
Let's
Really?
side tangent. All right. So Nick F's with me as a rapper as well as a comedian. So before you click on that, let me give you some background. Nick hit me up one day. He was like, "I'm gonna put you on a track." At first, it was supposed to be me, him, Future on the hook, and it was gonna be ASAP Rocky. And I was like, "Let's do it." You know what I'm saying? He was like, "It's a song about pajama pants." I was like, "All right, I will take it. If that's what you're putting down, I will pick it up."
Surprising, but okay.
But it was all about, I love to see how your booty shakes in the pajama pants. I was like, okay, I can roll with that. So then it changed from ASAP Rocky to being Big Boy from Outkast. I was like, extra lit. Let's get it. And then this was, mind you, this is way back. So not way back, but way back enough. So he was like, never mind, it's not gonna be Big Boy anymore. It's gonna be the Migos. And I was like, oh, Versace guys? Cool. This was before
Yeah.
Bad News.
Yeah.
Versace days. I was like, lit, let's do it. So I went in the studio. I was like, and I like to take the beat home and write to it, but he was like, I kind of want you to knock it out now. So I knocked the shit out in like an hour. Hardest verse about booties in pajama pants you will ever hear, all right?
It was just sweaty.
But
Thermals.
as a result, I have a song with Migos and Future and Nick Cannon called Pajama Pants. And there's the music video right there.
We'll watch this after. I want to hear your final thing. I did not know that.
Yes. Okay, so who are you getting rid of? Bone or
This hurts me.
or Wu-Tang?
Because I love Bone Thugs and Harmony. I love the Wu-Tang Clan. And to be honest, I feel like if you were gonna ask me what album, like greatest, what album would I put on right now, it'd probably be a Bone Thugs album over a Wu-Tang album. All right, but if we're gonna break it down into catalogs, and mind you, Crazy Bone has this dope out. The Mo Thugs family has this amazing song called Ghetto Cowboy, which I love, where it's like a western. But if we're gonna say Method Man's whole catalog, I love Ghostface Killer.
ODB.
And then the Meth and Red albums I love as well. But Meth and Red, you know what I'm saying? And you know, ODB of course. I might have to get rid of Bone Thugs.
Hey, high five with me. We're on the same page. Yes.
You're Bone Thugs and Harmony.
No, don't
That's
give him
grits.
that. Don't give him that.
You don't know what Harmony is.
No.
Harmony is
Side
grits.
note, another fun fact.
Is Harmony the same as Grits?
Yeah, it's like the same family.
Side
it's
note,
the red man of the grits.
this is the last side
Grits
note.
adjacent.
Another side note, fun fact. Tim and I had a rap song with Nick Cannon and Styles P.
Yeah.
What was that called?
It didn't make it nowhere. You ain't gonna find it nowhere.
They just
We
it was
did it though.
supposed to be a part of this whole
This whole
conversation,
rollout,
falling
man.
out thing. They
It
never,
was fire, though.
it was fire.
He made the video with those guys. I just sit in my vocals. They were like, the Doughboy vocals are in. They just scrapped the song. So, this has been a fun episode,
Been
guys.
great. We try to let Tim talk, but he's our
Yes.
boy. Y'all just be be kind to us in the comments. Tim
No, it's all
Delaghetto, tell the
good.
people what you're working on, where they can find you if they are new to you and they just
Okay.
fall in love with you today.
Well, yeah, of course you can go to my channel, youtube.com/Timothy, for all types of fun content. Mainly my podcast, No Chaser Podcast.
I was on it, and you
I
guys
was
were
on
very
it.
good.
Both of y'all were on
Shout
it.
out to Nikki Blades.
It
Yeah,
was
shout
great.
out to Nikki
Nice.
Blades. And so that's a great podcast. And also, I have a food show that's really fun called Send Foods that I do on, just look up Send Foods with a Z. Basic to Bougie is a food show I do on MTV. And,
How do you keep the weight off with all these food shows?
You do be eating a lot.
man, let me tell you, it's such a struggle, bro. Now that I am eating so much for content, when I'm in between shoots, I'm like, Chia's cooking me like healthy.
That marriage food be hitting different.
Yeah.
'Cause you was living on Postmates and Uber Eats for
I
years.
really
Now you got somebody, you hungry? Hey, who's gonna say no
Bro,
to
the
that?
first time I came home after a long shoot, I was ready to Postmates. And I was like, all right, babe, what you want to order from Postmates? She was like, no, I made you something healthy. I was like, oh, this is marriage?
We didn't even talk about your marriage.
Oh man, let's
I'm
talk about it.
married!
Let's talk about you. How is it? You've been married for a year now.
A year now.
How is it?
To be completely honest,
Tell us the worst parts of it.
no, I was gonna say it's lit.
Is it?
I love it.
Really?
It's great. Like,
Nice.
I, like
Look at that
100%.
joy, man.
It's really good.
Remember that, Kev?
I still have it.
Remember that feeling, Kev?
I have it. I still got the
Because you
joy.
guys dated for what? How many years?
Remember you had those 82 days of pure joy and
No, fun fact. I almost was married. This is how an indirect story with Tim ties in. I proposed to somebody in front of Tim at a
Oh,
party.
the drunk party.
I was
there. Oh man, that
I
one.
was
Yes,
embarrassed
yes.
for you.
Yes.
I didn't know this story until I watched his episode of the No Chaser podcast.
Right, so
Clip 2, and I had secondhand embarrassment.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
man.
basically back in my drinking days, shout out to a young lady. She was a wild and out girl named Brittany Duet. We went to her Super Bowl party, and I always thought she was dope before I started drinking, but 6 or 7 Hennessy's in, I
Yeah.
thought she's my wife.
Right.
So, so I proposed to her, and everybody else was protecting me from myself, like, "Don't get off your knee, don't chill." What does my good friend Tim do? Pulls out that vlog camera, don't man, that's the more man.
No, here's what's funny. It was like,
Embarrassing.
He was like, no, Brittany, look, we're getting married. I'm telling you, you're about to be my wife. I'm telling you. So I'm filming this, cracking up. I'm like, come on, get down. No, Rick was like, you're not even doing it right. Get down on one knee. And so he gets down on one knee in her kitchen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and Rick's like, no, I told you, I was afraid of you. I'm like, do it.
Use your life for content.
So, yes.
Is marriage everything you ever hoped for?
Marriage is I mean, I didn't even know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, we were dating for a long time, but we're long distance.
Yeah.
So it was like us moving together as a married couple was the first time we ever lived together ever.
Man.
So
In
it
today's
was
day and age, that's surprising.
it's yeah, completely. So but I always tell people the fact that I think that we were long distance for so long and thrived in that helped us into the transition of living together process because
Yeah.
we both know that we need our own space. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
So no one gets hurt if someone's like, hey, I'm gonna be over here doing my thing.
We should have you on the Love Hour and talk about long distance relationships.
Okay.
A quick question.
And different cultures.
Yeah.
Like you're not just like regular American. You have your Thai culture, and then she's Eritrean.
She's half Eritrean, half Salvadorian, and she's Canadian. So
That's 3 whole things. You had 2 weddings, right?
We
You had a
did.
traditional Thai wedding.
we had a traditional Thai wedding and a traditional wedding. Yeah.
Man,
And we
so-
were supposed to have a big Eritrean wedding too, but the immigration process, she was here for like a year, couldn't go back. And
Settle one last
So you
argument
put her
for us.
wedding off and make sure you got yours, huh? Because you're paying for it. I see it.
That's right.
Chauvinist.
Settle one last thing for us before we get out of here, because me and Kevin have been going back and forth on this thing.
Mhm.
I'm in a relationship now,
Okay.
and I plan on celebrating my 3-month anniversary. He
Okay.
thinks that I am stupid, and I should only be celebrating stuff like a year, 2 years. Is it cool to celebrate the months?
I think it's fine to celebrate the months up until the year. Up until the
Okay,
year.
so then once you get to the year, then it's just the
This is
year.
our
Yeah.
17th month anniversary. I love you just like
Okay.
this. I feel like months are done once you're out of high school. In high school, months mean a lot because that seemed like so much time.
But I
as
mean-
adults, hey baby, it's 8 months. You want to go to Sizzler?
Well, that's the thing.
Toast.
I think it's as cute as a night at Sizzler. It doesn't need to be
Yeah,
a
it
big
doesn't need to be
deal.
like, yeah.
It's like, hey, baby, guess what? We've been together 6 months. Let's go to Sizzler. It's cute.
Doe's definitely planning something bigger than 6
You fucking know that.
Absolutely.
About the
We
Cayman
were
Islands.
sharing months, but we were also 16 at the time.
Shut up. Thank you for pulling up.
Tim, you're
Tim.
great. Always.
Oh, of course, guys. Appreciate you.
Alright, man, this has
Next
been
week.
another installment. We'll check y'all next
Except the
time.
Righteous and Ratchet people, we'll see you guys this week.
Yeah.
Okay, by the way, the Righteous and Ratchet people in the comments, there's a whole hullabaloo going on here.
What
There's
is
people
it?
trying to marry people and stuff. I was looking out of the corner of my eye. What was y'all been doing in there?
What was that?
BlueChew.com.
All right, so we're going to cut the live broadcast and start over again. We got Xavier Omar coming in like 15 minutes, and we got to shoot something. So, y'all, if y'all ain't doing nothing with y'all lives, wait, the live can go on for how long?
I don't know, but we should end this one now though.
Why?
Cause no, not the live. I'm talking about this episode.
Oh, I thought you turned it off.
No, I'm
Oh,
still
turn
going.
it
All
off, turn it
right, bye guys.
What was y'all doing, though? We got to get in here and read these comments.
Yeah,
No, we gotta-
jeez, that was
Brandon,
long.
we gotta get that.
Okay,
drop
so what do
though.
we need to do? What
Do you
is
need me for that?
It's in your
All
text now. They said just Kev.
Okay, go.
right, so do I need to... Let me look at it.
You have to reword that in your own. Make it your own, pretty much. You know how to do this. Let me get more water.
This is going on for this episode?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do y'all want to just stay on this whole episode and keep it going?
Yeah, and if it stops, I'll restart it.
Okay.
I think that's fine.
We the right pack, not the quiet pack. Somebody was like, "Nah, girl, he married. No, he married. Like, hold up, now, what was happening in here?" Dang, it's a lot of comments. They weren't even paying attention to the episode. They're like, yeah. So what's up with your girl? Oh no, they were. Redman's not part of the Wu-Tang Clan.
That was
All
a
right.
great
That
episode,
was-
player.
yes.
You're
Woo!
a great
Let
talker,
me check
sir.
on
Thanks, guys. Hey, we're real friends.
Real
So it's
friends.
like you can always tell the energy and the chemistry is different when you actually like.
And I might still be there when you get. You never know. Like, 'cause they got me in there. They just booked my itinerary, so I'm there the 10th and the 11th. Supposed to be out the 12th.
I'm there the 15th only.
Right. So
Is it
if
this
they
whole
keep me-
season of OGs or just a couple episodes?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're bringing back certain OGs to do like a day full of episodes, and they're
Yeah,
just
I'm
kind
doing
of
two.
rotating them.
I'm doing total two. But if I do end up sticking around, I'll see you out there.
Alright.
Hey, yeah, man, let's do that mukbang, man. Let's get together.
Yeah,
man.
I never said it out loud. I thought it was mukbang. I didn't know it was pronounced mukbang.
I just assumed it was. I think just going by my knowledge of Korean, pronouncing Korean things and the way they spell it, I think it's mukbang. I actually think it's mukbang.
Oh man, they ain't American people ain't finna go.
So what do you do with that? So
You,
basically,
you ain't seen the videos of people you having like. First of all, do you know Jerry, the dude from New Orleans?
Jerry,
He used to
no.
do a sketch. He used to do a whole sketches on YouTube. His whole channel is ASMR
Eating
mukbang
food?
stuff now.
You talking about Jerry, light skin dude?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All he does is ASMR videos, but they be having like huge. Look.
Check it out. Yeah,
Look,
yeah,
there's
it up.
like huge lobsters and stuff.
let's do that. That'll be hecka fun.
I literally just do like, and I don't even be eating that much. It's all about the conversation more than anything for me.
Okay.
They
Like-
just always be having these. The thumbnails always like this huge smorgasbord of food.
Yeah, look at Mukbang Timothy, and then look at mine.
Oh, you do it already?
Man, I do them all the time now. That's been my main on my channel.
They be doing numbers?
Oh.
Why we got fired for Wild now?
Yeah,
Extra
bro.
Secrets, Buffalo Wild
Look,
Wings.
the one I did with Darren did 3 million views.
Dang.
3.8. Why we didn't know, dog?
Oh, we doing a mukbang. Let's do that.
Isn't that crazy? And they can be long as hell. People. This video you're about to watch is brought to you by Buffalo.
So they sponsored it?
Well, that was my only. Well, that's my second sponsor one. Yeah.
So they just send you the food?
Mm-hmm.
So y'all just literally eat food and chop it up.
Literally just eat and talk. I barely cut anything out. It's 40 minutes long. And apparently they got
Let's do
popular
that. That'd be fun.
because people would just put it on during their
While
lunch
they're
break.
eating, right.
Well, let's do it.
Come on, we gotta do that.
All right.
All right, what else you need me for?
You're good, bro. Your
Cool.
car, George is back here.
Perfect.
I've just got to, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
All right, I'll let you do that. All right, man. Good seeing you, bro. Always a good time, man. I'm gonna send you this album, man. I just finished it.
Send it to me.
So, when's Traffic coming out with an album, man?
See, I'm doing my first album as Timothy Delaghetto is what I'm working on.
We gotta do a song together,
Let's
man.
do a track.
Are you retiring Traffic the name?
Traffic? I retired Traffic a few years ago.
I thought you just stopped making music.
I did. I mean, I've hopped on a few people's features here and
Yeah.
there in the past couple years. Like I did a song with David recently, a couple
David
months
song?
ago. Yeah.
Is that the one where y'all joking around? With this?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a real song.
Oh,
I
it's
thought
a
y'all was
real-
just playing.
If you listen to the actual song, it's a real song.
Okay, I'm gonna listen. Y'all, we're not leaving. If y'all want to just hang out in here, y'all can.
Oh,
Jerry Levine, that was his name.
Jerry Levine.
Jerry Levine.
And don't forget pajama pants as well.
Pajama pants. I'm about to turn that on right away after doing this.
Alright,
Hey, what's up, man?
It's nice meeting you.
It was great meeting
Take
you.
care.
You are so funny. You guys were great together. It was really fun to watch.
I'm gonna pee real quick and then I'm gonna get in this
My
house.
audience.
Xavier's here.
EXO?
Oh, not yet. He's getting dropped off.
So George gonna take Tim back?
No, it's this new guy. I don't know.
Ahmad, like
He's picking him up.
Okay.
No, it's
New dude's picking Tim up?
dropping off X and picking up Tim.
Okay, got it. All right.
So we'll just do this after
Do what?
the.
Oh, you want to do the drop later?
Well, I was
Does
trying
it
to
have
knock
to be
it
done
out.
today?
She says it needs to be up in the episode tomorrow. So
So it just needs to be added to today,
yeah.
but not necessarily.
You want to
right
just do it
now.
on your phone later?
No.
Okay.
'Cause I'm gonna have to send it to you.
I don't know the
Let me just call
context
Melissa.
of this.
Let me just call Melissa. 1:30, she was saying, yeah, for after this, if you want to order it now, we can, and we'll have it.
She said she scheduled it.
Oh, did she? She was trying to do it last night and it didn't work. Oh, you said ask her. Liz. Two things. One, did you order the lunch already?
That was awesome, guys.
Okay.
You guys are so
Two,
amazing.
what am I supposed to, I need to do this Walmart thing right now. What, am I just supposed to read this thing?
Hello.
Yeah,
I met you before. I thought, yeah.
I'm Linda. Nice to meet you. Hi.
Hello, hello.
Linda, nice to meet you.
Josh, nice to meet you.
Good to see you, bro. You too, man. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey.
How you doing? Good to see you.
As a guy? Okay, we'll do it after this with Xavier Omar. What's up, my boy? Yeah. We'll shoot it before Josh leaves. Okay, I'll just call him after and I'll shoot this. All right. Hello, lovely wife. I'm Kevin. Nice to meet you. I'm a hooker. I'm joking. We just have one thing about this. Your name one more time.
Kristen.
Kristen. This is Xavier Omar.
Yeah.
This is Linda. She's one of my friends.
Yeah,
She's a writer. Oh, okay.
You guys want any water or anything?
Oh, you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm ready. I got it.
Oh, you're leaving on me.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was.
Y'all have more just water?
Perfect. I'm glad you
We
got
might.
everything you need.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I
I'll
didn't
take that on
hear
camera.
everything,
You got a little just deal?
Yeah.
All right,
Fire.
here's what it's like.
We're trying to get one.
I'm doing it for tour and we got a bunch of the houses.
Yeah.
But I, yeah.
Yes.
Bye.
You already got there?
Yeah.
All right, Tim.
Please use your rest.
Okay.
You got more just water? You got a deal.
You got to deal with just
On camera, yeah, but I mean, I'll drink anything. Oh.
You can't drink just water?
No, I need it.
Oh, you can drink just water. Okay. Yeah, we have just water.
Okay, that's great.
Yes, sir.
Are we here with the new, never mind.
Hi, Mama. This is Xavier Omar. Hi. You don't know any listen to music?
Drink water too?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bro.
You guys get in?
Yesterday, really early actually. So it was almost like 8 a.m. We were lucky that the hotel let us in early. And in the hotel room, I don't know if you've seen any of my stories yet, but yesterday we got in and I noticed, I was like, oh, is this like a part of the cartoon, like on Cartoon Network, or is it Frozen? I was like, okay, this is Frozen. So I was like 8 a.m. and then I'm just like switching through, whatever. Then I noticed about today, oh, it's just stuck. Like they didn't fix it at all.
Oh no.
And so this morning, we're going through the channels and she goes to Cartoon Network and it's still that way and I just laughed. I couldn't help it. It was so funny.
You just stuck on Cartoon Network?
It's just, no, that, on Cartoon Network, it's just, I'll show you. It's just this kid, just like sitting on the ground, buckled up sadly. And I was like, is this, what's going on this channel? And I said, I'm gonna keep coming back here and give them updates all day. Let me see. So that's what it's been like since, since yesterday. This channel's work. So that's 8.
You just posted. So it's just Cartoon Network.
Just Cartoon Network.
Oh man, someone's getting fired. Someone's literally losing their job today.
Oh my god.
That's wild.
I can't wait to go back before we go to sleep and put it up.
Same thing.
Oh.
That was awesome.
Yeah?
Hysterical.
You liked it?
My gosh, the story about his girlfriend slash wife getting
On that fight?
swatted.
Oh man.
That was epic.
What's up, XO?
Man, all now, man, you know what's going on. You know what the FPD,
You know what TF going on?
you know what the FPD about.
How long you in town for?
I leave Thursday.
Oh, okay.
I'm never here long.
See.
I don't do.
In and out.
Hello?
Is this a new thing?
Allah.
Hey, what up? on set. I'm working. What's going on? Today is really tough for me because I'm on set all day and then I have a show out in Rialto. So today's kind of tough, but well, yeah, I have a show tonight in Rialto. I gotta drive out there.
Art stuff?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but I don't know. Maybe later this week, possibly. Okay, I'll hit you up. But I'm about to go because we're about to start shooting. Okay, peace.
Oh, that's so
Man's got a show tonight.
Oh yeah, I'm Rialto. I'm actually about to really start being more proactive and doing stand-up. So 2020 is the year I want to record and drop my first special.
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
So I gotta be on stages a lot more. So I actually just secured a room, so I'm gonna be doing a weekly room. And actually I already have to, so life is good, man. Yeah, man, I finally finished the album, man. We wasn't able to connect, man. We gotta get on the next one, man.
Okay.
For sure.
It's all good. It happens like that anyway.
Yeah, just moving around, all that.
Find it though.
No, it's not. I was actually surprised at my local CVS.
I'm shocked it's still, yes.
You ready, bro?
All right.
Yeah, man.
Was there anything off?
Be in touch.
Okay. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much for letting me watch.
Of course.
Yeah, we still got leftover topics that we could go into this one. Oh no, it'll be 2 weeks over
You
there.
want a real chair? I can talk comfortable real quick.
Is there anything you don't want to talk
I
about?
can bring this one in too. It's up to you. I guess I don't even know.
Are we still live right now?
Uh-huh.
You're
Yeah,
live.
yeah, they're
I'm
live.
only saying that you're live just in case,
Yeah, yeah.
just so you know.
On the bonus episode?
No,
Oh, your main.
but they get to watch
They can
the.
watch you regular.
Okay, cool. Main gang.
Main game, man. Yes, baby.
It's kind of weird watching myself like.
It is.
Or what? Oh, the delayed.
They said let Xavier talk in this episode.
Is that we were over talking Tim?
Yeah,
At the beginning we were.
and the first half, absolutely.
Oh.
We were.
Guy?
Bro, that episode was.
It wasn't an interview at first. This is an interview at first.
But I was over talking Tim?
Bro, that episode was like an hour 30. We gotta just keep that in mind with the ads though, guys, because that's the only thing.
Tell them to shut up.
Y'all can tell audio room to shut up. That's fine. That's fine with me. I mean,
But we hit the ads on time. We just went longer. We can go longer.
I mean,
we hit them on time, but they're not in the increment where they want them throughout the episode. Because they want
Last time we
to.
had this problem, they said it's okay as long as the last one was in. If we have a big problem, we can.
Because the last one, there's still 45 minutes
Yep.
left in the
We'll let
episode.
them say something before we stop.
All right.
And in the future, we ever have a problem, we can
I thought I was being.
shorten the podcast and we can keep the additional content for later
Mhm.
and put it up separately.
Well, I mean, if
we
we
just do part 2.
all I'm saying is we plan on going longer, we just start the ads later.
Actually, you know what we can do?
What can we do?
Even better.
What can we do?
Stop
What's
the
even better?
episode at 1 hour or 15 and just do part 2.
Like we did the bonus for.
And upload on the same day. If we have a real problem,
And it's another upload.
boom. Because on the video, it doesn't matter. The ads only matter for the audio version.
I was trying to like consciously make sure I wasn't. I thought y'all were gonna be like, yo, dude, you didn't cut him off dog.
No, we never will say that.
What's up?
Yeah, Jessica Williams, we're all eating chips. Not chips, they're these Quaker things. The Rice Crisps. They're really good.
All right.
I ain't eat breakfast, man.
I didn't feel what it does now. I was at the gym this morning.
You were in there?
I'm going right after this.
What you doing there?
Just cardio today.
Mm.
I was watching that show. I'm telling y'all, bro, y'all gotta watch Steve Carell, Jennifer Aniston. I owe her an apology. Oh my God.
Oh wait, her the bonus show?
Man, you watch it?
No, I just heard about it.
She's so good in it, man.
She got that award at the PCA.
What you gonna work for?
Icon or whatever.
Is it the morning show?
No, she didn't get it for herself. She got it for the People's Choice Awards.
Oh, got it.
And so she talked about this like on the show there. And I was like, oh snap, what is that? And they showed the ad for Apple Plus.
Got it.
Because they're smart. Oh snap, okay.
Apple Plus is free for the first year too. Excuse me one
I
second.
don't have Apple anything, so it's just like you have to have Apple TV to use it, right?
No.
You
It's
don't.
just on your phone.
Oh wow, I didn't
I
know.
was like, I'm sure you have an iPhone.
Yeah.
Hey, so,
Hello.
hey, Cal.
are you?
That's wild. Yeah, I just did Disney Plus this morning.
I'm not enough today, man.
I'm not about to get another one, bro.
Bro, I already got YouTube TV, Hulu, Netflix,
Hulu's
Stars
in,
app.
Hulu's in the Disney deal.
Oh,
The
okay.
bundle, right?
It's in the bundle.
How much is that? 50?
No, it's 12.
Oh, that's.
And so because if you already have Hulu, the no ads version, it will give you Apple Plus and
Right.
ESPN Plus, and it'll take it does some type of math. To
Oh, wow.
I'm no mathematician. That sounds like a good deal.
Or something like that.
Mm.
So,
That's what I mean.
all I know is it was cheaper because I'm on premium Netflix and that's only selling $15 a month, right?
Wow.
What's premium Netflix?
So no, I mean Netflix
Oh,
has a
premium.
premium option, and that's $16 a month.
I'm not gonna drink these, but kind of waiting on it.
Someone said I'm risking my employment to watch this. I know it's going to be a good
Somebody
episode.
said talk about Arsenio special on the bonus episode.
I didn't get to watch
What? But
You're 7 years.
This is not
the
good.
time you thought about watching it was wasted. Just the thought. We were like, I should waste it.
I watched like a little bit of it. I was like, it wasn't that funny, but maybe I'll come back to it. It wasn't.
one of his jokes was so telegraphed out, but I know he's not about to say what I think he's about to say.
He said
The
it?
joke about the Bill Cosby thing.
I don't watch
He was cussing
I was
for
just
no
like,
reason.
I know that from the first thing he said, I was like, this is a Bill Cosby joke, and then it's absolutely a Bill Cosby joke.
Lo and behold.
That's not what the writer can tell what the artist trying to say after the song.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
I didn't
remember
know
him
that he
doing
did
stand-up.
that.
I didn't think so either. That's why I was like,
I just
oh.
remember him from the talk show.
I remember this.
Right.
Keenan Ivory Wayans as Arsenio might be one of the funniest things I remember seeing. Remember
You
when,
never was what?
when he used to act like in Arsenio Hall and when he used to spoof in Living Color? Oh, I mean,
I'm missing Living
Yeah.
Color.
We don't talk about Living Color now.
They deserve more. They just have one season, right? They deserve more than
they
that.
had way more than one season.
All right.
Boy.
He was a baby.
I saw one season.
They had a bunch of seasons, like
Yeah.
5 or 6.
I thought they were cut short. What happened?
White man.
Somebody left. Somebody
Jim Carrey, I think Jim Carrey.
Mm.
That's what it was.
Jamie Foxx started on Living Color. You probably didn't know that, did you?
Bro,
What
they
was his
produced
name?
so many stars.
You didn't know Jamie Foxx was on Living Color?
I knew he was on. I didn't know he started there. You need to relax, first of all. Yeah,
First
bro.
of all, I'll fight you.
First of all,
Start there.
call George
I don't know
Washington.
that much about it.
You shouldn't.
I'm 29. I don't know much about it, so you can't.
You weren't even a.
Yeah, square up. Let's talk
You
outside.
didn't know that Jamie Foxx started off on
Well,
Living Color?
to know that he started there, how could I know that? I just knew he was on it.
So y'all remember Wanda?
Yeah, I remember him being on the show, but I didn't know that.
They went for 5? Oh, they had a good run.
What year did it start, Greg? 91?
He was definitely young.
Mm.
I don't remember Jordan's first 4 championships.
You shouldn't.
We was young.
I think I remember him.
1990 to 1994.
Oh, yeah, I missed 3 of those. I was only alive for 2 of those seasons, man.
Literally not alive.
Man, either you young or I'm old.
Yo, I mean, we're not going to argue either one of those. I mean,
So how old were you in 1990? 20?
No, I was 11, you fool. But I was already in the street studying. So life was already real for me.
how was the Civil War?
All right, I'm ready. You ready, Joe?
Yeah.
Ready to skip your homework?
Yes, sir.
So you gonna be listening to the questions?
Mr. Omar.
I got him.
I'll pull it up too.
I got him right here.
Oh, snap. We taking live questions?
No.
Oh,
Don't worry, I have some questions for you.
Oh, dope.
Oh yeah, we got you, man. I'll be producing this thing on the low, you feel me? And this thing here.
It can't. I'm just more concerned about the mic being in
Y'all might gotta
That'll be in it, but
stop me at times. I'm a talker. I just be going.
no, man, we're letting you
Once I
talk.
get that- Once I get something in my
Yeah,
head.
that's fine. We got to learn to shut up,
I'm
so
a
just be
long
compassionate.
explainer, I should say. There it is.
Okay.
So they thought I was cutting off 10.
In the beginning,
First,
we
the
go
first
for it.
time, yeah.
But
I
here's
mean,
the thing, though. It wasn't an interview.
and it's always a problem when it's people we've had around before. It's, hey,
Ooh. I did hear you talk
The,
about it.
the new one's coming in Amazon. You need a friend.
did you order it?
I ordered it that moment.
We should shadow box it.
What's that mean?
Just it's like a thicker frame.
I don't know what you're saying.
Okay, I'll take care of it.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Joe, how do you want to do the ads? You did great, by the way.
Thank you. So we got honey. I can do honey. Warby Parker.
Yeah, when I asked you, you were like, yeah, I'll do that one. Then you had the other ads pulled up. You ain't even tipped me off.
Let me live these because she gonna get some Warby Parker glasses.
Oh.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, there we go. So we'll okay.
She said, Nick said
And then
what?
legacy box. All right.
Nick, your name was coming up in the comments. What was up with that, Nick? I saw Nick. I saw a lot of Janice. What was going on, Nick?
Tara Monique says she hates global warming. I don't know what
Nick
did I
was
miss.
the one. He was up in them. I'm going back to those comments, and y'all was acting up. Y'all in trouble. Y'all better not be in there pretending to fornicate and preparing for that. They don't be having no sex on my watch. Y'all better keep your peens and vagines locked up. You hear me?
Peens and vagines. Hold on one second. Let me pull up one other thing.
You can slide it, Kev. So that way you don't.
Ready?
Yeah.
Righteous and Ratchet feeding the comedic R&B stylings of Xavier Omar. Take one. Oh, Nick was the one that was married that somebody was asking about him. They're like, is he married? Oh yeah, he married girl. They was like, we gotta follow each other on Kev's last post, comment on that. There was a whole bunch of stuff happening.
Okay. Y'all ready to get this going?
Yeah, man.
Right. Okay.
Hold on, though.
So
Okay, we didn't say who's doing what.
Hey, you know, I think it'd be funny if we do it like this, because, I mean, the Patreons will know, but people won't know when we do it. When we do the Righteous and Ratchet song, we should, like, harmonize and do it, like, good sounding.
no, relax.
Come on, guys.
You know what's funny about that? I don't know how people who can sing harmonize.
Really?
They like know what their voice needs to do, and then their voice does it. When I sing, it just comes out. I be like, oh, cool.
Just sing it as better than normal.
Okay.
I have no confidence that y'all are gonna.
And you shouldn't. You
Okay.
should have no confidence.
You should, no. If anything, let him harmonize with you
I am
guys.
so
It's
It's
not
not
be
good.
tone deaf to not be able to harmonize.
I got
We're gonna show you. We're gonna show you this. You ready?
You listen, man. Xavier. Yeah.
All right, here we go. What up? This is your boy, Go Boy. Try to top it. What up? This is your boy, Doe Boy.
Why are you scared? What are you scared of?
I ain't scared.
Why are you singing like
You're
somebody
making-
has a
you're
gun?
making our guests nervous.
Sing right now.
You're making him nervous.
This is your boy, Doe.
You're making him
Sing or I will
nervous.
shoot your family. What up? This is your boy, Doe.
I'm just happy that I don't have to find a cold open to this set. This is the greatest thing of all time.
Let's just talk. Let's just, I don't
What up?
want
This is your boy, Doe Boy.
I'm still on stage.
And this is another installment of Started Off to the Right. Righteous and Ratchet. We're here with Omar, and he's a great singer, and he be doing nice stuff, man. He came here with us while I...
Welcome to the show, our good friend of the potty,
Right
Right back member.
Right Pack member.
We should send you off with some new Dreams Don't Die merch
Absolutely.
coming out.
My
It's just
goodness.
Josh's idea. We just haven't done it yet.
Yes.
To send it out to influencers who are in the industry.
I didn't poor usage of air.
I don't count.
I said
Word.
friends as the pod.
Friends of the potty,
Friends.
which Xavier Omar is.
Yes.
If you don't know him, explain yourself to the people who are unfamiliar with the R&B stylings of you.
Well, I'm an R&B singer. I don't know what else to put on top of that right now. Brand new album out with a producer named Sango. The album is called
Beats.
Moments Spent Loving You.
Beautiful album, by the way.
Got older album called The Everlasting Wave, Pink Lightning, the EP, and I used to go by a different name, Spazzy Rocket.
Let's talk
Yeah,
about
let's
that.
talk about
When did you
Spazzy
call
Rocket.
yourself that? Why did you change your name? I don't like change. Me, the stranger who's never met you. Why did you do a thing and not tell me about it?
Basically.
That's all people on Twitter like, enough. I feel like you said it enough, but you brought it up.
I fought that for such a long time, like just trying to get people.
Can you talk into the mic? I want to make sure we catch the things. There you go. Yeah.
I fought that for such a long time, just trying to get people to understand that it's happened, and also everybody who acted like they cared about the Spazzy name so much, them finding out 2 or 3 years later that I changed my name. The problem what bothered me about that is that I created another Spazzy Rocket account just in case you were still looking for him, and the fact that you just found out 2, 3 years later means that you were not.
I'm the biggest fan. You changed your name 3 years ago.
That's
I was not made aware.
That's gotta be messed up for somebody listening to an Xavier Omar song like this guy sounds a lot like Spazzy Rocket.
It happens.
I don't know what happened to him, but he sounds just like him.
It happens often. Like
You have such such a like distinguishable voice.
Me.
How are people like, man, this guy? I wonder if he knows that. Now, Rocket also has not released any music. I know this something's not adding up
Something's
here.
awry.
Do DSP still have you as Spencer Rocket?
No, we got all that shit. The only thing,
DSPs?
the only thing,
Digital stream. Sorry.
Slight flex, you know stuff, you know people.
K-Trip.
We
That's what I
get
deal
it.
with.
Take picture of J. Cole. We get it.
So DSP is what now?
So like, there's still some old music that has me as SPZRKT as well. That's the music that I know people still love, but I didn't necessarily want to like put on the new name when I switched everything over. So when I first started, the only things I took over were Hours Spent Loving You, the first one was Sango, and then Blind Man. Everything after that was like brand new.
Now I gotta ask you this, and this is one of the questions that I typed in the docket. Was the song with the song Blind Man? How did that even come to you? It's such a beautiful and amazing record. Like, did anybody inspire that song, or was it just like, what made you create a song that dope and that refreshing and amazing?
I will be honest and say that I did lie once or twice and like, yeah, girl, I thought about you. I was 25, so I was like still, I didn't get married, so I was 28, so we weren't even talking yet. So I was definitely still playing around, like, yeah, I made this song about you, baby girl. But at the end of it, like, in all,
Of course, yeah.
in all honesty, like, it was literally me being kind of emo, fake deep on Tumblr one day, and I just thought about, hey, is it more, I guess, special to be loved by someone who can't see your flaws but still loves you anyway for the person that you are, or for someone who can see every last physical problem you have but still loves you anyway? It was just like a random fake deep question. And I've been like, from there, I made a record maybe a few months after that I made the Blind Man record. And some people have come at me about ableists and stuff like that. And I was just like, honestly, guys, I don't think that blind people don't have preferences.
Are you serious? People actually gave you a problem like the blind community?
The internet will.
Are you
The
serious?
black community
Oh,
didn't give it to me, but like people who, I don't know, just want to
People on
That
behalf.
is crazy.
People on behalf are often more upset than the people.
Where do they
Right.
get off first?
Yeah.
How do you make it out as Blind Man? Hey, hey.
I have a question.
Hey, come on, man. Aren't you mad at this guy?
Hey, they can't see what you trash for doing that. You trash.
Oh,
They got to get mad at me, man.
Ah, man.
that's funny. No, that's just one of the dopest records. I've dedicated that to so many women.
Was Blind
I
Man?
have. I'll be like, girl, this. Listen, this. I felt this way when I heard it. It's just
You felt that way multiple times.
absolutely amazing.
Oh
record.
man.
Was Blind Man a part of that Bonfire little project?
No. Bonfire was done in 2014. And
Okay.
Blind Man I made in 2015. I made it in my closet while I was living in Warner Robins, Georgia.
Whoa. We're not
Warner
going to
Robins?
just scooch past that. You made this song in the closet?
I made most of my music in the closet.
Really?
Yeah, there's only like a couple.
No, let me tell you why this is so fascinating. When I met T-Pain and we did Traffic Jams, he made I'm Sprung in a closet in a very makeshift small studio.
But did T-Pain not have access? at that
no, he
time?
was no.
You had access. You were just like, nah, man, that's in
Didn't
my
he?
jeans.
I have access to Warner Robins, Georgia. I didn't feel like going to Atlanta every time I had an idea.
Mm.
That was an hour and a half away, so I just didn't.
Why was you in Warner Robins, Georgia?
3 different times in my life. That's the whole life story thing. That's why I don't have like a hometown, because I moved because the military.
Military kid.
There it is.
Our home is
You're
wherever
not
we
part
have
of
to
this.
be.
I'm not a part of that. I don't want to be, but yeah.
You're a little heavy for the suits.
Oh my god.
Like, you really just kind of hold it over your body.
That's a canvas over here. I mean,
No, my dad was military, so we moved there from from 93 to 96. Moved back after he retired from 04 to 2010, and then I moved back in 2014 to go live with my sister, try to be a man, get a little bit of responsibility.
Oh, yeah, I moved out of my parents' house to my sister's
No, his
house.
sister, where's that? You said you had a couch with my name on it, huh?
I was like, I'll pay some of the bills.
That's where your brother, the chief Levite, Jay Adams,
Yes,
currently
my
lives.
brother. I'm really
Let me
glad
just do it aside here. I wanted to learn to play the piano, right? And Jay had played for me. He'd been to my shows in Boston when he lived in Springfield
Oh, yeah.
and all this stuff. So he sent me a video and tried to teach me how to play like church praise break, like Can't Nobody Do Me Like Jesus music. It was the most complex thing. I tried for like a month and I couldn't even get past the first 3 or 4 things, and I just stopped playing the piano since.
I have that same problem.
I don't want to hit him up and be like, because he asked me, he's like, do you want an easy version or the tough version? And I was like, give me your best work.
Of course you do.
First of all, when someone is really good at something, you don't realize how good they are because they make it look easy.
Right.
This man was doing all these transitions and turnarounds, and I was just like, okay, what's the I'm gonna hit him back up.
Do you know theory? Like I don't.
No.
So you ain't no tough version with him. You don't know theory.
Bro, I don't remember who he said, but there's some thing when you're a basic piano player like myself. One thing that's hard to do is do one time with one hand and another thing with another hand.
Yeah.
And he's like, I did this when I learned some white dude who's amazing at piano. And he sent me that video, and I was like, you can play that? Don't teach me anything. You should have stopped me when I was ahead. Anyway, why did you not give your life to God and sing gospel music and cheat and do the devil's music?
Speaking of God and giving his life to
Speaking of
Christ.
God and cheating on him and singing about love, how do you feel about Jesus? Remember that guy?
Remember that guy?
Man, so it's funny. The reason I even started making R&B music was because I felt in the Christian sphere there wasn't, well, in the world in general, but specifically in the Christian sphere, there wasn't any music that reflected all the emotions that lead up until marriage. So you would hear Christian rappers talk about their lives and songs and stuff, but you didn't hear much about the dating or the heartbreak that could come, or how to deal with certain emotions, how to have self-worth through some things. And so it wasn't there, so I really felt led by God to make that music for us.
Really?
So, yeah, so
I love that answer.
I started that in CHH, in Christian hip-hop, but the problem was basically it got to a point where it's like there's not enough Jesus here and there. So I got known after a couple projects as the relationship guy, regardless of the fact that I didn't make that much relationship music at
That's how I heard about you. I was like, man, give me some. I was on my Periscope. People were like, give me some dope, because I used to say Christian rap was trash. So I meet people in bars. I grew up on Grape Street. Remember them? Gospel Gangsters?
Grape Street Boys?
Yeah, it was.
I remember Gospel Gangsters. I don't know.
Gospel Gangsters was. I think Grape Street.
Yes, they're like
that.
the Gospel No Limit.
Yes, they were.
Oh, Grapevine, because
Grapevine.
I almost
What's
started
his
to
name
them.
was on there too.
New
Wine.
Yep.
I remember.
And after that, I was like, okay, this is boring. People were like, no, check it out, Smash Rocket, Smash Rocket. And this is Smash Rocket. And then I checked you out, I was like, dope. And then, like, literally, like, less than a month later, you came to ADD. You actually, fun fact, the first episode of Arts and Raps is with Xavier Omar and Zay and JoJo.
And that entire content series was kind of thrown together off a whim because we had that event with Fader in ADD 52.
Yes.
Where Travis Scott was actually on that bill too.
That's when he said, where's
That's
the
the first one I
auxiliary?
did.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was my first ADD event. I was a part of that show.
Mm-hmm.
That was what, 2015, 2016?
I think
Russell
it was
hugged me
15.
twice.
He hugged
He
you
did?
twice on that?
15, yes. And he don't hug people, but he hugged me twice. It was great.
Man.
Okay, so have you gotten a lot of flack from the Christian community? Because Lecrae and them, they get a lot of flack about not rapping about Jesus enough. Early was too much Jesus, now it's not enough
Wait, is
Jesus.
there like a Jesus capita quota for the bars? Like we need
Yes.
Jesus every
They don't
Seriously.
know.
bars?
They don't know.
Seriously, it's not enough Jesus.
Mhm.
So Toby is lucky because Toby never came out as a Christian hip hop
Yeah.
artist.
Right.
He just rapped about whatever. He tell you in a song, "I will shoot you if you touch my wife."
Right.
Literally, I will kill you. Right. So he gets freedom.
Right.
Right. But people like Xavier start off a Christian. So what is it like to deal with that? Like where you feel completely comfortable doing what you're doing, but you catch a lot of flack for it anyway.
So I don't anymore because it's been a few years since I made that declaration.
Mhm.
But the declaration wasn't, hey, I'm not about Jesus. It was, hey, I believe that what I do is supposed to be more places than just here. So not that I don't want to be a part of what's going on in like brotherhood or in this culture, but I need us to not call me, because what Christians like to do is if anything is cool and it represents Jesus, or they know you love Jesus, they want to put Christian in front of it so that when they present it to other people, they can say, hey, we have something cool. Rather than just like, just represent the faith in every aspect of life. They want to say, oh, okay, he's dope and he's a Christian R&B artist. But it's like, what is Christian rhythm and blues? Like,
Right.
whatever, just it's music, bro. And
Like
like,
take your slip off, girl.
Right.
Rub upon your bosom, baby. Rub upon your bosom. Your marriage bed is under fire. That's literally all we have in gospel. Marriage bed is under fire. Up to that point, I don't know what you do. But marriage bed is under fire, I know that. You hear me?
there was just nothing for us, man. So like, I got a lot. So I'm not going to say the name of the website, but people who follow CHH know what the biggest website is. And for a week, once I wrote that letter, they ran it for a week, for 7 straight days as the top story. And people I didn't know, people I never heard of, calling me dumb, calling me a fool, saying, does this mean you're not Christian anymore? Because I didn't want to like be only a part of just that genre. It's like, I don't know, man, it was bad. And I still don't know not that if I forgive it, I'll definitely forgive it, but I don't know how I really got through that time. It's weird to
Yeah, I
be
would
like
imagine.
the only talk for a long time and ain't something that you were a part of. So it's different now. They never mention me no matter what.
Really?
Wow.
Are you outcast?
I guess I'm just not considered a part of it anymore, just because I said I wanted to be more than just that, and they just said, okay, you're not this.
But I want more.
That's what you want, boy. Nothing.
So,
You
Get out.
yeah, so
That's really kind of crazy to me. So like, would you ever say later in life go back and make a full gospel album if that's where you were and that's what you wanted to do, or do you feel now that like kind of torn between it?
I don't feel torn because that's not what God gave me to do. So I did make a full, like, wasn't gospel. I'm never gonna make a flat out like gospel style album, but in the sense of like the message of Jesus, I've made that album. It's called Lucid Dreams. And when I made Lucid Dreams, I was actually being disobedient. Every song was about nothing but Jesus. I was like, I'm gonna show y'all that I'm not just Mr. Relationship Guy. Like, I'm doing everything. And so the songs still help people. The music, the album still help people. But at the end of the day, I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. I did it for positioning, because even still in CHH, as an R&B artist, you're not gonna get the shows because it's about the hype music and go crazy, all this stuff, right? They get booked for the youth groups and all that.
Shake their dreads.
Yeah. So
Fire.
I didn't have any of that going on, so I said, I'm gonna make a whole up-tempo project about nothing but Jesus, nothing at all. It's gonna be mistakable. So I did that project. I did get my bookings after that. Funny enough, it worked. But in that exact same time span that was happening, is when God began to deal with me about like moving to the next area for me, which was like just taking my hand at mainstream. And
So God was like, oh, so you think you got it all worked out, do you? Hey, Xavier, well, I got another plan for you.
it worked out. So the funny part about it is, obviously, this project is with Sango. I met Sango in 2012 because he was looking for a Christian to kind of join him in the mainstream, right? And I didn't know this. I didn't know who he was. And so literally the foundation of what I was trying to do was set when I didn't even know it. So 2013.
Yeah, shot at it.
Come on. He knows the end before the beginning. Oh, you thought it was a chance encounter. Oh, chance of rapper.
There it is.
There it is, Kev. Needed that earlier.
Yeah, so from 2013, man, ever since that's 6 years ago, we did our first song together. And it's been just like that ever since.
I want to know what it's like to make a whole project with one producer, because that's how music was back in the day. You know, Quincy Jones, Michael Jackson, and even Justin Timberlake and your boy Timberland.
Right.
But nowadays, that's usually rare that one producer and one artist make an entire album. What made you decide to do that?
Well, you know what, before you even hop into that, because I think when you have the ability to do that, that's a gift. It's a gift to be able to get with one person and just share that gift on one album. Now, speaking of gifts, giving holidays gifts is great. Overspending on all those gifts is definitely not. So why spend more than you have to? Finding the lowest price is easy if you have Honey. Now listen, Honey is a free browser extension that automatically finds the best promo codes whenever you shop online. You know, I got a 14-year-old daughter. She wants this. She wants earbuds, different things. So I got to be able to find that stuff. Now, Honey has found its over 10 million members, over $1 billion in savings. Can you believe that?
I can't believe it.
10 billion, come on
Wow.
stage.
Billion.
Now, if you're buying gifts this holiday season, then you need Honey. If you're not, you probably know someone who is, so do them a solid and tell them about Honey. Honey can help make sure that you're getting the best price for whatever you're buying. It's free to use and installs in just 2 clicks. Get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/RR.
RR.
That's joinhoney.com/RR.
RR.
Oh, the first guest ever. Come on.
Come on, man. He's right back. He is a friend of the
He's
podcast.
a friend of the party.
I am a little confused because the code is always RR, but y'all be saying R and R, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It's just a cool like way to do this. Oh, it just sounds.
We've never really-
just sounds.
We've never really had to address that until now.
R&R, but it's like R&R.
There is an end in there. It is.
We do say R&R.
We do. All right, so back to
Now
the
I'm all in my
topic.
head about it. All right, back to the question.
Right.
What was the question?
I thought I finished answering.
Oh,
No, you
had
had a new question. I'm sorry.
What was it?
You were
You're talking about
working with one
working with
producer.
one
Oh yeah, that was it.
So it's funny. So at first, when I first went to work with Sango, it was when I went to, because we did it through the internet actually. So the first time we worked together was that song "Middle of Things," and literally after that we were just like, "Hey, let's make a project." So I was very accepting of it because I had seen just how many more plays. Number one, because I didn't realize who he was like in the underground scene. So at first I was like, dang, I'm getting more plays. I gotta work with this guy.
This is great for business, man. The gospel album, that's out. This guy's in.
He was just a really cool guy. We became good friends, and he wanted to do more together. So I was like, cool, he sent me literally a beat pack over, and I sent him 2 songs back the first day, so he was like impressed.
Off the beats he sent you?
Yeah.
You went and made 2 songs in the
Off the
closet?
rip.
Yeah, in the closet.
Wow.
Nice.
Which is, man, I don't got them stories no more, but back then, boy. So, like, yeah, we got it done. The next day was the same thing. I got 2 more done. And he was just like, yeah, we got like an EP done, just about. And I was like, yeah, let's do a few more and we'll get it done.
So let me ask you something, because I've always wondered this. You're a songwriter as well, not just
Yes.
a singer. Is it always the same, is my question, or do you hear the music and then the song comes, or do you have the song and then you tell someone how to make the music?
So typically when I work with him, it's always the beat first and then I'm writing.
Okay.
But I have plenty of songs where the song came to me and then we tried to make it from there. So on Pink Lightning, that song Stuck.
Yeah.
You stuck, you stuck. I can show you the voice note. It was just.
Let's hear it. One of those songs he did all the music with his mouth on that.
Really?
Speculate was
Yep.
one of them. The
Great.
title. So I tried to put a beat to the title. I was gonna try to make it pop and get it to Sam Smith, though I had no way of getting it to Sam
Really?
Smith.
My wife loves Sam Smith.
But
Oh my God.
That's
That was
the,
like,
I know I'm not the only one guy.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know what version you were singing.
Yeah, that might
That was
have
like
been.
Aerosmith's theme. I know I'm not the only one. Michael Jackson cover.
It was a Nickelback
I
rendition.
know I'm not the only one. Loving you.
Just searching here? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm excited about this.
So the chorus, December 20th, 2016.
Mm.
Right? So I had a different beat behind it at first.
Wow.
So all I had was a Stuck With You, then I had, that was days later.
So you just come up with a melody in musical form? You don't have words?
That never happened. But like I just
Wow,
That's cool,
we got
man.
a peek behind the curtain. Cause see, that's how I do. Like when I do songs, you know, I'm working on the Wonder Years right now. It's finished. But when I come up with a song, I do this. Like this is what I do. I'll have the cadence first, or the melody, and how I do it, and then I'll just plug in the words later. Is that something similar to what you do?
sometimes, especially when the song is like completely from my mind, it'll come that way. So like I said, with Speculate or the title, I'm trying to think what other songs were made that way. But many times I'm just like trying to, like I'll hear a melody in my head and I'll just go put it all together. Without the words, of course, at first. And then you find the words. Sometimes the words will just jump out at me. Like for a Speculate, literally all I heard was, way out. And I was just like, I don't know what that is, but let's put some around it.
Really?
Wait, what'd you hear? Do it one more time.
Just, way out.
Way out.
That's all I heard.
Wow.
Like that is how you did it. That's how it sounded in your mouth. Way out.
Nope.
All right.
I'm trying to get signed as a singer is what I'm trying to tell you, Xavier. I'm trying to show you what I got.
Hey man, auto-tune works for everybody. For everybody.
So let me ask you
Sorry,
this.
Cam.
Did you see me and Kevin have a sing-off on the show?
I did.
Who did you really think
Why are
won?
you doing this?
Shut up, Josh.
I don't think it's about the competition. I think it's about the camaraderie, the friendship, the brotherhood. You know, so.
Okay, cool. I was figuring you would say that.
That
I
was-
want to challenge
that
him
was
live,
my-
and I want you to be the judge.
That is my NBA answer. That's my sports answer.
So I want to challenge him live, and I want you to judge it. Can you do
Why are
that
we
for
doing
us?
this again?
Can you tell us who's better?
I feel as if it's not necessary.
What was the song we sang the last time at the Righteous Ratchet Live? His Eyes on the Sparrow?
Is that can we give you a
We
piece of his-
already did that.
Man, listen, I ain't gonna be giving up and be losing it. We got a trained professional here now. You had the audience fooled and on your side. Will you tell us who's better in person?
Can we sing a different song?
Yeah, we can do a different song. I want us to.
We want to sing the same song?
No, we can do a different song.
Okay.
All right, you want me to go first?
I didn't want to do this.
All right, cool. I will sing from the Faith Evans collection, the hook. We just sing a hook or something. Just make it like.
Okay.
Soon as I get home. You ready? Soon as I get home.
Okay.
I'll make it up to you. Baby, I'll do what I gotta do. Soon as I get home, I'll make it up to you. Baby, I'll do what I gotta do.
A soft finish. That was Jim. That was
Now you. Now go ahead, Cam.
You already had this in your mind to do
man,
it. You
so
had the
what?
song locked and loaded.
Yeah, I did. Now you heard that what I was doing.
Yeah.
Now go ahead, Cam.
Let me sing something. Let me think of what I could do that's go school with my voice.
Yeah, that'd be the problem.
That's the thing. I just be singing songs I like.
Beauty was a night.
I don't know that song. That's that Drew Hill song?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the words. Who know the words?
Nah.
Her and I was the same.
Okay, I should
That
ask
song?
you know the words.
It's,
Woman that stole my.
okay, I'll sing a Fred Hammond song. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. No, it won't work. No, God will do what he said he will do. He's gonna say the next words. He will come through quiet. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. No, it won't work. Ooh, hallelujah.
But you wasn't pointing during my voice.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Hallelujah. I'm always gonna get back to that. I can get any song back to that.
All right, so who won?
First
You
of all,
both sound
while you were
wounded.
singing that, all I heard was Jay Versace when he did it a few weeks ago. And they was doing no weapon. He was like, no MF weapon formed against me. he said, I'm saved.
Oh.
All right, okay. Why did this even
Give us the Simon Cowell. Don't be
Yeah,
nice.
just be honest, man.
We know we can't sing. That's not important.
We just want to be better than each other.
That's it. I don't need to be good. You're not judging good.
Okay.
We're not good at singing. We know this.
Yeah.
Contrary to popular belief, we're aware we can. We hear it coming out of our mouth. Just need to be better than him.
Though you are not proficient in any instrument, you can tell that there's like some musicianship there in what you do. So you can like you can tell that you know where you're going and that you're like aiming and handling it well. You just be like with talk voice, trying to find notes, and it
But
doesn't.
that's a good thing, though, right? Because there's certain
Not
singers that.
Not good. No singer does talk voice.
Talk voice.
No.
So who wins?
You win.
Oh! Stop challenging me, boy! I'm better at you than every team. He's musical as well. He plays the drumsticks. All right.
All right, good stuff, man. Moving right along.
Moving right along. Let me ask you this. You listen to this, Xavier Omar.
All right.
You were independent
Yes.
for a while. Only Josh knows how the music industry works.
I really don't. I
You
know
know more
things
than
that I
me.
know.
You know
That's
more
pretty
than
much it. I don't consider myself
Those
a
been
musician
independent his whole game.
Let me tell you, the average person don't know nothing.
Okay, good. Because you are now signed to RCA.
Yes.
Just explain to us the difference between you in the past and you now.
Really nothing. There's just like more money behind what I'm doing. So in the technicalities of what's different, at the moment, there's like I plan to do it long term, but like there's differences that you obviously will go through when you're going from independent to sign to a major label. So at the moment, I don't own my masters, and people like to make a big deal about that, but it's like plenty of people have bought them later on. Like prove your worth, do your thing. buy
Russell
them.
Wilson bought Sierras for him,
You
for
can,
her.
You can buy them later if you get to a particular point, or restructure contracts and stuff can allow for things like that. Obviously, they're not looking to do that, but there's differences. There's some give and take. So I got such, like, we went really hard on my deal to make sure that we got percentages, not so much money. So there's a difference as far as like when it comes to ownership, the freedom of when you do this and that. But also there's a difference in now, like what's available to me at my disposal to people that I can reach out to, or the money that we can use to, if we wanted to get a Pharrell or somebody, maybe we could like actually have the real opportunity to do those things.
With your labels help?
Yeah.
Okay.
Video budgets and things of that nature. There's a thing called tour support where, artists pay for their tours, and they pay for them their own selves, and the labels can offer like a help, and it's like people's deals have it where it's different, so maybe they'll have to like recoup it in some manner, but some.
But I mean, cut you. When you say that artists pay for their tours, so if I'm a big rapper, little country Nas X, that guy. If I go on tour, I gotta pay.
Fried steak.
So would I have to like pay for like my flights, my hotel, all those different things?
I don't know who else is gonna pay for it.
I didn't know that. I thought the record label paid for that.
That's a lot of money to recoup. You don't want them to pay for all that. Because that's at some point they won't recoup up to a certain number, right? And if you reach that threshold of that number, then now they're going everything that they spent when you put your next project out, they're getting that back.
It's Dolomite.
So
Wow.
Remember in Dolomite?
Going inside of colleges at a time like that?
so it really is.
So what does tour support mean?
They'll give you, so you send in all your costs and your expenses of your tour, and they will cover up to a percentage of it for you. And
Oh, they're just like a front for you, and you pay back with the money.
yeah.
Oh, so you don't have to take the
different.
upfront risk.
Yeah.
As much upfront risk.
It's different for everybody. So like for me, it's up to a certain percentage. Not a percentage. There's a certain number that if I don't cross it, it's not like this big major recoup immediately. It's like it's a different way. And then other people, their deals like they just they got bad. They got worse. Everybody got worse deals than me for the most part. So so it's different for them. But that's how it's been working out for me. And I don't let us take too much because I don't want to like have to owe so much. But yeah, like this last tour that I did, I opened for Neo on a U.S. tour. I fronted everything because I had the ability to do it, and then I let them do tour support later. Which like I won't do that anymore. Like it was cool, I could do it, but I was just like, I think I missed that right now.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna do that anymore. But yeah, we pay for our stuff. We have to make sure like all of that happens, and if we don't have it in our expenses, then it just don't happen.
So when you go on tour with Nail's not paying you?
Yeah, I mean we get paid, you know. So every artist gets a guarantee before they go out, right?
Okay.
So the guarantee is basically how you're able to say, okay, now we can budget for at least this because we're going to make at least this,
Got it.
right? And then you cut for yourself. If you have a booking agency, there's a cut for them. If you have, who is it? I can't think of her. Accountants. Everything that come in there, they're getting like 5%, right?
Yep.
If you got a manager, your tour manager, if you got a band, which is why people like Drake don't got no band. But if you got a band,
Drake don't have a live band when he goes out?
Drake don't have a band.
Just drop DJ tracks?
Just him tracking visuals, making all the money.
Really?
I thought about it this time.
He's actually got a real good live show though.
Is it a good show
It's
without
a
a live
great. I
band?
seen him in Future a couple years ago. His live
With
show.
no live band?
That's that kind of music though. They don't need it.
His and their live
That's
band.
true, I guess.
You just want to hear what you
I've never
like.
seen anybody live that didn't have, like the main person.
You know
didn't have
who
live.
unexpectedly has a really good live show that has a live band?
Who?
21 Savage.
Oh,
Really?
Really?
With a live band?
He has a great live show, bro.
That
Would
is
have never guessed that.
Yeah.
I did not think you were going to say 21 Savage.
No, I
I
don't
would
know.
go up though.
Contrary to
You know what
popular
Savage
belief.
Xavier on. I watched the side of his show. I felt so cool. You were like, man, come backstage. I was like, me.
I think that was the best one.
I was at
Like
the Wiltern, I think.
2016.
Yeah.
Because I was opening for Andy. It's
Mhm.
different and better now. Way better.
I'm gonna tell you this, by the way. I bought tickets to Xavier Omar's show, and he was like, "Don't do that. I'll give them to you. Somebody else is not gonna get a chance to see me because you bought tickets." Like, you're the only person I've ever bought tickets to your show. And you were like, Everybody else is like, man, show love. I be buying tickets to my friends'
You're making
stuff.
it sound bad, but it's not bad because you have access to me and these people don't.
Right.
Yeah, but I want to support you and buy. My dad and mom buy tickets to my show. They absolutely don't have to. They know they're just walking in, but they buy it. It's a show of solidarity. It says, hey, the artist and me recognize the artist and you. Even, maybe give them away to your
I
friends.
get it. We're both right.
Yeah. I want to be the only one right.
When you were going, when they were coming to the show, like when you go to shows, when you go to concerts, like before you got your eyes, like were you wearing glasses, like to
Yeah,
the
because
shows?
it'd be so unclear for
You wanna
me.
be able
It's
to
like
see it.
great if I can see clearly.
Now,
Is there
listen.
something that can help me?
Listen, Warby Parker is this amazing eyewear company that is really changing the game
Wow.
for me. You know what I'm saying? Warby Parker's glasses start at
Warby Parker.
Warby Parker's glasses start at $95, including prescription glasses. Now, you know, with me, like, you know what I'm saying, sometimes I want to look smart, like I read books, so I like try to wear glasses
You
and
read
stuff.
cookbooks?
Shut up. But I don't necessarily need prescription, but see, my daughter, she took her eye test at school, they're like, she might need glasses, so I may actually, you know, hit them up and see what's going on.
My
Now,
wife did. She hit them up.
you hit them up? How was your experience?
I got like a free 5-pair try-on box online.
Wow,
That's
look at
exactly
that.
what we're supposed to
That's-
say.
Now listen
A
this,
free
you need
trial
help?
pair box.
If you need help, take the quiz. Answer a few questions and they'll suggest some great looking glasses that are totally personalized to fit your face and style. Order 5 pairs of glasses and try them on for 5 days. There's no obligation to buy. Ships free and includes a prepaid return shipping label. Head to warbyparker.com/RR to order your free home trial. Take the quiz to find a pair that is perfect for you today. Have an iPhone X? Make sure to download Warby Parker's app when you can use their brand new virtual try-on, allowing you to try on eyeglasses, seeing the realistic color, texture, and size of each style using just your phone. So go to warbyparker.com to find your new glasses today.
Today. Let me ask you something, Xavier Omar.
Yes, sir.
So this is your first tour as a married man?
Yes, it is.
Is your wife going?
She is.
She's going on tour?
Yeah, this is the one time she'll actually get to go on the full tour. So I was like, I kind of had to convince her to. We just moved from Alexandria to San Antonio, so I had to kind of convince her to not work for a couple months so that she could come on the tour with me.
You're like, hey, baby girl, you're with the big ass. You don't have to work. Come along the road with me.
So it was hard to convince her, but she agreed for at least the first leg of the tour. She's gonna come. So,
How long is the tour? 3 months? Or you got a break in between Christmas? Thanksgiving and Christmas?
I got a break from December 18th to January 23rd. So we start back up on January 24th and end on February 18th. So it's 2 legs. We start the south and the east, and then we do the west coast on the second leg.
West Coast is the best coast.
Wes, let me ask you this question, because recently Drake got booed at a festival. So we have been talking about this. Have you ever had a set, first of all, where you've been booed doing what you do?
No.
Ever in your life?
I'm incredible. I'll never get booed.
Have you ever had a show that didn't go your way?
Oh my gosh, plenty.
And how do you maneuver out of
So
those?
legitimately, I'm going back to some childhood trauma here.
Okay.
But I was 12 years old the first time I did a performance, and I was rapping, and it was at this summer camp, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had made the beat. Back then you had to record everything on cassette tape still, so I had it lined up the way it had to go.
Mm-hmm.
And if I missed a cue, then it was over, right? Because ain't no running back. It's cassette tape.
It's a tape, yeah.
You gotta rewind it, and that takes a little time. It's embarrassing.
Right.
So I'm doing my thing. I forget my part, and I was just lost. I was like, oh no, I have no idea where I am now.
It's happening.
And so I literally just they said I did not throw the mic. My sister will tell you I threw it. I dropped it down. I just let it bounce on its head, and I walked out because I was like, man, I was so mad at myself. I was so mad at myself. And, people came and consoled me, some friends and all that, and they actually let me run it again, and I did it all the way through. But that was my first ever performance, right?
Yeah, you came back after that?
Yeah, they let me. I was happy they let me do it.
Like, man, I was going so much different in my mind.
But since then, I mean, there's been things where, when I used to run with somebody behind, running the DJ situation, maybe there was a miscue here or there, and it threw everything off. The first show of the Andy Mineo tour in 2015, the driver was going the wrong way, and nobody knew it until the morning when Mike woke up. My manager, he was, what's going on?
What are you
Someone
doing?
got something.
I'm sorry, I'm just hot.
Can you have my charger while you're disrupting us?
Mike woke
Don't
up.
just be like, hey, you know what, he's talking. I'm gonna take this opportunity.
It's about time for me to do something. Right?
I haven't done anything in a
I'm sorry, I
while.
was sweating under here a little bit.
Nobody doesn't wear undershirts, by the way.
I didn't do
Oh,
that for
okay.
a long time on tours and stuff, and it's just nasty. So I'm just I need to switch that up.
You wear undershirts?
Boy, it helps.
What does it help
It
do?
helps a great deal. It's something else to catch the sweat, especially while you're performing. And so you won't look as, me, I'm high energy. I don't do none of that sit on the stool, for a whole show. It's high energy, so.
So the undershirts come in, or the tank tops too? Do you do the tank top?
Yeah,
joints?
both.
Okay.
I'll do anything that's that will help keep the sweat away,
Nice.
from the t-shirt, because I've been some drenched shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Nasty.
What were you talking about before that?
I sure forgot.
I'm sorry, guys.
So, my manager Mike was my DJ for quite a while, and during the Andy Mineo tour, the driver he was on the tour bus with us. The driver was going the wrong way, and Mike woke up first and figured out, yo, you're going to the second city. We're supposed to be going to this first city. And so that put us hours and hours behind. We got to the venue about an hour ahead, which means they had to do setup. And Andy got his sound check. We did not get ours. So by the time we got out there, the sound was everywhere. It's bouncing. We don't know what's going on. And to top it off, Mike had actually missed the cue at the end. He did it a little early, and it threw everything off. And like there was like one of the things that controls the tempo was going crazy. And I was just like, here's my big ending, guys. So I've had some things go bad.
my career's over at this point. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it. Because the thing that sucks for us in this day and age is like, if we came up 20 years ago, like there's not a cell phone at every performance.
Oh yeah.
So like if Drake had a bad set like 20 years ago, it's like, man, Drake kind of sucked that night. We booed him off stage, but there's no proof of it.
Right.
Now the moment that happened, that's on. Like Tiffany Haddish, I remember a while ago she had a bad set.
Oh, last New Year's Eve.
Yeah, New Year's. Dang, it was already New Year's Eve.
Yes,
And it was literally on like online, like the moment it
Minutes
happened.
after,
So
right.
it's like, bro, like you're so afraid of having those like human moments, especially for me. Like the thing about stand up that's tough is you don't know if these jokes are gonna work
Yeah.
until you say them.
Right.
So and honestly, sometimes they work in a city and not in
Sometimes
others.
they don't. That's so weird. I hate
Bro, I
that.
had a joke that I introduced last year and it was a monster. And it never hit as well as the first time I said it. It's just like the planets aligned. And there were some nights where it was just like, like that's how people literally said to me,
Right.
it's tough to move on. Like we talk about this all the time. Like comedians, it's like nobody wants to hear your old material. And singers, nobody wants to hear your new material.
Yeah.
But we do still have like a parallel because songs hit different in different cities.
Really?
Really?
It's not the same everywhere you go for every song.
No way.
Your single is the same everywhere for the most part. When I was in, what was it? When I did Boston on my first headline tour in 2017, I was like, it's gonna be dead in here tonight. It's not gonna be real crazy. Boston was crazy for everything.
Yeah.
And I go to Houston where I know they go crazy. They ain't go crazy for nothing but Blind Man.
Really?
And I was just like, matter of fact, I could not hear when the first quarter Blind Man hit. I couldn't hear in the room. It was so loud.
In Boston?
No, in
Or in
Houston.
Houston? Okay.
I was upset. I was like, wow, one song, huh?
Oh, so y'all have the ability.
So this is what y'all came for. One.
Where's Blind Man in your set? Because you know that.
Last
Like, I
time,
know
is
what
that
y'all
the closer?
look for.
It was for a long time with the closer. It won't be on the next one because I'm tired of it. It's a great song that I'm always going to do, but I'm really doing my best. I feel that I'm a good enough artist to not be known only by one song forever. And so I've been doing everything that I can to like have other records that connect just as well.
Yeah.
And so if you put it in different places, it won't hold as much like weight live at least. And I think that can like to a degree it can help. Now everything online it tells you Blind Man's at 51 million on Spotify and it's at like I think it's at like 9 on Apple or something like that. Apple used to always be like just for whatever reason, people didn't listen to me as much on it. And now with this new album, way more people listen to me on Apple than they do on Spotify.
I got it on Apple.
Don't know how.
Nobody was so mad when Beyonce didn't do Single Ladies at her last tour. He's like, listen, I kept one thing and one thing only.
So it works like that for us too.
So nowadays, people aren't buying music like at all,
Streaming it.
right? Like artists aren't even like saying buy my album. They're saying like stream your album. How does that work? Josh was telling us that Lil Nas X didn't get a dime from his streaming of Old Town Road
Publishing.
to
It's
like
publishing.
for like 6 months.
It's usually about like I don't know the exact number, but it's between like 5 and 8 months. I think after
But
It
I
starts
got
getting
that
used
rent
and
every
stuff.
month, though. 5 and 8 months?
for like their big publishing checks. That's
he got streaming checks too, so that's fine. Like your streaming will come 90 days after the song comes out. So your first streaming check from the song. So I mean that's still a 3-month span, but he got paid before the publishing kicked in. It all works differently.
So now artists get paid from streams, and so if I have Spotify, I spend what $20 a month on Spotify, and then that's broken down, and they pay it out to the artists how their songs are played and how many times. I never understood the concept.
There's so many different like pie charts for how they do it, because I think Spotify itself, like I'm the songwriter and the artist, so I know that I'm always getting 16% of whatever it is they're paying out. But at the same time, when it comes to the actual cut of the record, especially when I'm working with a producer, it's usually just me and a producer. We're going 50-50 on songwriter, 50-50 on production, and so like my cut there is different. So all these cuts are
Why is
different.
producer getting songwriting credit? You said you go 50-50 songwriter with a producer?
That might help write
It's weird. They don't. I always, for the most part.
First of all,
So like, this is what bothers me on like stuff like Apple Music and Spotify and stuff. When they put songwriters, they will put the artist and every producer. But that should be composers.
Right.
Because I wrote it. Because when they do produced by, they don't put my name in there.
Right.
Even if I did play some chords, they don't put my name there.
Right.
So it looks like, oh, it took 18 people to write this song, but it's like one person wrote it and maybe 8 people worked on the beat. They need to put composers and switch that up. Anyway, it's just there's all these different percentages from Spotify, what they're gonna cut out to the people who did this, this, and that, and then what you actually did on the paperwork for the song, and then you have to combine all that, right? And at some point you get paid out. Spotify themselves, I think they do. It's like 0.0041 is how much you get paid per stream, and then Apple is 0.007
Okay, when you say
or something like that.
4-1, like is that like a cent?
It's
It's
not.
like
it's under
it's a percentage of a cent.
Yeah, it's not a cent. It's under a cent per stream.
Really?
Yeah, that's why you need. What was it?
Is it 1,500 streams for 1 unit, right?
Yeah,
That's for sales, though.
That's for sales. That's not the payout rate.
That's not
though.
the payout rate. The payout rate is different. So I don't know because they're all.
So you got to be like Khalid level
To make some
see
good
to make
money.
crazy money, yes, but I make good money on songs. Like I'd be straight. Hours spent loving you.
Boy, good. You feel me?
No, like hours spent loving you. There was some back pay that me and Sego. I always say Kai has his real name, but me and Sego hadn't got, and so they started getting us the back pay. And it was like the first one, I'm not gonna say the number, but the first one was this many thousands upon thousands. And I was like, all right, we're doing
Praise
good.
God,
kid."
yeah.
So let me ask you something. When you so if I download your album, is it counting every time I play it?
Yes.
Even once I download it to my phone, even if I'm on a plane?
So the download to your phone is just so you can have it on your phone.
So it doesn't affect your pay.
So Apple themselves, I don't know how it works on like Spotify. Stuff. But you know, Apple like will, and iTunes obviously don't have iTunes anymore, but it would keep account of how many times you played the song anyway. So that's even offline, right? And it just, I guess it just somehow there's got to be like a counter to where when it's finally time for them, when you finally do go back online, it just like adds to the count or something. I'm not 100% sure.
Wow.
I just
That's
know
good though, because at least we're listening to your music. So if
Right.
I just play your album over and over, I'm gonna help you get paid.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. I don't know if you know this, but I'll just ask anyway. So let's just say a new movie comes out and somebody's like, yo, I gotta have Blind Man placed in my movie. So if somebody puts your song in a movie, so do you just get, would an artist just get like a lump sum from that person, or
Yeah.
would you then get residuals from a movie?
There's no way to like say, well, there's probably a way to say how many times the movie's been played, but at the same time, like once people buy it at home, they're
Right.
not gonna say,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
It's you get paid out just like the actors get paid out, like for the job.
Okay, got it.
So like I had a song on NBA 2K last year with Superboy. We did a joint called Up Right Now, and so we just got paid, not per game sold. We just got paid like a number of dollars.
Right. And then it's just a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
That's amazing, man. It's like you're building your own legacy out here with music. And the thing about legacy, man, is you want to be able to watch that and see that. And with our good friends at Legacy Box, you can do that.
right.
Now, those early performances, like the one when you were 12 years old, wouldn't it be amazing if somebody recorded that on a camcorder, and now you don't have no way to play that. With Legacy Box, you can go back and get that little mini DV tape, and you could send it to Legacy Box, and they'll convert that to a DVD so you could watch yourself.
Really?
And see how you grew as an artist and as a man. Listen, our friends at Legacy Box are amazing. It's the world's largest and most trusted digitizer of home movies and photos. With over a decade of experience, Legacy Box has been trusted by over 450,000 families to digitally preserve their family memories. When we were growing up, we didn't have the luxury of having all our home movies in a digital format, especially Doughboy, that's silent film. They were literally doing, how are you gonna watch that movie? But Legacy Box is gonna take care of all that. I send my own personal home videos to get them back in digital format. Our early plays, when we used to sit one couch and we used to have the mics coming from the side, I sent that into Legacy Box, and when it came back, I was just like, dang, we have come this far by faith, leaning on the everlasting Lord. It was so important to me to be able to keep all these memories, and I'm so thankful that I sent them into Legacy Box. Listen, send in your Legacy Box filled with own home movies and pictures, and they'll do the rest. Legacy Box will professionally digitize your moments onto a thumb drive, digital download, or DVD. Legacy Box will also send you easy to follow instructions, and you'll get all your original recorded moments back, along with the perfectly preserved digital copies. Get started preserving your past today. Go to legacybox.com/RR
RR.
to get 40% off your first order. Save your time and memories and go to lexibop.com/RR
RR.
and get your 40%.
Y'all need to
Save
get on me
today.
because I know.
No, you're
you're
up
up
here
there.
This is
saying
the
you're
thing.
right, Pack fam, and missing the cue.
This is why you don't get to do that to me because I know Joshy and some of y'all up here done missed it before.
Josh,
Josh, you missed it
terrible.
today. I wanted to punch him in the
Josh,
face.
I feel like he does it to
I'm listening.
antagonize
I know
Doughboy.
y'all be missing it.
We be missing.
Yeah.
We be missing. Here's what we're not missing: good R&B. Let me ask you this: Jacquees, the king of R&B, yes
The
or
king.
no?
The king.
The king.
Really?
The king. Come on, king.
Really?
Come on, king.
That verified
King.
record's hard, but I don't know about the king.
So, gosh, I've always kind of thought about what would happen if I was asked this question.
And you would have said the king. That was your go-to.
That was his
I'm
defense
about
mechanism.
keeping the peace, man. It's like that's just. So I saw a piece where it said that that's just his confidence, right? Like he was telling his girl, like, I'm not trying to be cocky. Like this is the confidence I need to have for myself to
Right.
go and do this. So on that aspect, I fully respect him. I don't have anything negative to say. I'm not the person that goes publicly or online or anything that says anything negative, even if I think it. I don't necessarily think he has the best vocals or the best songs. Listen, so I'm
Followed up that statement with never. I don't say negative stuff. I don't think he sees that well at all. But good luck to him.
That's the thing. That doesn't mean he doesn't do well on his songs. He's got like there's a reason everybody was going crazy when he did the LMA remix. Like that joint
Yeah.
sounded dope.
It was great.
You know what I mean?
There's
That
another
was like,
song that I
alright,
like too. That
you know-
BED song is hard. That bad song.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
He's got some records that go good. You don't have to be. There's a lot of people who aren't that like the best singers out here who do have at least one or two records that are dope or people they have a lot of fans.
Yeah.
In general. So I'm not here to.
Let me ask you an
Kind of
easier
way.
question. If he's not the king, who is? Of R&B.
That's one of those things that don't matter, man. If you're just looking for a throne to feel good about yourself. But at the end of the day, the only person that's like really has a claim to it is that dude that's out here putting 90 songs on the album every week, and it's Chris Brown.
Brisk
So,
breezy.
I'm not mad at Chris
So
Brown
Chris-
for Chris Brown.
Chris is the last the style that could match up with anything in the Bobby Brown era.
Yeah.
Because he dances and he sings and like. At the end of the day, no matter how we all feel about him, like just the legacy of what he's done, how much he's done. If you're going to have to crown somebody just for the sake of it, you give it to Chris Brown just because of what he's done. Who was the highest and who does this and that? None of that even honestly matters. There's room for everybody. I'm not missing my blessing because they're killing it or nothing like that. Like I'm getting what I'm supposed to get, so I don't care about a crown.
I just want my crown in heaven.
There it
Hey,
is.
shout out to
Shout-
Ishkata.
So, in the end of the day, like, if we have to crown somebody, like, Chris Brown is still alive, bro, so we gotta give it to him.
He's only 30 years old, by the way.
Chris?
He feels like he's
I
lived a
feel like
lot
Chris.
longer.
I actually thought about this the other day. I feel like Chris will have one of the most redeeming stories, like as far as like his career. I feel like we be forgetting the fact that he's only 30. Like he's super duper. I feel like there's still much more music and albums. I feel like he hasn't even made his best stuff yet. I feel like he's only gonna get better.
We haven't seen like the maturation of him yet.
Yeah,
What he could grow into at least
Exactly,
potentially. Because obviously I don't know his life, but
Just his skill set alone, he's just really good.
Also,
Yeah.
he's did a cover when he was younger of a Chris Brown song, which makes Chris Brown still the king.
oh wow.
Man, Chris Brown ain't did no Jacquees covers.
No doubt. he's got-
Y'all know that. I got a question for you. You've been on a lot of different people's albums.
Yeah, I work.
No Name, particularly enjoyed your song with her.
Thank you.
I also feel like she's a cool person. What is it like to get that call from an artist you like that says, hey man, I want you to hop on this song with me?
So it's very rare that these artists that I haven't met or don't have a friendship with. A lot of times it is just my friends, and so it's just at that level. It's like I'm working with my homies, so it's cool. But other times it is cool. Like I got a call from King Mez, who's out here,
My dog.
and I was really excited. I had met Mez at Keep Cool to like a writing camp.
Oh yeah, Keep Cool's writing
Yeah.
camp.
So I met.
Don't
You
do
have
that.
no idea.
Don't
what
do that.
Cool's
Keep
like.
Cool is Tunji's label.
Yeah, Tunji.
Boom, boy!
That's my A&R. So yeah, Keep Cool to the camp. I met Mez. That was really cool to get that call. The No Name one in particular was she had tweeted me, she had DM'd me, and I was like, what? Like just trying to figure out what's going on. And the coolest part of all this is she gave me, I was in Chicago at the time. She gave me an address and said, come through, let's work. So I go to this address and I get there and I have to like go through the backyard. And standing right outside the door is Saba. And that's when I was like, oh crap, this is Saba's house.
Really?
I was freaked out. Then I go in there, and Sunday Candy had come out not too long before that.
Nice.
Jamila Woods is sitting there.
She's got an
And I'm
amazing voice, man.
That's.
I was like, what's happening?
Chicago has a lot of amazing
Right.
artists, though, man.
They do.
Always has.
One of the best producers. I'm kind of going off script here. One of the best
Okay.
producers is this dude
It's your
named Carter Lang, and he's out of Chicago. Carter, he is SZA's music director, and he produced most of Control. Man,
Great album.
Carter he's incredible. Just getting a chance to sit and talk with him. He's really dope. But yeah, so the No Name thing was crazy. I got a call from Mick Jenkins one time. Mick was doing all of this, like, he was tweeting lyrics from Our Spit Love You, the song I got called How Do You Love Me. He was tweeting those lyrics a bunch. And we finally got to work when I came out to LA maybe 3 years ago it was, I want to say. And again, it was with him and No Name, and that was really cool. So, man.
How'd the Wale thing come about?
Man.
The Wale has a great new album, by the way.
Yeah, it's fine.
It is very.
You didn't like it. Don't give me that.
I
You did not like
He
it.
did not like it.
You're
He was
lying.
Very he didn't. We was listening to
That
it.
was
like
a
the song with
malicious
Kelly
lie.
Price.
No, he was like,
Enough.
yes, you just want to listen to the baby. That's
Yeah,
all you want to
man.
do. Boom, boom, boom.
Back in the bed, let's go.
Who was that?
But Wale was talking real transparent. But tell us again how that happened.
Fired, man. So it was through Tunji, right? Well, Wale says, when I got a little chance to dive deeper about how it all happened, Wale goes on Twitter and says, I found out about you from Issa Rae. I was like, Issa Rae? So from Issa to Wale obviously knows Tunji because of the industry, and Tunji connected us in a text message just out of nowhere one day.
Wow.
Whoa, okay. Like I've listened since Paint a Picture, which is his first mixtape that came out. Wale, and I don't mean to make him feel old, but he was, I was 15 when I first heard of him, when I first listened to it.
Dang.
I'm 29 now. So like, he's been killing it.
Wow, been out for that
Very
long.
long
He's
time.
he's a veteran. And
He's been out for a long. I remember
he doesn't get the respect he
before I
deserves.
had
He
kids.
is absolutely slept on.
Mm.
He's so when he hit me up, I was in Seattle with Kai about to start working on Our Spent Love You, Moments Spent Love You, sorry. And we get to on my way to the studio, Wale's texting me like, yo, I gotta get on this project. I heard you and Sango doing another one. I was like, all right, cool. So we sent him, I didn't know where to put him on. Sango sends him Just Get Here, just like the normal beat.
Yeah.
So Wale does that verse over the normal beat. And so I go to Feel first. And at first,
The first part of the song.
the first part of the
Got
song.
you.
So at Feel, I was like, yo, he's like sounding real kind of depressed on this real up-tempo, bright, shiny beat. I was like, the verse is dope, but it's not coming across well. Sango is a genius. We got Van Just to do the second verse, and Sango made a new beat and put Wale at the end of it to match the mood. And I was
Wow,
like,
that's
yeah.
dope.
And it literally,
That's dope.
that makes sense because that whole part of the song is like slowed down.
That's crazy.
It matched the
You
mood
did name
perfect.
who on the Van Jess song?
I did.
It was great. I said I played a part in the music.
They did they sent me a song called In and Out. It was a interlude on their original album. They put out a remix album, and I'm on the remix. And so they had that old school like intro. They wanted me to do something. I was like, I'm about to do this name. Listen it again.
I got it. I was just like, they was back.
20s R&B, baby. So yeah, it's just been cool, man. Working with people I've looked up to.
I have a silly question, but it's very serious. You're the head coach of the R&B musical All-Stars.
Okay.
Okay, you cannot play on this team.
Yeah.
You can just select the starting five.
Okay.
Who's in your top five starting five, men and women, whatever combination, R&B?
So this is where you
greats.
have to draw like
Not
greats.
Not greats. I mean like current people currently making R&B music.
So you have to really draw hard lines here.
Okay.
Because you gotta, is Beyonce pop or is she R&B? Is Rihanna pop? Is she R&B?
I mean like
Is
her.
Khalid pop or R&B? So like you have to draw hard lines before
Beyonce, I thought she
Beyonce's
was pop.
R&B. No, she R&B.
See?
She's kind of poppy though.
That alone though is the
R&B.
point you're trying to
No,
prove.
there's no such thing as R&B pop. She's R&B.
Why
There's
can't
there's
they be
R&B.
There is plenty of R&B.
She's more R&B than pop, Kev.
Khalid, Rihanna,
No, I get it.
Beyonce, there aren't pop. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying you gotta draw.
Rihanna's
hard lines.
considered R&B.
Yeah.
I feel like her name never comes up in R&B conversations.
What would you put her in?
Her song "Love on the
Pop.
Brain."
Well, that's a she can have a ballad on a pop song, like a ballad on a pop album.
But then would that make that song R&B though? Like I feel like that would just kind of
How do you
Put it
describe
overall.
R&B then?
Rhythm and blues.
I know what it stands for.
So if we're gonna take out, so this is the thing. Let's do this. Let's do this. People who have made it to that level, they're these giants that do crossovers. Let's just cut out people who aren't currently like major crossover
Right.
stars.
Boom.
Let's do that.
Fair.
There we
That's
go.
why I was asking for guidelines. So if you
Fair.
cut out major crossover stars, then I would begin and I have to think about it.
You got to go people below the first line on the festivals.
There you go.
Yeah, for sure.
Cause that.
So Chris Brown couldn't be on this team then?
No,
'Cause
no.
he's too big, right?
Well, but he is still based in R&B.
Okay,
So
got
he does have pop records, but his
R&B
roots.
based, okay.
Yeah. So you go Chris. There's so many different styles of R&B. It's crazy. You go Chris. You go her because she is what she is.
She's
Mhm.
great. Hey DJ.
Man, I'm trying to take my time here.
Take your time.
I'm going Snow Leopard.
Ooh, I
Great album.
second that.
Oh,
I
Josh sent
second
me
that.
Her album. I like her very much.
Oh man.
I like her very much a lot.
Chris, her, Snow. Gosh, I feel bad doing this because there's so many people who had great
That's
albums.
cool. They probably won't watch it. They're gonna be like, I was gonna have him on my song, but he don't think I'm top 5. Yeah, he's out of there.
It's difficult, man. But just the all stars. Everybody's on it. There's a lot of people on the team, but you want me to put the starters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nobody cares about the 6th man.
Yeah.
Or the
Six-
10th guy. He don't even
The
take his
sixth
shooting
man
shirt
could
off.
come in for a fire feature though.
Yes. Man,
And
this
2 more, man. Hurry up.
is very hard. I'm not even trying to like hold feelings for my friends or nothing. This is just difficult. Dang, I was about to. I didn't really like the last album.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh man.
Don't act like you know who he talking
Nah,
about.
I'm DC.
Josh is on a Gonzi tape.
Sorry.
Marsha Ambrosius. I just wanted to say her name.
Dang, I'm very sorry.
Ari Lennox, man, put her on. She's on my team.
I do love Ari. I don't know if I'm putting her to starter right now. I love Ari though. Like,
Shea Butter
so
Baby is
much.
a freaking amazing
Yeah,
album.
it is. I love her.
Beautiful
Oh,
piece of work.
Because she was the next one on my mind anyway. So let's go ahead and do Ari. I need to see a list. I do.
Anderson .Paak, is he on there?
Oh,
Georgia-
AP. Hold on, but
Georgia-
it's AP R. He's like
He's
like
R&B.
soul. He's
No.
like
Wait.
He's more neo-soul
Wait.
than traditional
That's
R&B.
R&B. But
All right.
It's a division of R&B.
Anderson, yes, because Anderson is gonna. Well, before Chanel's album came out, Anderson was flat out gonna be R&B album of the year to me.
Yeah.
So Anderson, he's there.
That new
So,
album.
wait, so you had
It's her?
Anderson, you had her,
Anderson, her,
Chris Brown,
Ari.
Snow,
Snow,
and Ari as well.
and Ari. Okay.
Who you got though?
All right.
Any
I
different
would-
people?
No, I have different people. I would have Marsha Ambrosius
Right now,
right now.
for what?
She's fired.
She is fired, but right, why is she also today?
Because she has a song I like called Sour Times that she did when she was still in Florida.
You were thinking the Sour Patches.
Shut up.
That's
You
not
got a
today.
song called Sweet and Sour Song?
That's
That's
like
my cologne of the moment.
that's like putting Vince Carter on the All Star team because hey, remember when he did that 360?
Remember when he
All
dunked on that guy?
right, okay. So always okay. Jamie Foxx for sure.
Oh, God.
It's the same thing. We just went over this.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
fine. Her. I'll take her. I'm definitely taking Xavier Omar for sure.
Jamie Foxx.
And I'm not just saying that because you're here.
Man.
Who else?
I don't know if Trustin Doughboy's
Doughboy don't have
Doughboy
fun.
also
He don't
said
have
on the
Trey
road.
Songz.
Doughboy also said on the road like last week the R&B fell off, and I can't.
Trey Songz.
Just naming people.
Yeah.
Summer Walker.
Summer,
That's
You ain't listening
That's-
to no
that's-
Summer
that's
Walker
hard.
albums.
Summer Walker.
No, he don't even know her.
No. Summer.
Summer's an all star.
Yes.
I didn't start her, but she's an all star for sure.
And then lastly, I would say
It's hard, man. No, I don't.
T-Pain. T-Pain's back making music.
Teddy Payne.
What's the record that makes him all star today?
Jerry Sprunger with him and Tory Lanez.
I haven't heard it.
Oh, it's
He's
fire.
incredible. Like, he's one of those like.
T-Pain, I feel, T-Pain, that would be my, because he's back making music. That's why
He's been helping out some features. He was on this Afrobeat record
I
called
can't,
Condos.
you know, I can't get mad at too many like whatever the order of lists are because man,
Subjective.
I
I feel
tweeted
like
this year for R&B albums was crazy. It
We had a
was,
good
it's
year.
been building too.
Very,
Even last year was
very
good.
Well, see, when I said that I felt R&B was falling off, I just felt like there weren't any, like, crazy big albums that were catching my attention because I'm not that into R&B music is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
not
Because the
either.
baby
like,
don't make
funny
R&B.
enough.
with, like,
Wait
Jodeci
till-
back
wait
in the
till
day,
it
like, those were songs, like, smash that everybody would know. I kind of feel like R&B doesn't have that same...
If you're not paying attention,
You know.
it doesn't. Like, I'm not, to be honest, as an R&B artist, I have not been a big R&B fan over the years. But this particular year, summer last year as well, man, it was.
Let me just read
almost
you some of
it's
the
almost
R&B
overwhelming
albums
now.
this year.
I can name some of the homies. L.A., Mac Ayers, like.
LA, the one that's
crazy.
spelled ELHAE.
Yeah.
He's fire.
My
I got his
best friend,
mixtape.
by the way.
Yeah, he's
Like,
fire.
You said he's your best friend?
Yeah, we've known each other for 24 years.
Wow.
He's my best man at the wedding and everything.
Really?
Yeah. My
Wow,
God,
you
he's
ain't tell
fire.
me.
I got some of his music on my workout mix.
He's incredible,
Yes.
bro. Like, Mac Ayers, if y'all don't know Mac, please go listen to both of the albums.
Mac Ayers?
Yeah, MACAYDRS. Mac, he's on tour right now. 12/12 on a sold out show. Shout out Mac.
Dang.
Shout out to him.
Let me listen to you some of this. I'm
You
gonna just
didn't
name you
even
that
do
Darryl
your
Renee. I'm
75.
about to. I'm just going back through some of the albums. It's been a great year.
Mhm.
Rihanna J. These are people you should look up.
Okay.
Okay. Rihanna J. EP Love Me Like. Amazing. I mean, just beautiful voice. You already know Xavier Omar's here. Lucky Day had a great album.
Lucky.
And we met him at Essence Fest.
Mhm.
Nice guy.
Oh, yeah, he was super cool.
Super cool guy.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Pink Sweat has a great
He-
EP too. Josh sent
He
that
was
over to
pop.
me. He's
He's a little poppy.
Pop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ari Lennox
Mhm.
and her.
I keep hearing
artists.
about her.
Oh,
Oh,
man,
Shea Butter, right?
Baby.
Yeah, okay.
Baby, not Shea Butter Baby. I
That's
know
a-
you're probably thinking of that. I like Khalid, but I wouldn't really consider him R&B. The Amours, they're on PJ Morton's label, and PJ Morton. I would also like them.
You like the s'mores.
Let me just play you the more.
No, you're going to get it struck.
No.
I'll cut the audio. We can play it for us.
Listen to this. This song, this is called Mon Amour. It's like 37 seconds long. Listen to this, though.
I don't hear nothing.
Listen to this right here, though.
I know. I heard somebody remake this, like that little group remake this. Oh,
It is.
who is that?
This is called the Amours. They're on PJ Morton.
Oh, the Amours. Okay, I thought you said like it was a person. No, I heard that because they were on Instagram, right?
Yep.
I reposted their video. They're fire.
PJ Morton also has a great album. PJ's been rocking for a long time.
What about Aaron Ray? You like Aaron Ray?
Never.
Yeah, Aaron's dope.
He's got
We're
dope.
really cool, actually. He's really dope.
Play it one more time, man.
No, man.
No, man, that's enough, man. That's enough.
Also, Khalid is kind of like, he hears stuff like this when it comes to people like not considering him R&B. So he's like, my roots are there, and I want to show that to people. He's gonna do some stuff.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's also from LA. I got a bone to pick with Khalid.
What you got a bone to pick with?
I'm gonna tell you what my problem with Khalid is.
What?
I was on track to be the most famous person from El Paso.
Ah,
And Khalid comes along.
Oh, it's
and,
a wrap.
And he's shouting out El Paso,
is
America's
that-
high school.
he's the one that sings location, right?
Yes, and
He's
like
fine.
so many. You know how hard I'm gonna have to work to eclipse Khalid?
Yeah.
You can. He was at
It's-
one point he was the #1 most listened to artist on Spotify.
Wasn't it last year?
Yeah, it was this year, earlier this year.
What song does he have other than location? Does he got
Talk.
His current one. What's the current one?
Talk.
Yes, that's it. Talk.
He had all top 5 of the
Oh,
top
that's
songs
it?
on R&B at one point.
Really?
On Billboard.
That's a
Yeah,
wrap,
That's an
bro.
insane stat.
That's an insane
I
check
met
is
the
what it is,
Amours
too.
at Anita Baker's concert
Oh, fire.
backstage.
They have really great voices.
Oh,
They're
they're sisters. And they
insane.
blend so well. Okay, here's my other question to you.
No, you never give us your top
You
5.
gotta do your starters.
Oh, I can't just list those people?
Nah, starters.
No.
It's hard
Her-
to do. That's why you gotta do it.
Ari Lennox,
Mhm.
SZA, her Control album I listened to a lot. Daniel Caesar, he had a great album. Who else did I? Rihanna J.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put my
Well, I-
man.
Xavier
I'm
Omar's
not.
already here.
Look. Pretty much everybody on there got like a Billboard ranking record. I don't got none of that. Bro.
Rihanna doesn't
I
have a
know.
Billboard.
I don't.
This
got-
was to let people know.
Yeah.
Xavier Omar is my friend. Let me ask you something else. This is something that we didn't write down, but I thought this was interesting. You really love wrestling.
I love it.
You and Wale is
I
a
love
big into wrestling.
He
He
is.
took me to WrestleMania this year. I'll never forget it, man.
What was that like? I wouldn't take my kids to WrestleMania, but I looked at those tickets. I was like, oh, y'all want a lot.
So
They cost like basketball ticket money?
WrestleMania, first of all, it sells out crazy.
yeah,
It's expensive.
Like how much for a ticket?
Like
Like if I wanted to be ringside.
ringside?
That's a package.
Like how much would it cost just ballpark?
That's a several day package.
That's like Super Bowl ticket money.
Like
that.
in the thousands of dollars?
Yes. It's
For wrestling.
Easy. I was like,
It's
I
cheaper.
didn't know it was that much.
It's cheaper to get the package. Will put you ringside at Mania, and then it's actually it'll take you to NXT's event, which is they're not a developmental, but they're a third brand on that
Those are the up and
Saturday.
comers.
Yeah, on that Saturday, go to WrestleMania Sunday, go to Raw, and then go to SmackDown. Those are cheaper than just buy one seat.
But how much would something like that cost?
That's gonna run you 2 or 3.
I did not know
Dude,
wrestling was
that's
that
how
much.
that's how we get on wrestling is
That's crazy.
they have the big event. Like we went to Survivor Series, took my kids there, and then the next day they had Raw. The tickets for Raw were dramatically cheaper, and everybody who wrestled on Survivor Series is also going to wrestle on Raw, or half the artists. But how did you get into wrestling or stay into it? Because a lot of us were into it as kids. When Doughboy started, it was Dusty Rhodes' first match.
Shut up.
And Raw.
I was like a huge Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan fan.
Yeah,
Those are my guys.
that was your 10th year watching wrestling.
And Jimmy Fly Snicker and Coco Beware.
Coco was not a good wrestler. But
It
anyway,
was fire.
it's like when people say like The Rock was a great wrestler. He was a great entertainer.
You know what I say about Cardi B? That's what she is. Cardi B to me is a great wrestler. She might not write the lyrics or anything like that, but when it's time, the lights come up and you got to perform. That's what she's best at. Whether she writes the lyrics or not, irrelevant.
Right.
When she raps them, you're like, I get it. I like it.
Okay.
The Rock was absolutely not a great technical wrestler.
He can do that thing with
but
his
he
eye
is.
though. I can't do that.
He was the
You were gonna listen. You were gonna pay attention.
Absolutely.
What he did mattered. But I got into it as a kid, just like most people did. I was a bad kid. I was like physical and getting in trouble. So
Really?
I had anger issues probably until about like 9th.
You angry?
Yeah, I had anger issues.
You seem like the nicest guy.
That is very
I
surprising.
would have not pegged that at all.
That's what Jesus do. So,
People like, hey man, I'm Jesus. What's up, man? You want to go come around? Nah, man, chill out. Nah.
Sing a little bit. All right.
so my parents thought because I was watching like Power Rangers as a kid and wrestling that was why.
Right.
But then we took all that away and I was still that way.
Still angry?
So I'm not really sure what kept me into it other than now I realize, oh, this is anime. Oh, this is Marvel Comics.
Yes.
Like you got people with their backstory and then they play their characters. They can go good or bad. They've got their dilemmas. They try to go good versus evil to settle them. And they do it live every week rather than once a year in a movie or rather than once a week on a cartoon or whatever.
And no breaks, bro.
Yeah, they're
Wrestling.
Do they have to like practice the routine?
They train.
Yes, I actually I had a ticket to a wrestling event in Tacoma, and I got it going like 3 o'clock in the morning, and they ran through.
They memorize all that? That's almost like choreography.
No, wait, let me go do. Some stuff they might go through because it's a spot and they need to like, okay, we need to make sure in this spot that we do this right. A spot is like a big event that's going to happen that like is necessary for the match, right? But typically, a lot of times they throw wrestlers in there cold. An example being Adam Cole from NXT, their third brand. He had to wrestle this dude Daniel Bryan, who's on SmackDown, and while he had
He's a heel now.
no, well he's a tweener at the moment.
He's going back.
Yeah, he's a tweener at the moment. So they're trying to figure out. Well, there was a thing where when they went to Saudi Arabia, a lot of the wrestlers weren't able to make it back for SmackDown in time because the plane like had issues and it stayed in Saudi Arabia. So while they were trying to figure that out, Survivor Series is this month with NXT included. So they were just like, just bring the NXT people up, right? So Adam and Daniel had never wrestled each other before, at no point, and they didn't get to practice. And this is how I tell you, because Adam Cole and NXT didn't get there till 15 minutes after the show started, and then that's how they found out what they're going to do. All right, let's go.
Now I have more questions than that.
So then they say, okay, all right, so this is the match, this is the finish, have fun.
Now when you say this is the finish, so they already know who's gonna win.
Always.
Oh, okay. So I thought you were saying it like it was really being determined in the fight.
Novel writers know who's going to win. They
got
wrote it. The anime writers know who's going to win. They wrote it. Same thing. It's predetermined, but to
get there is the joy.
Yeah, to think that they're going out there and saying, all right, they're going to do this, they're going to do this. Sometimes they'll talk it through, but to think that they're like they've practiced this choreography, that's not how it goes at all. Right?
So
Otherwise,
you don't know.
Otherwise, they wouldn't get hurt. You know what I mean?
I saw the guy work out this move. They were doing a special move. Maybe that was it.
Yeah.
It was something on the turnbuckle that was like, I was like, oh snap!
Yeah, spot
And I saw them work it out. And then when they did it, the crowd went crazy. There was a big pop. That's what we call it in the biz. When the crowd goes crazy.
I think wrestling used to be a lot more dangerous back in the day because like wrestlers like Jake the Snake, like he'd pull out a whole snake on there on guys.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the snake was the venom. But yes, they took the
He pulled out a whole snake on guy. All right. Let's take a break real quick. That man said
Okay,
he
okay.
will help us next. All right, let's do this. One gotta go. This,
Which one is it? You got the.
yeah, I got it. Actually,
Speaking.
let me grab the card real quick because I don't remember the fourth group.
I thought it was regular singers.
No, man, it ain't okay.
I'm having a lot of fun. This is great.
It's a good time.
Good times were had by all.
So, you think he's a better singer than me, or you just stand for the camera? Oh.
I
So
didn't
just take heart in knowing
Will I
that
be able to
I'm not good at anything, but I'm just better than you.
announce the tour date and run through the albums out?
Of course.
Just wanna-
Will you be able to promote yourself in an episode about you? I don't know.
Just make
Sure.
it good, man.
Yeah, you can.
I gotta ask.
Hurry up,
They
Kevin.
got me doing a bunch
Shut
of
your
stuff.
mouth.
I'm like, oh, y'all know about Community, yeah? The app where you like can make a phone number and then
I've been seeing a lot of people doing this.
It is.
You're still going?
I'm
Angela,
about to like kind of re-up. I'm still going, but I'm been real low key because it's just a
Tiring.
lot. It's a lot.
Angela Johnson was doing it, and I saw her text.
Mhm.
It was just,
It's a lot.
it was so many. She was just, and you could tell she was like, I'm overwhelmed. It's like,
It is.
I'm trying to get back to you. And people are like, is this real? Most of the questions were, is this real? Is this really you? So I thought about it, but I think I'll get overwhelmed.
I changed my auto response to let them know, hey, you're getting an auto response first, but typically I respond with a voice note to let you know it's me. So people stop asking that. So
Is this
everybody,
really you?
the first response that I do for everyone is a voice note, so that they can just hear me. I'll say their name if I can say it. I'll try and like just say thank you, and then from there, I may not even see the name ever again at that point. It's that deep.
Really?
I'm only at 546 contacts, right? And so I'm about to put the number out again for more people to just like do it around tour time, get the things going, and do some more direct things with people on tour. Because unless you like do it by area, you can see whose birthday it is.
Really?
Age group, like all that stuff is really nice, so that you can like target for people.
And it's on your regular phone, but it's a fake number?
It's an app. So like
It's a generated number?
yeah, your regular messages aren't affected at all. It doesn't make
Oh, really?
It's its own app. You open that app and then there's messages.
Ah, it looks like the regular thing.
It does.
All right, so we have some musical questions
You
for
got
you.
a slate, Kevin.
Oh, we already said.
I said it, didn't I? All right, cool. All right, so here's a one gotta go for you, okay? Female R&B group of the 90s.
Okay.
One must go. And I'm taking one off to make it even tougher for you.
I gotta be a little.
SWV,
Mm.
In Vogue, or TLC. One, gotta go in all their work. Doughboy, Xavier,
This isn't
Omar.
even hard.
Hold on, well, first we gotta drag it out a little bit for the suspense thing. The first group to stay on this, for me, would have to be the T, the L, the C. They were just so groundbreaking. They were just so cool. I think more than just singing and song, they kind of just embodied the voice of the culture at the time. You know, this is by the way they dressed, by with Left Eye rapping. I just feel like they were just so much to what R&B embodied in the 90s. So they're first off the table for me.
Coco was here in this room, right about this area.
Before all this,
Before
too.
all this, she was great. Weak is my favorite R&B song of all time. I sing it at karaoke all the time. Never goes as well as I planned. And also, it's a lot longer of a karaoke song than it feels like.
Oh,
when
that
you're singing.
intro is brutal.
When they come back around, you're like, okay, I've had enough.
Something about the way you just like, okay.
SWB's number one off the
Okay.
list for me.
Who's number one off the list?
TLC. Most of that is just my age of being born in '90.
I was born in '93.
What was happening for me, like actually, I had to go back because what was hot for me was the Fan Mail album.
Yeah, No Scrubs
The
was on
No
that.
Scrub video was incredible. to
I
me.
hate that
And So
song.
then I had to go backwards and be like, oh snap!
Wait, you just found out about TLC from the Fan Mail album? That was the first thing?
I was
that
like
came-
7. You know,
That
like
is
come on, man.
We
crazy.
old.
So like
Fan Mail for us was like, man, TLC still got it.
Yeah, I remember ooh on the TLC tip.
Man, remember when No Scrubs came out and then No Pigeons came out?
yeah,
Sporting
I
Thieves?
don't want no Those
Okay, so TLC off the
Y'all
board
be
first.
young out here,
TLC,
man.
yeah.
Alright, so now I have to pick. So SWV and Vogue. Let me say the good things about both. SWV are Sisters with Voices. That's a really clever name. And they can sing. They got Coco, Weak is a Fire song, but they also got the other song. They had sampled Michael Jackson's
The Human Nature song.
Human Nature song, and they can really sing. I feel like if you had to just go pure singing out of all these groups, they're the strongest collection. In
No, that's
Vogue,
not true at all.
I do believe.
No.
Vocally wise?
Vocally wise, strongest singers is In Vogue. It ain't
No.
Are you out of your mind?
You're bugging.
In Vogue had 4 strong singers. You take your pick. They all sang. SWV was Coco and them. And I love Coco.
Coco and them?
Yeah, but you take your pick with them.
Okay.
TLC, T-Boss, love her.
Yeah.
Not really a great singer.
But
Artist though.
Yeah, great artist. Chili,
who was the other two in SWV?
Michi.
I say W and V, bro.
I don't know.
WV.
It was
Okay.
Coco and them.
Okay, so I like them as a singer.
And
I
that
like
guy
those
was more of a
songs.
rap. She sang too, but she was her
Now,
best.
In Vogue, the reason I do love it, I remember Hold On was a fire song. I remember that video was crazy. They all
Bro,
had the
In
black
Vogue's
dresses.
song on the doggone Set It Off.
What's it gonna be?
Bruh,
'Cause
they were just taking turns.
Yeah, they were.
All blowing. Like you vocally, that's the least of your concerns. Vocally, In Vogue destroys all of them.
Nah, I
As
don't
a
think-
group. Yes, bro.
But they didn't really have like a lot of bops though.
That's a different conversation.
Okay.
You said vocally.
So what I will say is this: if I had to pick one, and one would have to go at SWV and In Vogue, I'd have to let go of In Vogue. I keep SWV.
You're in broke.
That was
Delete
trash.
that. Take it out.
No, I will not.
Jeez.
Fix it in
I will
post.
not.
All right, Xavier,
All right,
Omar.
Xavier, what you got?
It's SWV for me next. Largely because I can name a song at my age. It being weak. There's another one. Not the Human Nature one.
Rain?
Number 2. Yes, that
Right.
one.
And they had a song on the Soul Food soundtrack too.
I don't remember that one. Though. I mean, one song from the Soul Food soundtrack was by Drew Hill. But man, those songs stuck with me because they're bigger. They were. I guess to me it mattered more in the culture because the song was bigger, right?
Mhm.
Only radio drove everything at the time. We
Yeah.
had playlists and listened to our favorites. So what I heard more was SWV. So
I forgot about I'm So Into You.
when it comes to when it comes to
I'm so
like
into
vocal and all that
you.
stuff, man, like I'm with you on In Vogue, especially with What's It Gonna Be. That's crazy.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, just for they had all that talent and still didn't make a lot of songs that stuck. You know what I mean? So I'll stick with
Y'all
that.
just-
So you pick the same as me? So
Yeah.
so we both saying that In Vogue gotta go. Who gotta go for you?
In Vogue. Everything I said is
In
still
Vogue gotta
true.
go for you too?
Yes.
Yep.
Because TLC, first of all, when I used to wear the condom, I thought it was an egg. I thought it was a fried
You were
egg.
such a sheltered child.
How?
You didn't know that was a condom?
I was like, what?
You thought a condom was an egg? It's
I
like,
thought
how
it
you
was a sunny
sheltered?
side up egg. I was like, she really likes eggs. But TLC just sold so many albums, and they were such a part of the culture. Waterfalls, amazing song. The impact was just amazing. I feel like In Vogue is slept on, especially on this little group, especially from you. You don't even know nothing about In Vogue.
You did the same.
Hold on.
Same picks.
Yeah, I did, but I respect them more. I still made the same choice, but I respect them more. Okay, I have a couple more questions for you.
Okay.
This is old school R&B. This is from Black Heart Revolt. We had a lot of fun playing this yesterday. Okay. One gotta go. You listen to this.
We're doing another one?
Yeah, and I'll fire on you if you feel different.
Good.
Barry White, Luther Vandross, Teddy Pendergrass, Marvin Gaye.
Oh, that's also easy.
Everything's just easy for you.
It is
Huh?
easy. Are you kidding?
What's so easy about it?
Because
You gotta say what you would keep first. Now, give me the names again.
All right.
Barry White,
Mhm.
Luther Vandross, Teddy
Which one?
Pendergrass.
Which one, Luther?
Either big or
Even
little.
Luther was great. Come on.
Marvin Gaye.
Well, Luther's off first because he's just amazing, and he made "Dance with My Father." That was a great song.
Well, I was okay. It's your turn.
Yeah, so Luther's just big Luther, skinny Luther don't matter. He was still fire, so Luther is off the top for me first.
I was gonna say that's not fair because Luther is also the only one of the like super iconic ones that was like still alive to be able to make more music. Man, this is an era that I was not around for, but obviously I can still go based on impact. God, this is a hard one or two. It's not hard after that actually.
2 minutes ago, you said it was easy.
Well, it's easy who to leave off.
Oh, okay,
But
gotcha.
it's a hard one or two. I'm gonna go first. I think I'm gonna take Marvin first for his global impact. Not just like the R&B, because he obviously what's going on was when you realize, oh, okay,
He's not just
everywhere.
he's just not sleeping on.
Yeah.
He's not just making sleeping music.
Right. And when now I think this lawsuit was a little bit bogus when they sued for blurred lines, but at the same time, that dun, 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 dun. I forget the name of the song.
The family something, ain't it? Family.
Yeah, it's not family. Give it up. Give it up. Got to give it up.
Give it up.
So like, man, that joint even making its way into like modern times as well, making it a hit. I think that's some impact as well. So I take Marvin first.
Marvin Gaye for a lot of the same reason. You know, I read that his death was more of an assisted suicide because he said his dad said, "If I ever put my hands on you, if you ever put your hands on me, I'll kill you." And that's how he hit his father, and his dad shot him. Right. So I was reading somewhere. I read an article about it. Yeah. I didn't either. I thought his dad. I just thought they got into
Was
it.
he the same one whose dad threw the grits on him? Was that Al Green?
I think it might be an Al Green.
Okay.
Grit story and Al Green always goes together.
Okay.
I don't know.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's what I read about Marvin Gaye. I don't know if it's true or not. I just read an article about
Wow.
it.
Okay.
But Marvin Gaye just, man, I was watching the video on him. They stripped all the music out and just heard his vocals, and I was like, this dude really had it.
Yeah.
So I'll take him first. Next for me is Barry White. Interesting story about me. I probably never shared this on podcast. When I was playing basketball in North Carolina, my coach used to pick us up all the time, older gentleman, and all he listened to was Barry White. I mean, that is literally all. I have listened to more Barry White than either of you probably will ever believe. And man, practice what you preach. He always started right off with that. So I'm gonna take Barry.
Barry White?
Barry next.
All right, next off the list for me would be Marvin. Marvin's he's just dope. I love a lot of his stuff. And I just kind of feel like he's very reminiscent to me of like Anthony Hamilton, where he can like convey a lot of emotion in his records as well. So I can like feel what he's going through based on the palette of his voice.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's very good at that as well. So Marvin would come off second for me.
Okay.
Second for me is Luther because legend, just incredible. He was able to make another hit record all the way up into the 2000s with Dance with My Father.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Luther, man, just too many records. As soon as you hear it, boom, doo, 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 bam, 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 bam. It's a party. Immediately, I was playing that after my shows a couple months back, or last year I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Go crazy, take off, right? So, yeah, it changes everything, man. He was incredible, and I cannot believe you're gonna have to leave off.
Teddy Pendergrass or Luther?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take your time.
I'm done.
Teddy
Oh, so
Pendergrass.
it's Teddy Pendergrass. I thought Al Green was one of them. So Teddy Pendergrass.
Teddy Pendergrass, I love. Luther, I love equally as much, but more. I'm gonna keep Luther. I love Teddy P. Turn off the lights. Click. There's a video currently going viral on Twitter of Teddy singing, and it's just like, man, like you just can appreciate the voice. Somebody's funny, like, y'all don't appreciate R&B like this no more. Y'all got all these people, and the dude was like, nah, y'all stop supporting R&B like this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the truth.
That is
The
right.
record labels just want to put whatever you buy. We as a society, not us particularly, but we're the responsibility for the little pumps and the bad Bobby. It's you consume it, they're gonna put money to what you consume. So it's a tough one. But Luther, Dance with My Father is like one of my wife's favorite songs of all time, played at our wedding reception. Teddy Pendergrass didn't make the cut on our wedding vow, so
Teddy P is out for you?
Teddy P's out.
Okay, I gotta get rid of either Teddy P or Barry White.
Yeah.
This might be unpopular to say, but I don't know that much of Barry White's music. I just know he had a really deep voice. So I was just even looking up some of his songs right now. I'm just like, they don't really.
You ringing a bell?
So just based on yeah, so I'm like, that's the one I see. Like, Practice What You Preach. I don't know. Playing Your Game. I don't know these songs. So just based off that alone, Barry White wouldn't make my list, and I stick with Teddy P.
All right.
It's easy, bro. Teddy P. I'm not. You cannot put anything of Barry's above Teddy's. Teddy was the only person who might have even, in their style and their ways, might have even rivaled Marvin Gaye as far as to the women for sure.
Oh yeah, he had the chest hair out.
He had all women only shows, man, and it was selling out. Like Teddy was incredible. So obviously there's looks like another love.
TKO.
That's the song.
So that joint you had.
You didn't need to act
Yeah.
for it.
So, I can really sing.
Yeah, that joint. Well, no, he did a little close the door. That's what he did.
Cedric the Entertainer had such a funny joke about that. Where Teddy said, in, turn off the light. Turn it off! So funny on King of Comedy. It was just a great bit.
Well, turn off the lights is another joint, but yeah, close the door, turn off the light. All these records, bro. Like he did his thing, man. It's just it was really smooth. We got the voice. I'm going with Teddy P.
So we both got rid of the same person.
Yeah.
No.
I'm my own man. All right, that's enough. We've had Xavier Omar, friend of the potty.
Friend of the
If
potty.
they are new to you, tell them where they can listen to your musical stylings and where they can find you singing your musical stylings.
And
live
tell me about the
in
new
city.
album as well.
Yeah, you can listen to me on any platform that you have. Just search Xavier Omar. Moments Spent Loving You is my newest project. You search Xavier Omar in Sango, and you'll find Moments Spent Loving You.
It's beautiful. I cried to veins.
It's not Omar. It has
Sorry.
two little German dots on it.
Well, it's technically Omer, but I say Omar because I know nobody's going to say Omer except the Germans. So,
Oh.
yeah.
What does that called, those two dots?
Umlaut.
Umlaut. Umlaut.
What
I could go for
say.
That's what I was thinking. Ham and cheese in it.
So, Moments Spent Loving You, you can't miss it. My face is on the cover. Like, you can't
Like
miss it.
this.
All right. And I'm about to go on tour starting on Black Friday in the East Coast, the Ha Javi tour. So if you go to my social media at XVROmar on Twitter and Instagram, you'll find all that information. I'm actually about to do a contest here, so
Are you?
A contest.
yeah, I don't want to give the details.
Hey, don't give the details.
Okay.
This is a sweepstakes.
It's about to be a contest. I want to see who's gonna come on stage and sing with me. So
Really?
yeah,
Don't worry, you heard his
it
voice.
won't be either one of y'all. But I'm looking.
All right, man. This is Xavier Omar. I've been Kev on stage. He's been Doughboy. Y'all check out his music, stream it so he can get money and feed his family.
Yes, my wife wants shoes and iPhone.
Choose an iPhone, man. We'll see y'all next week. Bonus episode. We'll see y'all later this week.
Bye-bye.
If we ain't seen you already. Love you. Bye.
Oh,
Bye.
oh, we did 2 episodes today.
Cut it.
I don't want
Cut
to
it.
talk no more for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I gotta still do the love hour.
Ooh.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Lunch is. Hey, I think your car might be here, Xavier Omar.
Always a pleasure, brother.
Omer. It's Omer.
They got him kicking me out.
You ain't gotta leave. I'm just
Oh, man.
letting you know whenever you're ready. So when you come here for work, you just came here for this.
I came here for this and then added work.
Ah, it's the best way to do it.
I added, no, not that kind of work. I don't typically do a lot of recording out here. I think I've recorded twice out here.
Really?
Yeah, like ever.
He says you're going tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I leave. No, I leave Thursday. So tomorrow I'm
Okay.
going to.
Oh, technically Tuesday.
We're doing Beats 1 tomorrow for Selection Radio.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're doing that little, are they still doing that performance series?
I guess I am doing a performance, but I don't have a band or nothing, so I'm kind of spoiled and I want my band. But it's just gonna be me and the track.
Excuse me.
I'm just gonna sing all the songs that the kids love. I should this week on Honey. That's what I should do. But I'm doing what's that song? Deep End.
Oh, Eminem.
The kids want to hear it.
Kids want to hear Deep End? What's the song you're excited to perform on the album?
Say it and Struck. Struck is actually gonna be the intro. But we got. I love the way the show is put together. It's a radio theme this year. So
All right, guys. We love y'all. We gotta go. Okay. Thank y'all for being in the comments. Bye bye.
on one song.